C, BLG. I mean,
Hello. You'll never get. You never guess who's. Look at this. Oh, the camera's in the wrong place. Hold on. Look who's casting. It's Mike. It's bloody Mike. Hold on. You lied? Yeah, I did lie, didn't I? I said I wasn't gonna stream, and then here I am. Hold on. Let me get rid of that. Let me move me. Where am I guessing? About there? Like that. It's Mike. Look. Look who it is.
Now in this stage, but they did win Icebox and Lotus. So
Did I just submit a 60 Valorant point team to the doc? I might have, Splurge. I didn't really read the rules. I just picked the best team. Why was I over the limit? Is that not allowed?
How does China have better production than Toronto Grand Finals XD?
I didn't read the prices. I just thought, oh, you can just pick anyone. Whoops. I mean, I can make another team if you want. One that follows by the rules. I mean, or even what I would do is... There are some players that I mean, did you like my team name at least? I feel like, though, with my team name, I have to have... Did you see my... I like my team name. Nobody but Sufat Baby in the corner. Get it? Nobody? So I do... I think... Oh, fuck. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, my fucking Twitch is still on rematch, isn't it? Because I was playing rematch, but now... It's not. Sorry, my bad. Wait, where were the... Hold on, let me get it up. Because I might want some BLG players, and you better not give me half points if the game isn't over yet. Where is it in this? Oh, where is it? It's in the... You made a separate one for it, didn't you? Right. Let me get this on over here. And then the form. Okay. So the rules, same as Toronto. You got the schedule here. Player list. I see you did come up with costs for them as well. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. The costs are blurst. I'm not gonna lie. Well, that's what we'll be doing at the end of this stream, is coming up with the costs for the I mean, to be honest, yeah, I don't blame you. Like the cost if I did China would also be completely fucking dog shit. No, we won't go Kang. I mean, here's the people that I have to have, okay? I have to have Nobody and Sufat Baby for the culture. I have to have them for the name. So how much do they cost? Where is Nobody and Super? Okay, it's done by team. So Nobody costs 8.5, and Sufat Baby. Where's Wolves? Costs 8. 8 for Sufat Baby. I mean, it's fine. I'll take it. Whatever. So that's 16.5. Twitch bugged, or we just on one viewer? Well, considering there's multiple people chatting, I hope it's not on one viewer. And it's just one person just constantly disconnecting or whatever. Vukshu is 11. So what's Nobody? Nobody's an initiator. Sufat will have to be a wild card. Yeah, I think you do want Vukashu, don't you? I mean, he's just gonna fry. He's just their carry. That's 11, so that's 27.5. So I'm a little bit over. I want another Wolves player. Who do I want as my other Wolves player? You know what? I'm actually gonna go for... You've only got Lysor at 7. That's a disgrace. Lysor was good in China. We're going Lysor at 7. That's cost effective right there. And then we've got 15.5 to spend on 2 players. And I need a duelist and I need a controller. What about BLG? We could get Russia for 9. What have I got left? 15 point... Oh no, shit, I need a bad player, don't I? I need a terrible controller.
This is Valorant Heritage.
Good morning.
Fuck. So I need a terrible controller. Or I could get like an AG duelist. Let's go fucking Delb. That would give me 9.5. What was Russia? 9. Well, I'll just trust that player is better than Delb because that's what you've got here. So I'll go player. That's 6.5. And then controller Russia at 9. And that is 50, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Everyone starts in this. Right, so my team. What is my Discord name? Thinking Man's Valo. Name my team. Nobody puts Sufat Baby in the corner 2. Fuck, it's all on the screen, so I can't. My duelist pick is player. My initiator pick is nobody. Sentinel pick Vukashu. Controller pick Russia. Wildcard Sufat and Lysor. Where is he? Lysor. Sufat. Oh shit. Oh, that's fine. And Lysor. And my IGL will be I guess Vukashu. Right, there you go. There's my team. There's my team. We're playing Bind. We got Bind back. Hello?
That was exactly
Hello?
the same.
Really?
You just shouted louder.
All right, hold up. Let me see what I can do.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh,
All right, hold on.
with a bang,
hold on.
2 kills
TYLOO.
and a nice little dink onto
Coming out strong
Russia.
with the pistol.
Yeah, absolutely no chance.
Can I
Just
get
like
a
that.
You have belief in
account?
slowly.
Big blunder from TYLOO in this
Yeah,
race. I
20.
think this round's already
Oh my
over.
God, you're in the
The 3
future.
other BLG players that you
Jesus.
said Russia
All right.
on 13.
My internet
I'm
can't
on
handle
basically
12.
nothing. They have to
Okay.
I'm good.
Two.
A lot
One.
of
I'm good.
control
Nice.
here. And Sword 9 goes down,
This
and
time
9 is
Yo-Yo,
going to
who's a
slowly peek out.
duelist,
He's
and
going to
have
try
him
to
on
get one. He's
face.
been spotted
He's
out.
never
He's done a
played.
little bit of damage and gets the kill as
Put
well.
slowly on a
The
duelist.
last 2 members, one of them down to just 13 HP. Russia really strong.
Very normal, very normal.
Yeah.
Together, the plan nowhere
Is the
close
volume
to
good?
being put down.
Okay.
But
We're
then
on
you said
Bind.
The health doesn't look too great for TYLOO either. A couple of players, 1 or 2 shots. I think
I'm way
we
too
saw
high.
Russia there for just a second, but 9buddy doesn't want to peek out. You
Who we
hear the
rooting
double
for?
TP,
I don't give a shit.
And now in a 2v4, they still have to clear so
Yeah, this
much
TYLOO
offside,
composition's
and
a
maybe they can
strange
get
one.
For the plant here, but at this time,
Double
a couple
duelist,
of,
double
apart
smokes,
from
and a
couple of
fade.
kills, I don't really expect BLG to
Yeah,
manage to get
I
this
think
round in any
over
And
way.
then
and
just
over
aren't they
again
just
because he wanted-
methering? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Are you kidding me? And
Wait,
it's all
Russia
left
is a
onto the
free.
rookie who
And now
doesn't
it is
check the
repositioned.
direction. Just like that.
Wow.
is that
Okay,
possible?
Russia's the GOAT.
I said, apart from maybe TYLOO having a huge misplay, and it's the guy who's 1 HP.
I think he
who I was
collated the
talking
first two
about
people in,
previously.
right?
Rusha
Yeah, he did.
getting 3 kills in a crucial
That's
position from
that's a
team
good start for
scoring
TYLOO.
2v1. What
Good to be back.
madness is this? And it's only
That's some
been one
nice
round.
glue.
Good to be
You
back.
said it best. Apart from a monumental disaster for TYLOO,
Will I
this
play
cannot
rematch today? I mean,
This cannot be winnable for BLG.
Probably
But that
not, to
disaster
be
is
honest.
Here and its name is Russia.
'Cause I need to do the player prices,
On 13 HP and not take
and
any
then,
damage at all.
my girlfriend
What
is
an
also here.
incredible start for an
So,
incredible player. And
in fact, the
I'm
stream,
afraid
if the
that
stream goes
momentum,
down at any
that
point
might
today,
just be-
hopefully it won't be long,
that
but
might
it'll be
carry
just
them
my
through to
girlfriend
this
doing
half
some
at the
work,
very
basically.
least.
Like having to download something for her work.
Round one, but you're right that you have to feel dejected for your
So if
BLG
that
player.
happens,
But
just
that
know
being
that
said,
it shouldn't
Scales
last too
really
long.
picking up wisely, and he's trying to push, but slowly already gets him.
What
Gets
the
his second
fuck
one.
are they
And just like
doing?
that 5v2,
Why are
what
we
is
on an
happening?
anti-eco
Everything that
just
should be
running
happening
through
is
the
happening.
Viper wall,
Everything
Wait, you don't
sending
like
it
just
in without
sending it
any
into B?
info?
And now just K9 and
I mean,
Lance
why is
completely
he
alone, letting us
sending
take
it
down
through the paranoia
K9
instead
left
of...
in 1v4.
Oh, this is gonna be. We're gonna have some
This game's gonna
classic
be
China
slop.
today. It's gonna be great.
Well, there goes all the momentum that we were just talking about. It's fully gone, and we are in an absolute.
I believe TYLOO hasn't
We're
played
in a
Lotus
game of
at
glue
all
at this
in
point.
stage 1
Because
either.
what was that double satchel
That's
from
amazing.
YZ? It did not
gonna
make it all the
be-
way through. He just satcheled into a wall and then got completely
All right, give me the
taken
lowdown
down,
on
and
Yo-Yo then.
It's
Shayo.
1-1.
Do you know
Yeah, I
more
did
about
like
this
a-
guy?
I
I did a
have no
deep
idea
dive. He
what
played
happened
on
in
like
either
the
of these
same
rounds, to
team
be
as
honest, and I've been-
T-Virus
my eyes
Luke,
have been
like a
glued
little
to
while
it.
ago, 7K Knights. He's been bouncing around tier 2 a little bit on some teams and whatnot.
How do you say it?
Got
But you
picked
saw
up
the-
here.
He's been
to
yo-yoing,
play-
you said?
The magic factor,
Yeah.
the unknown factor, where you're like, okay, at some
Back and
point,
forth.
even if you play this round perfectly, it can just be a
Past that,
blip
like I don't
that
know
and
if
you
he's the
just
truth
immediately
here. I don't know
lose, even if it's
why they're
against
picking
Nico.
him
And
up
that is
if they need
what
like an
we've seen
initiator.
in these last
Because
two
like
rounds
again,
with the 3K
the most
from
he's
Rusha,
played like
and
Jet
now
Rays.
this
Ball of
slowly
TW still out
is
there.
helping them get onto
True.
hold the side. And you're right.
Why?
I mean, the K9 just
Yeah, I don't know.
no chance. He just
It's
wants
like-
to
Okay,
hold the
cool.
Guardian.
He was like a stand-in for Trace for a bit.
So what you're
like,
saying is
um,
we shouldn't have that. He's not gonna be a goat.
Not too many rifles lost, or at least the count of
he
the
might be
rifles
like a
isn't
little
really
lamb
too
right now,
high,
you
two
know? Like he
Spectres, a
played a little bit
Bulldog,
in
and the rest of them
Ascension,
just
like
sheriffs. I mean,
but
what a
replacing
statement
like
from TYLOO.
CJC
1-1,
5CM with
basically
Yo-Yo
the
on
opposite
his
of what we
non-main
expected
role.
at this point.
It's like putting Shayo in goalie, you know? He might be doing some good
And,
stuff, but where's the most
yeah.
effective?
Shayo, when you were playing rematch before, you were saying that you would
Yeah.
just sit in goal and manage the team.
Yeah, absolutely. It was lit. Like when I'm playing with random people sometimes.
You can't play goal.
Yeah, but you're
You can't
shitting
play
goal.
Very
I thought you were gonna be amazing in goal, because
You're
of that.
astonishingly poor in goal.
Listen. You guys have some type of bias on my misses. But like,
What do you mean?
The first day I played, I was kind of, I was lax. I'm like, oh, haha, this is gonna be fun. The day yesterday when we played, I didn't let a single fucking thing in.
What? I wouldn't lie.
He's a goat. This guy's a goat. Again, another terrible Shayo take. He's got the Wolves Classic. This guy's a goat.
Spacing just looking rough for BLG. One by one, they peek out.
Yo, maybe he's
literally
just
just
trained
farming
somewhere
ecos.
I haven't.
I mean, when we talk about
farming
rookies,
ecos.
Every time Sideshow says like, good job, TMV gets to say, TMV, you're the best. You're the best, bro.
Yeah, because our expectations are low for us.
You were not saving.
Business as
You
usual.
were literally, you would get put in goal. You would get put in goal. A goal would, a fucking shot would fly past you within the first 5 seconds, and then you're out of goal again.
That's day one. That's day one. That was just day one. Because I was just, you know, haha with the boys. Ha. But after the Liz cherry picking allegations, after like, you know, day 2, day 3, dude, I was locking it down with no praise. I was like a trained dog who the hand comes over, the treat's not there, but he understands his role now, you know? Like,
I think I just had higher expectations for you.
As he goes down.
it's this thing, man. One of my friends told me that if you ever say you're good at a game and you ever just take it easy, there's gonna be that one guy who's like, you're not that good, man.
It's a mix of the split going wrong of having
I
focus
know,
on
But the
one
thing
and
is,
the
we're not
other.
disputing that you're good. We're not disputing.
Yeah,
that
no,
you're
you're
good. fucking
some of the goals you
crying
score are
when you're out of
unbelievable.
goal.
I mean, it's just the
Unbelievable.
thing of,
Goalie,
jumping
man.
down and then taking
You don't have to be good at
the
everything.
fight with
Yeah.
No, I have to. It's the only way. It's the only
Messi's not a
way.
great
I'm
goalie.
sure about that decision,
But they don't put
Absolutely not.
Messi in net.
I mean, after
I get
all
put in net. The ball doesn't go through. I'm telling you now, at least. The first day,
That's your excuse, they don't put Messi in net.
After going up
The first day Sean Garris was at my door, I'm not gonna lie. There were some things going on. But
FBI, open up.
I feel bad. Sean's forever now just gonna be linked to that. And just like, oh, Sean Gas. Where's at Sean Gas?
Actual 2020 looking ass trap play. Nitro stood on top of the box shooting.
No one was running
showers.
trap plays in 2020.
They were. That's a genuine 2020 trap play from First Strike 100 Thieves.
Here we
I
go.
swear to
Second
God.
time.
Slowly wants to push out again, once again, but beautiful dodge from YZ. And this guy, as I said, he doesn't need it. Just give him a vandal. And
Look, just let the
like,
slop
flash
wash
and
over
dodge
you.
it, and then he'll get to.
I mean,
But
the
that being
slop
said,
is
also
slopping
incredible
right
from
now.
Levy is getting two
They.
on B-Long. But TYLOO, it was
That-
a
like,
nice idea.
that's
It's
such an
a simple idea for a
ambitious
trap
trap
that
play.
could have worked, but, like,
They just
it's like you
overextend
only have a
so
couple of
hard.
seconds to actually do the trap, because then if you go further, then suddenly you're
Holy.
stuck in showers against 3 people and you have no way out because you're Neon and you're not maybe the Yoro or the Omen. So maybe misplay there, trying to go for the kill. 9buddy.
Yeah,
on
back in
Neon.
2020,
Obviously,
we played
Neon,
real
we
Valorant.
want to go for that. But that being said, and now slowly, as it's 2v2, the money is still looking great.
He missed
for
his ult.
TYLOO, and slowly.
Oh,
decides
he
to
got
go for
shot.
the
He got
assault.
shot.
Belong.
It didn't.
It
He
did.
threw it over the edge. And it landed on the floor. It's supposed to land on the roof.
Ceiling? Yeah, I know, but I thought he got shot anyway.
Not that it makes a difference, really. It doesn't matter whether it lands up top there or on the floor, but whatever.
Doesn't it? Because you don't scan the market cross if it doesn't.
I think it would anyway, wouldn't it?
Now the access is going to come
Here we
in.
go.
Don't know, to be honest, maybe it wouldn't.
9buddy needs 9 lives.
Can he spam it? Not quite yet.
Never mind.
What is
There you go.
happening on the outside?
If
Bobby should
anyone wants to hire me as a caster, I've never thought about it before, but
Sword 9, even
actually I
just
think I'd be
stuck
pretty good at it.
in the smoke, nothing you can do there. In the
with lines like
first
that.
normal
Yeah.
side take that we see
And
from
then you're
BLG,
supposed to gas yourself up for
results.
saying a good line.
Yeah, yeah.
Hell yeah.
On the broadcast. Whoa, what a sick line from me, actually. I'm a great caster.
Like you and Bren don't spend half the time doing that when you're casting bad games.
Yeah, no, we do. We come up with incredible lines and then we just sit with each other's cocks in our hands, just joking it. Just
That's why they don't have the
just like, oh
vertical
my god, we're
streams
so
for
good, we're so good.
Furia 2G doesn't have a vertical stream because it's just Bren and Sideshow wanking each other out.
We were, the Paper X fans were wondering why I looked so serious at the end of the grand finals. I mean, I was having to concentrate, man.
Which is a
Like a
little
side
bit,
stroke.
a little
Side
bit too many people, I feel. Maybe. What do you think? Is it crazy to say with 3 people? Do they just not have enough time, do you think?
Honestly, I think if Slowly had a rifle, they would go for it. Just for either the chance, because they still have good money. I mean, considering they saved 3 guns
Okay,
now,
come
but
on.
even the other 2
Get-
players could still
Get
buy
the op into a
comfortably.
position where you can actually do some value.
I wonder if there
Get
would have
some
been a
value from
difference,
it.
but it seems like in this case, Slowly's priority is on the op.
Get
So
it down
basically,
short.
this is just like a
Depending on how he
team.
shoots, I mean, if he
Like
not
I
hits
would
an
say,
ace,
if you
you're
ask me
like,
what's the
obviously
meta right now,
what's
I would
the
say
right
it's
idea
this.
to save, right? So a bit of a
Right,
maybe
like
a bit of
these,
hindsight
not
there.
necessarily Fate, this could
Here
be
he
Silver
comes.
instead.
Here he comes.
But like
Focus around
this-
Get a
BLG
teammate to shoot a
has-
prowler for you, please.
are winning with
Those
Does
4, I
Silver
would
even have an
say,
angle?
we're in an
If the other
FPX,
one
old
is
FPX
is
meta.
a- is
Not
a-
old FPX as an Angels team, as in.
to have for a round.
I
but look at
mean-
Slowly.
Okay.
Managed to keep his position here until he's finally pushed out. by
Okay, well, he
sheer
dragged a bit of
numbers
util out.
9buddy.
And they know it's going to be an 8-pot.
Cloud manages to get back on the side and slowly just cannot seem to get
Damn,
himself
They're not
Wow.
using the
angle
stun to
without
cancel the
being pushed
first
off
wave
the
of the
9buddy.
Viper
He's
wall,
able
which
to get
means...
one,
Oh,
and
hello,
Sword
they
9
crunched
just
it
pushes
anyway.
out. Brave. And rewarded
The moment you
for
start
that.
So the
think,
fade was
the
just
game
kind of a
doesn't
little
know.
slow
Well,
here.
Kena, the
What,
only one
do we
left
have
now.
KO for this round?
What?
How did he get that one?
Cheating!
He
Check his
gets
PC.
Does he get 3?
Oh,
Can he
God.
get 3?
Without
He's gonna have
smokes
to
against
really
his
work
op.
for it.
Yeah, this just looks too difficult. Except if slowly
Brother,
rolls, K-Knight
please.
able to push out just a bit to clear
He's
the right
not
corner,
acing.
but
He's
Was that a
not,
replay or the
no,
second
no,
shot?
and against his
no.
op, this looks.
Why are you scared? Get on business.
You gotta
Just
knock,
going for
bro.
a jump
Slowly,
spot.
you're being a little scary.
Get on this. Get on the angle.
I mean,
Get
that
on
is
body.
that
Lose
is
a
next
3v1
level.
here.
Bro.
It's gonna be hard to recover from that, and there we go,
He's
Sword
so
Knight cleaning it up.
scared.
From a nice
Bro.
position. Not expecting
This-
by Kena.
Yeah, and beautiful
rough.
retake that you can see there. Even before they planted, 9buddy still. I mean, you can see how BLG
All good,
used their
all good.
utility to get 9buddy out of showers and then Yoru even out of that front line. But you can see with that flash,
Yeah,
They're
nice
saving
flash
this.
forward.
That was a really nice
flashing everyone on side,
refighting to
and there was
pocket
just no
that.
chance. Beautiful pre-take there.
The
even
neon
before they got the
stun,
spike
Yoru
down,
flashed.
and just like that, TYLOO cleaned
then
it
pushed
up,
it for
and we're
both
once
sides.
again tied 3-3.
Yeah, we absolutely are tied again, and that was a round that TYLOO absolutely had to win. They could not afford to lose it or risk letting BLG run away with the half here. And there's another fight going on, and Yo-Yo has been really good
Holy
so far
ranked.
in his debut game here.
Oh my
The timing
god.
for the TP,
That's a
interesting.
very
You're completely
early
right,
TP.
Drusha there.
Yeah, I was
I
about to say.
125 on
Obviously,
the
you don't
clock.
have solo smoke,
Like,
so it's
his
not
gate
too
crash was
bad
not
that your brain
expiring there.
dies, but then
There's
again,
no
you're a bit
shot.
too over-eager when it comes to that. Now, K-Knight, he hears the flash.
I think
he
this was the
can
early
face
info
it,
because someone
and
needs to
he
pick up
gets
short,
the
but-
I
question is, does he
love
know if there's
taking
anyone
the
there?
pure
He knows.
1v1s. No, you're
Now,
still in a fight.
But like, you're
look at
putting the
all
op on the
attention
line
he's
of the
taking
Viper
with
wall.
him.
It
A
makes
couple
no
of
sense.
rotates there, even
Oh,
Yo-Yo
look at
rotating
this.
back to A, but the spike is on B.
Like, is indeed on B, and
Oh
they're gonna
no, they're
start
coming back
taking
to the
stack away
stack.
now. They're walking into a stack of 3 people. B should have been the right call here, but they haven't quite made it here.
Well, they don't have a
And
stun to fight
considering
short
Levius
this
got
time.
spotted
But they do
by
have
Oh my
flash
goodness.
paranoia.
Obviously, they're gonna
Yeah,
stay
but
here. And now
They're just
they're going
running
slowly.
over. No
Not
Viper
what you really
wall,
want to see.
just
A beautiful
running
flash,
in
and they
down
use
short.
The Nightfall from both sides.
Now we
So they
TP.
have info, or rather, not any info, but
Oh
they
my
needed
God.
TP.
He's still
and now
anchored,
it's
though.
all down to Scales, who manages.
Oh,
Oh,
Scales.
God.
Bro,
Just
you've
down to
got to
eliminate
Scales.
this band.
You have to at least get
Just like
one.
that, it's gonna be tough.
Your whole
Oh
job is to
my
stop the
God.
rotate coming back in, and you play just the elbow on angle and die to the first player.
Why are we taking
Free damage? Free damage?
Yeah. Dude.
The lurk through spawn. They were watching for it, and now they're
That
not.
is definitely gonna help. Unfortunately, though, Neff has other ideas.
Oh.
Nice.
Slowly
K-Knight gets the
taking
win.
7 op shots and none of them hit, and he's died.
Go on, give me the 1v3 from Sword
All
9.
down to Sword 9 here. He has to get 2. One of them's in hookah, one of them's on site. Is he gonna expect the guy on site? He does, but not really, as Neff takes
Neff on
his
an
head
off
off.
angle.
And that's a nice little
Yeah, I just feel like I'm
round from
watching
BLG.
QOR
Great
versus Sad
mid-round.
Esports in 2024.
K-Knight, even you're right, taking away the op from behind, there was absolutely no
crazy.
chance.
I'm enjoying
you
this
could,
game. It's
have
exactly
that
what I
single
needed.
flank it any other way. And now, I mean,
a good dose of silly.
happy that,
Yeah, just a
Sloan
pure
doesn't have an
palate
op now
cleanser.
because so far he just hasn't been hitting. It's quite unfortunate. But that being said, talking about hitting, we have
Was
to talk
Corrode not
about,
enough for you yesterday?
About wait, who
But the
was it?
problem is
I
with
didn't think
Corrode
that
is
was
I was like
silly.
excited
Both
to
players
watch
on
it,
both
and then I
sides.
saw the
I
comps,
mean,
and
you
then I
can
saw them
see,
play,
I
and
was
then
talking
my
about
excitement
K-Knight.
was
That being said, a beautiful shot there.
immediately
He just
dim
putting question
and
marks on
dull.
the map, and then being able to capitalize.
And we
I
ended
mean,
up
they did have one really silly
Who's
funny
casting
round
you?
where they played
Mike.
4 in B Link in the post plant.
yeah, but that's not.
That was a good one. That was.
I
a
mean, yeah,
funny
that
one.
was silly. But then, like, I mean, I rewatched it. I'm still going to make a video about it, despite how shit it was.
Well, yeah, because you know that people will click on it, even though
Yeah,
they're shit.
exactly.
It's literally just you're
But-
creating clickbait slop, where the
What the
title.
Well, no, there's
No,
gonna be
no,
still
'cause
some things to say. I'm picking out rounds where
the title,
some interesting
the
things
title
happen.
is going to be first ever time Corrode is played, and the content is going to be this was quite shit. You probably shouldn't have watched this.
No, but I'm gonna point. Yeah, but when you watch shit Valorant, that's learning. You can learn from that. Don't do what these pro teams did because they're shit.
I never have. I watch shit Valorant and I replicate it in my games. All right, Wisey's going for
Time
the
to
attack
go in the
op on the
past,
anti-eco with a
and now,
showstopper.
like, on attack as
We're
well,
in for a
interesting.
slow-ass
I wonder
round
if
here.
He's maybe gonna give up his weapon when it comes to entering side. So a couple of interesting decisions when it comes to the op on attack.
Yeah, this. I mean, he might be able to get one here if Sword 9 feels a little bit antsy and
Oh,
decides
Mike's
to
here
push
as well.
out and peek to get a
Mike.
little bit more information.
Focus on
He's
casting.
gonna
Imagine
he's gonna
TYLOO's
he's not gonna
coach is
live to
crawling
regret it,
to
he's gonna
slowly
die and
scale
regret
on the
it,
map,
which is not gonna
but
be
they are
fun.
predicted by the other team
Turns
because
out,
they
well, he
simply read
dies
their
to
players'
the
in-game
Phantom
names.
instead of the op, just getting a little
Yeah.
anxious as I feared he might.
That's fucked.
They're doing a nice little default here, even with that kill.
I love when
You
my
can see
Yoru
TYLOO,
has
I
a
mean,
one
that
solo
was
rifle and
the
is
only
sitting on the
player
B
without
side
a
as
full
my
gun.
omen is.
Now you have 3 shotguns.
pushed up.
So you can see they're all just. They want
I fucking love that
hope
setup.
that
I
they
love
catch them
that
while
setup.
trying to exec and then hopefully
Has
Save
he not
the
ever crossed
rifle.
before and he
But it's
walked
gonna
back,
be
or was he actually just on site the
difficult.
whole
Oh my
time?
God.
Oh
Does
god.
he spot the first one?
That
Or
is
he doesn't.
a
But if he
million
shoots, he could
kills
get
here.
an easy 4 kills. The Viper.
Oh
my God.
They're not thinking about it at all.
And
They're
now
not
he
thinking
spots
about
him,
it.
he
He's on him.
He's on
He
his
Goomba
head.
stomped him.
and finally gets traded out, but now it's a 3v3.
I think she was good.
And with 9
Oh,
rounds off,
dear.
but he gets spotted by Russia and taken
Well
down.
played by
with the
Russia.
Viper spit now. Now it's a bit more difficult there. Except
Oh my
if
God.
Slowly can get here and get the spam. He can.
Oh.
No, he doesn't. Levius gets him.
Close.
The
And
Prowler
it's
took the
all
last
up
shot.
to Yo-Yo.
He's got an
He
op.
managed to pick
Bro,
up
go save.
The op from YZ.
Yeah,
But
you
against the
should save
Viper's
that.
bid, I mean, that's probably no worse
Nope,
to have.
he's not.
Oh.
Oh, wait. What?
An
Clever,
absolute
clever, clever.
fumble again from the side of TYLOO.
But
Is it
also,
clever?
also just go and
Don't
get it.
Your team want that.
Yeah, also just
20
go and get
seconds,
it.
try it out.
Scary play from Scales,
Nice.
and that's a nice shot from Yo-Yo, getting it on the K-Knight. Unfortunately, there's still a lot he has to do.
Molly
The time
miss.
just keeps ticking away little by little, and he doesn't.
Winnable,
Nice
actually.
wrapping
Levius
around.
is on a late wrap.
Oh my god.
Levius
Oh,
going all
Levius
the way
is on a
around. He gets
late
the
wrap.
first kill on Russia, though. Hang on a minute.
Both of
Levius
them two
might
Oh, it's a
just
Viper.
have
Oh, he's heard a
rotated too
footstep.
far,
He's
but
heard a
he has no
footstep.
idea.
He just made a footstep
He
in
just
short.
has no idea
Oh
at
my
all.
god.
And he's in
Ah.
the perfect place to
Can't have heard it.
to prevent the full defuse.
Let's try.
Nice
a
try
bit of
there
a
from
stop
Yo-Yo.
TYLOO.
Nice try there from Yo-Yo. Even
fair
on
enough.
the
Oh, he didn't TP for the
before
op.
he started the clutch, he made sure the op wasn't in BLG's reach. Just
I mean, do
throwing
they
full
really
TP,
want an
making
attack
sure
op?
no one can pick it up.
They
now
just
you
use
can
the-
see
no,
Scales
I'm
with
saying,
the 2K, which, I
defensively.
mean, to be fair, could
Yeah,
have
they
been a
give the op
4K. But
afterwards.
on the other hand, you were happy that you
They were
get
opting with
through
slowly,
there.
right?
And now Levius,
No.
unfortunately,
Well,
for
the
Yo-Yo
defense was
with
dead,
the timing,
Shia.
with the
The op-
defuse,
the
I'm
attack
pro.
was-
getting
YZ,
off
YZ,
guard.
YZ was
Still-
a... Oh,
He's got an op
he
again.
still bought another one. He bought
Yeah.
another one.
Viper of all agents.
Okay, that's
Seems like
weird.
he's
I didn't
just
think
the
he would do
pillar
that again.
That TYLOO can't just quite get through.
The most polite.
I mean,
pop-off
Ninebody
ever
has been, I would
and
say,
claps
on the struggle
the
bus
effort of
over
his-
here.
of his opponents.
He keeps jump peeking.
YZ still has the op, and what a shot! He's
Damn.
jump peeking
Goodbye.
YZ. Come on.
Well, it seems like Slowly could maybe learn a few things from YZ when it comes to opping. A beautiful shot there, even on the jump spot of all things. And just like that, it's just clean up. They just 4v5 for TYLOO, and they need to do something at this point. They're just being so passive, and it feels like if they do nothing, they're just gonna get ran through on site, especially if they enter with 4. I mean, it's a 4v2 on site. What can you do?
Is getting ran
Can
through
you
a
do
sexual
instead? We'll
phrase?
Find out what Yo-Yo can do here.
I
I mean, everything to you is a sexual phrase.
It is
No, but
by
I'm saying, like,
default. Yes.
It's not by default.
Yes, by default, yes, it is.
By default, yes, it is. Right, okay.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing I can imagine myself saying on a cast and not realizing that it was always...
Oh,
But they
look
don't
at
get
Oh.
Yo-Yo.
You'd get away with that,
One,
surely. I don't think.
unfortunately, he had the
I mean, I've definitely
opportunity
said...
to
I've said run a
slowly
train on
get
him at
some
some point,
information and come
which
out
is,
with
I mean,
the
that's
but they have a
definitely
lot to
sexual.
do.
Yeah.
What is that
the
smoke?
smoke?
How are you playing Brim, bro?
Shame on you. You're a tier 1 pro player. That being said, it doesn't
The
really
DPI is
matter.
fucked up,
Slowly
trust
won't be
me,
good.
trust
Commentators
me.
just said the
Slow
same
enough,
thing,
he
man.
picked up the op,
Shame on you,
but
you're a
slowly, without having to have
shame
to
on
get
you,
through
you're a
this,
tier 1
even with
brimstone.
knife spotted. I mean, there's at this point,
You guys understand it, so they can actually push out, not save. Think you have a chance. It's a psychological thing.
Well, does not matter. Neff cleaning up slowly the last one to die, and it's 3-6. TYLOO have lost their grip on this half a little bit here.
I think TYLOO have played one
Every
round well
time
on defense.
it's happening. It feels like TYLOO get the most.
swear to God.
attacking
Oh dear,
early on,
TYLOO.
with Yo-Yo getting 2 there on side, but then it all just falls.
Go back to
apart
selling
when they
tea.
whiff, or they just don't play together well enough.
What is...
That
What
being
is that?
said, it also looks a bit shaky when it comes to BLG. That
Typhoon?
side hold, like,
Is that...
I think it
No.
is, isn't it? Yeah.
You
What
knew
is the
that
tea
Yo-Yo got a
company
kill while
in the
spamming,
UK?
and then not
Tylenol?
checking side, so that could have
No, not
definitely been
no.
dangerous.
No,
So also
get
props
out
to
of here with
Yo-Yo
your fucking
for
American.
knowing
What is that
when to
KO knife? Did you
press
see that
and then
KO
when
knife?
to get a kill there.
I'm
And
not
almost,
American.
I mean, he could have.
hell,
I saw it land somewhere in the empty space between
Yes.
short and showers.
Yes.
it's absolutely
See this
very
big
difficult
gap of the
to
map that
point
no one can
fingers
be
at
in?
any
No one's
one
there, guys.
player on any of these sides.
Yeah, jump peek. We know they've got an AWP. Let's jump peek.
TYLOO just keeps coming on. YZ
Or just
another
peek. What?
insane shot. Ready for
Genuinely.
jump peek, but
What
just
year is this?
prepared for a normal one.
What year is this
It
game
does kind of
played?
feel like it. It does kind of feel
Doesn't
like
matter
we're
where
watching the
crosshairs, He's
past.
just gonna flick it to your head slowly, immediately.
Like
taking
what?
out.
What's
Once
the?
again, someone
Where?
who's
Where are the
been struggling
plans?
a bit
Where is
over the
any
last
sense
couple
of a
rounds.
plan?
And the rest of them, with the slow buy that they have, Scales once again with the judge, maybe hoping to get another 2K there. But you can see BLG, they have.
These are the
time.
kind of games that
They're
Billy
just
Billy
biding their
feast on.
time. And,
where-
I mean, look at TYLOO. They're inside.
I think
their own half.
again. I think
Not
Team
trying
Mini
to have
might
3
feast in
people
this
on
game.
B. It seems like BLG in this case, they just want to go. And now Ninebody going for the skill with the stinger.
Okay,
nice
You know,
punish
the best gun in
on
all
the
of
solo
Valorant, but
fade.
Levius gets one back.
Oh, they're gonna
Now the
pinch.
B-side is
Oh,
all
the
Leviticus.
And look at Scales. How many can he get here? Place
gonna
your
get
bets.
two
It's
now.
just gonna be the one. As
Ooh.
Levius
He did
takes
actually
him
get
down
his
on
one this
3v2.
time, though.
Yeah, but this time it's not enough.
Yo, I mean, who the bucket
All right,
are
and
you
this time
not
they're
gonna
actually
hit
holding for
this
backside.
time?
No, they're not. Okay.
It's gonna
I'm
be
gonna
a
stop
very
for nobody.
difficult retake
Nobody.
here. Bucky and a Phantom.
Nobody.
No shields on either of the remaining players of TYLOO. I think they might just hang out a little bit.
No, it
and
really does feel like
CT
an
and,
NA
try
Challengers
to
game.
get
It's
some exit
crazy.
frags. Their economy is
I mean, it
not
is.
looking
It
the
is a bit
best right now. They
rough. I mean,
lost way too many rounds in a
we
row,
are
so they do get that
watching
nice little 2,900.
2 out of 3 of the
Oh,
maps that
lost
we've seen from
bonus.
China so
Yeah.
far are on
It's a
new
lot.
maps.
It's a lot. They're actually going for it.
I mean, it's
I mean,
Bind.
Bind is. You cannot be saying
It's
Bind is a
Bind.
new map.
But Rusha is
It's
there
Bind with no
to
new
help
Asian
him. No
releases,
one can
barely
get
any
past
nerfs in
him.
Bind.
He just fucking
No
Ray
one can
ulted.
fight out.
Fuck
It's a
me.
very new map. He
And
Ray
then
ulted in the
he
post
gets all
round.
of the players, and TYLOO now once again. I mean, their economy is a bit struggling.
It's a new
bit there.
map,
I don't know
guys.
if they even managed to get another.
It's a
buy.
fucking
They
new
can
map.
get
It was
the
a one of
buy.
the original
Safe.
3 maps. There are what?
It's a legacy map.
There are what?
Well,
12
exactly,
maps
they're
in the
using
game, and it was one of the first
And they-
3.
Shots like that,
Exactly,
Dude, when
and
you
they are
pick
using
this
their game
map-
plans from
that someone
2020.
can hookah and everything's going the way of BLG.
When you pick this map, you have to dust off cobwebs in the custom lobby. It's fucking.
lost right now.
All right, slowly has an up again.
The scoreline does reflect.
He's
that
gonna
as well.
TP in 3
3-7,
seconds.
BLG looking to get an 8th round on the board. I think if they get 8, it's
All right,
gonna
they
be a
landed the knife
pretty
properly this time, so
difficult
knife and
field
Prowler
for
to push
TYLOO
back
climb
9
in the
body.
second half here. Ah,
And apparently, I also have to learn
He's
how
gonna
to
get smoked
count
out here, there's no
because,
chance.
TYLOO has an easy buy. I don't know what happened to my mind there that I didn't manage that, but you can see the KO coming out immediately with the
Oh
Brawl
my
as well.
God.
9 body getting caught out, but still not a lot of damage, and even getting
Okay.
taken down by Sword 9. Who
Viper
gets
Ball?
quickly traded.
Nice.
You gotta
Jesus
get off that
Christ.
up.
Oh.
I mean, why is he
Just
apparently as
no
well,
one
because
watching
Rest
the
KO,
short
rest
push
KO.
at all.
from Yo-Yo, and now 3v3
Oh, the
wrap.
with the down KO, but then
The
again,
shawarma
don't have
wrap and
any
Oh, he
info.
died.
spawn.
He just died.
Down. That being said, the KO falls
I
as well.
mean,
It's a 2v2.
still
but
better than
no
actually
one
sticking
has
the
any info
rest.
on the other team. What a shot.
How's
Dude.
he got that? It was
Running
moving.
around, bro. Yeah.
Look, I got Rusher in my
well, he shouldn't see
underground
Must have been a
VFL
bullet
team,
it.
so
He's
we're all
going
good.
down and he does
Rushi is
have
great.
the
Rushi is
opportunity to
genuinely
get
really
Apart from when he missed that
nice
smoke.
I
Oh,
hate this.
the gold.
here.
Ace,
Genuinely
ace,
think
ace,
it's so bad.
ace.
They both didn't quite predict
Is that just
they
for
were
an ace or
there.
something? I didn't even notice that.
No,
yet.
it's when you get a 3K.
Bro, stop
When you get a
copying.
3K, it
Right,
starts
we
out.
need
Stands up,
to.
he looks around,
Lysol
there's
needs
a
to
bit of a
trademark
Lysol
this shit.
stand.
You should be getting $10 every time someone says
Yeah.
does nothing.
Get your own fucking celebration.
Even maybe would have had the chance to get the ace, but
I mean, he's been doing that for a while as well. He was doing it on
the orbit
FPX.
doesn't matter, but then the kill
Yeah,
on
yeah,
9
long
buddy
time.
and the one on Yo-Yo. I mean,
Wow,
with
Rushi was
Legacy
walking
leading
and
it
then
up
took some bullet tag and it
8-3,
slowed him
this
down
is
enough to be
looking
accurate.
So dominant, especially after the let's say the table tennis that we had in the beginning, back and forth, eco.
I think we got
Come on,
shot
TYLOO.
now.
Now 5 rounds in a row.
Why are
for
you
BLG.
He die?
What a
TYLOO, mate.
No, you should have to do a
These
quick time event to
rounds
like
have
sort through
been
PTSD before you can shoot
very
back.
One-sided.
He did do one
on-sided
FPS, yes.
BLG. Yeah,
Yes,
they
he
look
did.
shaky, but somehow it's never a 1v1 clutch. It's always multiple people left alive for BLG when these
Oh,
rounds end.
hello,
TYLOO
maybe.
need to be getting these.
Holy
Dude,
fuck.
not like
How does
that,
he-
Because YZ is way too fast at those pre.
You're right, he is a little lamb. He is
You
11
can't
and
really
10 to be
blame
fair.
Yo-Yo there.
He's the only
Top
player who
fragging
actually play.
on his team as the
Yeah.
newcomer. But
He
I mean,
did
holding up
also
the triangle and
farm
immediately
an
gets
eco round
decimated.
for, like,
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah,
Viper's
yeah.
pretty
No,
used to.
don't
God,
worry about
BLG
that.
lost the
Some kind
second,
of
and they're gonna
retaliation,
end in a
they
9-3
pushed
half after
into
losing the
Hookah
second round.
because the rest of them
That's
are
what I was saying.
understandable,
TYLOO have played
but
one
once
good round
again,
so far.
I mean, with all of BLG on B, this looks like it's gonna be a pretty easy.
I mean, their
set.
setups have just been all
It
backwards.
should be here, but look. I mean, look, there's 2 people in hookah, one of them just TP'd into backside, and they're both in backside. Nobody's
TP'd in
hookah,
for the
so
ult.
it's still gonna be possible. For
It's
TYLOO
so
to
stupid
hold
that
this,
Paranoia
they need
can
to get
stop an
multiple
ultimate for so
kills. They
long.
need to get way more than one. That's a good
Oh my
start, though.
God.
Unfortunately, YZ is way too good at everything he touches because he's just killed 2.
Call him King
Winnable?
Midas because anything.
Oh
everything
my
touches
God.
turns to gold. I should
Look
have
at it.
said that. Why did I say that? 9 buddy immediately gets
Good
one,
stun,
and
good
maybe
stun,
get the
good
second one
stun.
in his
Oh,
first
and you
round.
still lose.
Oh, player that
no.
is scaled.
Neffs holds
You
side
know
down.
somebody's gonna swing to
And
defend.
just like that,
Shoot the
BLG
player that
cannot
isn't
be
stunned
stopped.
first.
It's a 9-3 half, 6 rounds in
I
a
don't even think
row.
you slide there, though. You just deal with the
TYLOO
stun
just
guy.
Scrambling at this point, and maybe you get the reset on the half, but it's just.
Why did China stop before
What
EWC?
the
I don't
fuck?
know.
It's
I honestly
looking
don't
tough
know.
out there for TYLOO.
They just love starting early.
Everybody on the side of BLG
fucking love it.
popping off. Look at Neff, a kill and then a 180 turn and another perfect. headshot onto Hooker,
Well,
perfectly aware.
Yeah, as I said at the beginning of the day, a worse game than the one yesterday.
Yeah. Does this
Is
make
TYLOO-
BLG better? Like winning
What
this
do you
game?
mean?
It's the whole thing I was thinking about where it's like, where G2 were talking about when you're back in your region, there's so many like dog teams. Like, it's so hard to get better for international play.
Yeah, yeah.
Just one of those games.
You need
Wait, what were
pizza
you
for a
saying?
game like this.
Are TYLOO the second worst team?
The only way through these kind of games.
Maybe below them, like AG.
Maybe, yeah, AG. Maybe Tekka worse? I'm not even sure.
Tech are supposed to be goated in my eyes.
Yeah,
but
but they're not. but they simply are
but
not.
they're not. Yep.
Yeah, Elevated was telling us yesterday, Shao, that he blacklisted Tech.
From VCT China. He has the power. My chat was talking about this yesterday. It's a lot better to point up and down because when the camera's on
Yeah.
you and you're mirrored, you can't mix it up.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
change.
but you don't get the
change.
lighthearted chuckle, you know? Like, oh, haha, I didn't mean to do that. Haha.
Is that's what does it
That's
for you, the
content.
lighthearted chuckle?
Yeah, it's like, whoa.
No,
these
we
guys
need to
have
get it back in
emotions.
VCT Americans where people just smile and go, "Whoa, I'm on camera, bro! Whoa!"
Dude, the worst reactions are like when you have Sentinels versus another team and the person points like you have a Sen jersey on, the Sen face paint,
As we get
point
onto
at
the
G2
second
by
half,
accident, feel like
now
they've killed
It's
their
it's
parents.
Rob
on
Moore.
attack. What can we do here? Interestingly,
whoa, whoa, whoa,
BLG
guys, I'm
going for a couple
sorry.
of frenzies here, a gun that we haven't seen used for a
JDG,
long
I
time.
always forget about
Finally after the
JDG.
buff, so it gets 15
Oh,
They're
shit.
not that great.
more. And now
You were a
really
fucking
small, though.
JDG stan.
Why is he interestingly?
I used to be.
Yeah, and we.
Oh, the
Oh,
timing.
that's
But
a
quick
bit of a
trade from
lazy clear
Levius.
from YZ.
That's all that Nine
Bro,
Body
dude, this
was
skin is
able
so
to get
fucking
there.
cool,
Just
man.
looking at
All right, a
the
slightly
stats
better
a little
defensive
bit
setup
on
here.
that
The
half,
fir-
we can see that
Yeah,
Rush
because we've swapped
again
sides.
is popping
Well, yeah,
off
that's what I mean.
this BLG
We're
side.
now getting to
Doing
eat
a
with
lot of
some
work and
decent
slowly-
defensive looks.
he slowly quite find a shot there. He
It's
takes
gonna be a
little bit of
2-bite
chip
meal,
damage,
man.
does a
They
little
realize
bit
that
of
rounds,
they're
damage,
four
running
but
rounds.
short in
all
showers, so
damage.
now they push out through
Actually,
hookah.
damage.
I like what they're doing.
No shots found.
And
in
Neff
that
and
game,
Levius
so
back
you
up.
see- But now look at BLG's push out.
Wow.
They get so
An
much
actual
info.
defense
Rush
round of
Rush
bind.
Might even
Nice.
surprise him from behind. The question is, TYLOO.
That doesn't
what
look
will
like a
he
ranked
do at
round.
this
Passive
point?
here for Levius,
And
I
now
think.
with Levius even being spotted
Ooh,
out,
he took a
finally
chunk
shot
there
hit from
through a
slowly
wallbang.
there. And now they speed up. Now the question is, what
Why
happens?
would you
with
swing?
Don't swing,
Neff
don't
gets taken down, but
swing.
look at the two behind.
All you have to
Levius
do is
immediately
wait.
taking down scales. Just
Wait for a
Levius is like a
teammate, wait for
janitor.
the flank.
but look
The
at
flank is
Sword.
going to cook him,
He's happy if
surely.
he gets one, but it's a quick trade. And left
Not
him
now, they
two.
saw them both. Oh my god.
Please, like it's a
Movement.
frenzy.
It's not
Movement.
looking good for him. Levius with the 3K and it's that 1v1.
Your boy.
Yo-Yo's,
Yo-Yo.
yeah,
Your boy.
he's
Yo-Yo.
firing.
I mean,
He's
the
firing.
truth, what a statement from Yo-Yo. I mean, I know
Hey,
they're
to be
losing
fair, like
4-9,
he's getting into
but
these
still,
Verno
13 to
positions where he has
10.
like all the info
You
every
can
single
see
time.
even adjusting his
The
seat, he was
Verno
like, okay, let me make
positions.
sure I whiffed some
Is
more.
the Verno
like,
position when you play really well, but the rest of your
The
team is
seat on the
completely
wrong
dog
position,
shit?
something like that.
No. Well, the reason he plays well so and so is because like everyone else is dead. He's traded like 2 people.
Then you can
And there's a
rely
lot of
on
info
that,
for the
but
last
if you're
kill.
not superstitious, maybe you can still rely.
It's good
on
positions, though.
Yo-Yo,
It's good
because
positions,
This
like-
guy is still top
I'm just saying.
Well, how do you think MIBR will do now?
For the side of TYLOO, even though it's his first
great.
proper stage up tier 1 game.
Well, those are the
That's
two
a really
options.
bad start for Nine Body here.
I don't
He's
think they're
run
going to
out
What
be
do you think,
of
terrible.
TMB?
lives. He might
I
have
think
9
they're
of them,
gonna be
but
mid.
they're all gone.
I think we forget how bad like a lot of the
I
teams in
mean,
Americas are
what can
comparatively,
you
and
say
they're just going to
about
be amazing
obviously
again until they
YZ?
qualify. And
Who's
maybe should
MIBR's
be-
group,
is
though?
known to be very smart when it comes to knowing when to take his 1v1s and just
I
like
still-
that.
I don't
Russia
even think it
taking out
matters,
the
man.
first, then Scales
Chat,
with
who's in
nice
MIBR's
shot on
group?
the
They're in the
second one
wide
as
open
well.
group, I'm pretty sure.
What just happened?
Which means
Just
they could
like that
lose to
wicked
every team.
ghost of all
Yeah.
weapons, and the guns dropped.
Americas, they are in.
They got like
Crew 100 Thieves, NRG,
Yeah,
Leviathan, Loud.
A bit of a pea shooter.
Actually, yeah, they could actually.
Nothing,
They
but
could
never
do
mind. I'm
really
sorry.
poorly.
The
That's
peas hit hard. They're very fast moving peas. He's gotten
Oh my
one. He picks
God,
up a
they're-
ghost. He
they're
gets a
losing.
second
A second
one.
eco?
Again.
Oh, and why would we pick that? Let him plan.
Sword nine.
It's a 1v2.
Literally,
Sword
just
nine's the
fucking
only
wait.
one left.
Have any patience.
Nice CP onto heaven. I don't
Oh,
think that
fuck
Kane
me.
This. Maybe this should be an easy kill, but no, he still goes
Well,
behind.
that's both
Pity.
second
And,
rounds
I mean,
lost.
What can you say? At
Yeah,
this
but
point,
by
I,
different
I
teams.
feel like with some of these players,
Yeah, but it just
doesn't
goes to
matter
show
if
the
they have a
quality
classic
that we're
or an
watching.
Odin or a Phantom. They just can get a 2K from anywhere and just immediately flip the round. And it's once again another eco one from BLG, and
I mean, some
unfortunately
nice shots,
lost
to be
for
fair.
TYLOO. And I can imagine at this point they're feeling
Jesus.
dejected. Maybe the second timeout coming as soon at this point.
Yeah, it's the exact opposite of the first
That ghost
half where
skin is nice,
BLG
though.
somehow won the pistol and then TYLOO ecoed.
Well,
Now,
GG on this
TYLOO
map.
somehow scrapes together a pistol, and then BLG ecoed them right back. And now
Did they fix the KO
don't
ult
really
bug
have the guns to be
on the
fighting
HP?
early
I
on.
almost
They
hope
kinda
not.
have to
I mean,
do
it would
that.
get annoying after a while, but I guess
You're
maybe
right,
they
and
did.
Look at this spy. I
But
mean,
I hope
Nine
not.
Body on attack with a Marshall and then no shields, and the rest of them are just on Sheriff. I mean, maybe he
For a
gets
leg.
this, but no. I mean, it's slowly we're talking about. He's
I do
just
like
having
watching
a
Neff.
rough game right now, and with Neff
He's
feeding
fun
in
to watch. He's
after
one of
those
those
couple
like
rounds
And Wolves
before.
playing, Wolves play tomorrow.
aggro players.
blame him.
We
that
will
doesn't
watch it.
take
There's another game
incredibly
before
stupid
it.
fights.
I
TYLOO
think
and
it's
45
XLG are
skills
playing
so many
before them.
times, and it seems like
He's
no
fun. I
matter
don't
remember
what
who they
do,
play against.
just cannot win a
Wolves are
round.
playing FBX tomorrow.
I'm a fan of
It should be fun.
Jeff and Rusha. on
Cannot,
this
and
team.
they've really slowed it down here. They're waiting for BLG to make their first move because they're desperate.
They're playing AG.
for
Well, that
them
should
to
be a
make
fast one,
mistake
then
and
you'd
for them
hope.
to be able to pick up a gun.
You excited
to resolve
for
that, but unfortunately,
11 liters
BLG
of
are
glue
playing
to play tomorrow, your team?
uncharacteristically calm and
Yes,
cold here.
bro. Yes,
Now,
bro.
some
Against
11
against
liters
all of
fucking
the
butter.
gamers, all 12 of them.
There.
I mean, it's an easy win to begin.
It should be an
No,
easy
but
win
he
to
gets
start.
one
If you
as
lose
well,
that
and
one,
Levius,
that could.
We're not losing that one.
of damage
We're
on
literally
Sword
never
there.
losing that one.
I mean, we could talk about the Levius whiff, but he didn't even
I like
take
the
a lick of
jump,
damage.
yeah.
So Sword
Um,
9 whiffed just
Also,
as much,
XLG
if
plays
not
against
even more,
Wolves while I'm in the US,
considering
so I'm
he
gonna have to
was
wake up at
nearsighted.
like 3 a.m. to
But,
watch that
that
game.
being said, a clean round
And I'm
from
sad-
BLG,
you bet your
and
ass I'm
once
setting my
again,
alarm.
TYLOO just, I mean, they have
Yeah,
to scramble
do it.
at some point.
Let's
You
see
have
what
to
happens.
declare the amount of butter you're
Anything out
bringing
that round,
to the
and BLG
US,
just stops them, says, no, you just won't
I'm not
get
going to be
on
bringing
site,"
any
and
butter.
Are you going
completely
back and
silence
forth
the
again for
pistols
Americas?
on the enemy side.
I just want you to bring
Yeah,
your
but
attention a
it's
little bit here, Mike,
this
to the
one's
fact
pretty
that
nice.
this
I'm
is
there for like
actually
week 1,
TYLOO's
week
map.
2, and then I'm back for
So
week 5 and
losing 4,
playoffs.
11 and maybe
So,
even 5,
I have, like, a
13 or
nice
16
gap in the
would
middle.
be devastating for them heading into loaders, not just in terms of likelihood.
Do you not
of
get
winning
sick of the
through
But that also
fights in
means-
the series, but also just in mental.
What's the other option? Teleport?
I don't know. Just
Like fucking
work
sprout
for EMEA.
wings?
It's not quite working out there for
Work for
anybody.
EMEA.
I mean, he's seen what YZ has done and tried to copy
what
it,
does Brand do?
unfortunately not with the same results. Even trying to look over the smoke, but I mean, I don't know
What
why
are those
you
pushing?
yo-yo
Partners
is
with someone
in front of the smoke,
like
but
Shine.
at this point it doesn't
Like
even
Shy
matter.
Awake.
Yo-yo going for a bit
Shy,
of
the
powder,
two
just
Black
bit of
White
pistol
tells ya.
catching out one, and the rest of the players are just freezing. They're holding for a push, and at this point they
Why trying to play one game a day? They've been doing this
How
for a
many
while. I don't know.
gamers would AG have to sign
Or maybe just going for a fake here. I'm not 100%
to
sure.
the point where you would feel confident they could put together a roster that
They're
could
still
win in
waiting a
China?
bit patiently, and Neff is-
23.
Neff
I
might
thought
be
you meant-
giving away himself here, but he
I
doesn't
thought you meant
actually because
how
Scale
many
spots
players,
him.
like, would AG in a
Quite hit the
6v5
shots
win
with
champs
backs.
if they could have a 6v5 every game?
Off and look at
Wait,
the
a
amount of
6v5?
space that
Yeah.
BLG actually have
Would they
control
win
over.
champs
Ooh.
in a
How
6v5?
little TYLOO
No.
have control
I don't
over.
think they
It's
would.
not
Wow.
looking
It's
great.
more orbs for the enemy team. You don't understand. Everything
I
that
actually
pulls
don't
faster.
think they would.
Players funneling in too long here.
So you say
65
7,
not
surely
good
they
with
do.
six.
You can't lose a
Gets
7v5.
broken, but maybe
You
that's
would lose
enough
7v5
of
as
the
well.
X8
No.
can see
No,
one
they
eye
wouldn't
on
do
Dude,
the
the
other
amount of
side.
ults the
And
other
now
team
even
would
with
get, you
C's,
guys don't even
and
understand.
Yeah,
maybe
but
it's
you would
not
just
bad.
have-
It's a
you
beautiful
could
clone,
just-
but it doesn't even
yeah,
matter.
but
K not getting one, but it's
you would
quick
just be
trade,
good,
Lucia
surely.
doesn't get
You've got so
anything,
many
and
bodies.
just dies.
Think of all the util combos
one
you
guy
could
with a
do.
judge.
Thanos
You could
just
play-
snapped
I think
could-
7v5
Think of
is
the
impossible
comps
to
you could
do.
play.
Levius left in a 1v4,
Nah.
and
But they
Blake
wouldn't
on
be,
this
they
and-
wouldn't be.
I mean,
I'm on
at
humanity
this
side.
point,
I'm on the
Wait, so
far.
how-
Levius, he's
Okay,
like,
so how
guys,
many do you think
what
AG would have to
happened?
play with in order to
Why
win
am I
champs?
suddenly the only one alive?
It happens all the time
9.
in our rank games too.
9
You're
a
hanging out
9v5?
inside the
I think
X,
at
the
9,
X, that is just like-
They have
Yeah.
4 players
Am I
defending
supposed to
each
retake?
site and a floating
I thought
mid
we were
info
holding,
player
what
or
happened?
something.
I think that's what it takes.
Or they play a 3-3-3
Yeah, so the other
defense.
side would just
3
set up,
floating
they rush the other
players.
side, and you're like, well, nothing I
mean,
can
that's
do.
Even 3v3,
ludicrous.
that's a
This
risk.
stage, it
3v3
will
is such
be
a
nothing
risk
that
because,
he
like,
can
if
do
3 of
for
them
Levius.
do end up
It will be a
dying, like,
quick
that's...
round. That
Dude, the
being
orbs,
said,
like,
it's
think
a
about
bit
the
Chayo,
orbs.
difficult.
imagine some of the
You have
setups
to
you could
get
do
in order to
playing
win this
Deadlock Deadlock,
somewhat
Cypher, Killjoy, or Vice,
Yeah, but it's AG.
Cypher,
So big
Deadlock.
that even
Yeah, they
with
wouldn't
this
be running
fifth
good
round
setups.
on the board,
You're
there's still
already in
6
fantasy
full
land.
Yeah,
rounds
but we
to
can
run.
just put any util anywhere. It doesn't matter. We got so
Time of
much.
the game, they have
But
to
will they
get
remember
2
to
more
buy
after
it? Like,
that
would they be able to
win
aim?
this,
There's
or
so
at
many
least one more to
questions.
guaranteed take it
So
to
many
time.
questions.
For now, though, I think they're gonna be.
They
very
would
careful.
Okay, here's
What
a-
do they make-
here's a
You have to
different
think about
question,
salary
too.
caps, right? Like, what type of player they're signing for, like, to get 9 up
That's
there.
an
Like, it's a
interesting
fucking.
mechanic,
There's rules.
Riot, thank you for that.
I mean, there
But
aren't any salary
fun to watch
caps, but they
nonetheless.
don't have all the money in the world by the look of the players that they're already signing.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, what if you got the same
Now we
amount
can
of
see
money?
the players on site
Your
training
amount of
each
money
other
that you
and each
get
other
doesn't
and
change.
scales
You
for
still get the
people to
same
see
amount
what
for the
it looks like.
entire
And
team.
now, as we
Is
said,
it
with
better
both
to add
momentum,
more
one
players
round,
if they're forced
now
to
maybe they
use
can
worse
capitalize off
guns?
that. Nightfall immediately coming out.
Because like worst case scenario, you could just have a couple of people with classics or
Insane
something.
shot from
Yeah,
Russia.
yeah. You'd rather have the people
But
and
what's-
just bury the guns.
power,
Okay,
around, I
but,
think.
but what's the optimum? Is the optimum having everybody use balanced like stingers,
Really having the best game,
or
but
like some
when you
like
die
most
like
with
that, you can't
bulldogs
even
and?
blame him.
It takes one flip round to like pick up.
I'd
guns
say,
and do
I'd
the
say,
business.
I'd say with
For TYLOO, these
you
fast
can
pushes
buy.
just
I
don't
would go
work.
for
You
some
have
full
to wait, you
guns
have to
and
play
some
with the
sheriffs.
retakes, and K-Knights
Nah,
could have gotten
put
two
chamber
there,
in
but at
there.
least it's just
There's gonna be
one.
another
That
Asian
means
release
Yeah,
that
we
has
could
their
play
own
chamber.
guns.
Still for BLG.
All right, yeah, yeah.
Fucking 9. It's always 9. 9 is the fucking best number.
They don't need 9. They would win a 7v5.
Now,
They
Just-
wouldn't win a 7v5.
They
I'm telling you
would.
right now, it's
all
impossible.
the
They
players
would
playing
not.
off of each other.
We
And
need to-
if
we
TYLOO
need to
wants
try
go
it.
through here,
Some maps
it's
would just
gonna
be
very difficult.
impossible to
I
like
think 2G.
attacking against
Name
a
the
se-
map, name the
attacking
map, I'll
against a
give you the
team with
solution.
7 players on Ascent is not possible.
At the amount of space
2G
is,
beats
go mid.
G2 with
If
7v5.
TYLOO decide to
Yeah.
rotate at
No,
this
they
point, Levy is
maybe
gonna
they
be
can
able
beat them
to tell you
5v5. Who knows, bro?
immediately
2G's the
that they're
fucking
moving away.
mystery
Just
team.
2G are not the truth. No, they are not.
look into
They're
the
not. I didn't say the
exact
truth.
data
I said the mystery team. They're like the fucking Scooby Doo team.
But look at Levius.
What do you
Fucking
mean they're like the
mind-boggling.
Scooby Doo
Yeah,
team?
easiest kill
You
of
never
his
know what they're
life
gonna do.
once
Like who's
again.
under the mask? You know? Is it
And now the
fucking
plan coming
week
down,
2
but
Zap? Is it
Surely
fucking?
with a couple
Oh
of
my
spams.
God.
What are you doing? But
What?
I think it really doesn't
I mean, this
matter
round they
because
also
YZ
they
is there
had one
to
player
clean
playing
it up.
anti-flash be long to stop
And
the flash
his match
reclear.
point
So
for
that was quite nice
BLG,
from TYLOO.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. That's why
Fuck it.
YZ
We're
is so
giving
good.
hot ass
That's the
takes.
reason why
Loud
he's
is winning
been
America Stage 2.
in tier
Saying
one
it
What
now.
the
for
hell are you
now
talking
more
about?
than like
Yep.
almost 3 years.
I'll
Verti
say it right now.
Robbie BK.
Considering his, I think
So
his first
Luke
Lucho
number
doesn't
one.
speak English looking
Goat number
fucking
1,
loud.
Equilibrious Beast number
So he's
2,
been here for
fucking
quite a while,
Dark
and you
Drift
can
Light
see
Lord
he's
number
not
3.
about to
It's over,
stop.
bro. Loud
Lucho
5-0.
doesn't speak English.
And now 12
Doesn't need to
5.
speak English. All he needs to do is shoot
TYLOO,
and fucking be an
what
amazing
can he
sentinel,
do?
which
You
he
have to
does.
try to
What
do
He can't be an
something.
amazing
Anyways,
sentinel when he's not
Yo-Yo
getting good
just
comms
has
from
to
the
go
rest
for
of his
stinger.
team.
Dude,
And
all I
he
need
can't
to do
be
is I need
looking
Luke
for
to
why you
ping
pick
and the
up
player to
stinger,
say,
but fair
here.
enough.
That's it. That's all I need. That's all the info I
I
need.
mean,
And the rest, he gets his 2 every time.
I guess he's just
I mean, I hope he's still good. I hope
I think
so.
He just wants to go
Me too, it's
Duolingo
good.
also,
And I
dude,
think
it's a
that's the
fucking
only
amazing
time
thing when
they
you lock it
actually
down.
won.
Like, there's got to be some
It's
Duolingo
not.
coaches.
It's not. Duolingo is not a good tool for this kind of stuff. I don't
They
think.
got premium, though.
People
We
talk
never
about how
experienced
shit
premium.
Duolingo is all the time.
Quite well
Look,
being
it-
I'm just saying it right now. When
separated
Loud win, come back to
by
this.
Morris and by Smokes and
Okay,
all sorts of
okay.
things. Sword 9 though.
I'm with
That's how
Shayo.
they get back there.
Yeah, but
Ah, let's
from the shadows of
go!
being
You're with Jayo that Loud are winning
Of
America.
course I'm fucking not. He's lost his mind.
What?
I just wanted to give him some false positive reinforcement.
All right, but then who is winning? Who is winning? Hot take TMD.
Who's winning Americas?
Yeah, who's winning Americas?
Why is he even taking the TP?
I said this on Clutch Chat. Like America's is a 2-team region. The rest don't matter.
Okay, so then which of the 2 teams?
Probably G2 because they've got sense.
Oh, fucking, you're so boring, man. So fucking.
It's not my fault that your region is boring.
So fucking boring.
Your
I'll tell
region
you
is
guys,
boring, bro.
5-0s, and you guys are crying Brazilian tears. I will be.
Shall I
I'll
tell
give you a
who's winning?
surprise. Like, who do I think will make champs?
What can he do?
Well, G2 already has, so G2.
What a hot take. What a
Fork
prediction.
found in kitchen.
I'll say
man.
that Sen will.
I mean, Yo-Yo.
Okay,
looking great,
that's also
but
not a hot
unfortunately,
take.
maybe
No.
the rest of his team not quite on his side,
But then I'll say
especially
that-
slowly struggling a bit there. But BLG looking great, looking.
Do I have
solid,
any faith in 100
especially on the
Thieves?
defense side. And if they carry
I mean, crew always go to champs, so. But I feel
You're
like
all
that's...
ignoring NRG
Yeah.
are going to champs.
But I d-
NRG are winning stage 2.
Oh, how many times are you gonna fall for this? How many times?
One more time. One more time.
How many times do we have to do this with NRG? Oh, they're They're
One
amazing
more
if the
time.
games don't matter.
But they're in Loud's
They're
group.
fucking
so, like, what are you gonna
amazing.
do?
Hold on. That's C9. Amazing when the groups don't matter. Or when the games don't matter.
Oh yeah, C9. That well, yeah. Well, C9 are in an interesting spot because their group now is like they have some easy games and they have some ones that they've got Sen and G2. So this will truly be the test of are they the just the group stage merchants? Because if they beat Sen and G2 and then go out, then it's never happening.
Yeah, that'd be shocking.
They're literally never going to a tournament ever.
What about EG?
No.
EG were looking pretty good
No.
at the end of stage 1. They were looking great, honestly.
Not their year, unfortunately.
The Yay IC duelist duo in the double
but
duelist
the
meta?
slowest, most like painful, just pray that your opponent is bored strategy.
Fnatic already play like that. They made the finals of
Yeah,
Toronto.
but Fnatic know what they're doing.
I mean, I think a lot of the time they end up getting bailed out by the
Yeah.
individuals
Hold on.
too.
Let me take a look at Americas. Who's gonna be good? I mean, whoever wins Omega has a very good chance of going to champs.
And that'll be NRG.
It could be, but
Or Loud.
see, you're saying Loud. How would you? Well, let's go.
I'm not saying Loud. I'm not saying Loud. Shio is saying Loud. I do not believe that this Loud team is going to do like enough to make it to champs.
Okay, so what happens when they do? I'm willing to put stuff on the line here. Like, I'm so confident. This isn't a bit.
I will learn Portuguese.
Okay, Shaito, tell me this: out of the group Omega teams,
Yeah.
how would you rank their likelihood of going to champs?
I've no idea. Wait, what are the teams again?
Crew, MIBR, 100 Thieves, NRG, Leviathan, Loud. So basically, every Brazilian or South American team and NRG, 100 Thieves.
So, wait, say them again.
Crew, MIBR, Leviathan, Loud. Okay, 100 Thieves,
Yep.
NRG.
Okay, right. This is not ordered. This is me just writing them down. All
Yeah.
right. So, number one. Yeah, number one, I would genuinely say NRG. Not a bit. I think actually probably the highest chance. Dude, Lev might look pretty fucking good with Sado and Okeanos. All right, let me start at the bottom. I think Louder at the bottom.
Who?
Loud at the bottom.
Loud.
I think Loud at the bottom. Yeah. I think Loud at the bottom. I think the group is just too competitive. One of these, okay, let me say, one of these teams is going to shit the bed and it'll maybe just be completely unexpected. So maybe Loud won't literally be at the bottom, but I think they've got the lowest chance.
Okay.
Lev, I think, are going to be somewhere up here.
Oh,
Like,
I put
do actually
Lev
think Lev are
down
going to
there.
be quite good. Really?
Lev is
you
below,
don't
bro.
believe in this version of Lev? I think this version of Lev.
Oh,
is
I have no idea. I think that this is why I asked.
No, this
is
group's
because
this group's literally impossible.
I would not be surprised at
Dude,
all
it's
if
so
Lev
possible.
made champs. Absolutely, I wouldn't be shocked in any way, shape, or form. I've just put numbers by the teams. I think MIB. I don't know what to do with MIBR. I put them second, but that's just Aspas.
I think I'm gonna go with the recency bias and put MIBR under Lev, even though I haven't watched any of Lev, and MIBR literally made it to Masters. I'm just gonna take a punt on Lev. 100 Thieves, though. I mean, it's not that I don't fuck with 100 Thieves, but like I think I'm gonna have to put them under, I guess.
I put them 4.
And then, dude, Crew is such a fucking pain.
Wait,
in the
where
ass
the
team
fuck
as
are you
well, 'cause
putting
they
Crew?
they can just explode. I don't know. Second to last, I guess. I don't have a clue, man. I don't have a clue. These 4 in the middle, I don't know what to do with. I do feel like Loud are the least likely, though, because they've completely shifted their system. They have a couple of players that are not as comfortable or don't have the experience coming in English. And I think Robbie's really inconsistent in terms of his firepower.
How? We only
But
watched him play 2 games.
Who? Robbie?
Yeah.
He
got
didn't just play
benched.
2 games?
He played like 2 or 3 games and he got benched.
I mean, he didn't play many, yeah, but he was literally like fucking dropping 3, dropping 20, dropping 3, dropping 20.
Yeah, but like before that, in the tier previous, without the
my
jitters,
brain has evolved in order to have pattern recognition. I've recognized the
like
pattern.
2 days of games. There's
Yes.
nothing in Valorant, man. I watched more of Robbie. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
I think he's going to be better than Vinny, but I think swapping over to English speaking is going to make the team worse in the short term.
Robbie speaks the language though.
They're not common in Portuguese, man. There's no shot.
Robbie speaks the language. I think I've went over this in a previous stream. Like he
There's
speaks
no
the language.
fucking way they're
Verdi does as well. They
man.
speak the language, bro.
There's no shot.
I swear. I've gone over this. I swear to God.
I don't believe it. I mean, maybe you're correct, but I don't believe it. I simply don't believe it.
Man denies 1 + 1 = 2, allegedly.
We were talking to Nyang, and he was saying the team's going to be speaking English. Now, that doesn't mean that he's definitely correct.
Kesnet is out. What do you mean?
I don't.
The ping system's pretty robust in Valorant, man. That's what,
no, we're doing VFL.
saying.
We're doing the
No, it's not.
prices
They
for
literally
this.
nerfed it.
The VFL will probably come out
comms wheel. I'm not even
in about a week.
They got something cooking, man.
Are we sure that Verti's an upgrade over Dejazine?
Yes.
In terms of the like ridiculous opping stuff that Dejazine was doing, and the games where he was like occasionally taking over, maybe Verti won't be as good as that. But I think Verti will be really, really good. And Dejazine, it's not like he was always putting up world-class performances, but he did occasionally.
Verti played for the other. Well, I mean, are they a football team? I don't know the.
Isolos?
Yeah, because they're Club Tijuana, and they've got the badge of the football team of the Mexican football team.
They have to be.
Shayo said Robbie is the GOAT, and he never spends the entire time gassing up underdogs, so I'll trust him. Clueless. Dutch and Portuguese are practically the same. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Listen,
that does ring a bell.
Verdi's an upgrade. Verdi doesn't tilt. He carried a fucking team to be flawless in its region, in its challenger bracket.
I think Verti might be a better pickup than Dejazine. I'm not arguing with that because I think that he might have better like interpersonal skills and like fit in with the squad better, etc. Yeah, I could believe that.
Shia was right about Team Liquid, so hey, says someone in my chat.
Hey,
so true, actually.
No, but actually, no. This is the thing. He was wrong about Team Liquid.
No. I want to go back on you because I actually went back to the bot. I was actually right. I had a caveat of actually it happening in kickoff as well, so I got gaslighted into uncorrecting myself. That's crazy.
I nearly got gaslighted by my chat. Apparently, I said if Paper X won stage 1, I would time myself to train tracks, and they were trying to gaslight me into saying that I said it about Toronto.
Oh shit. That's dangerous though. There's trains that go on that shit.
You got lucky there though.
I did get lucky. I did absolutely get lucky.
I die.
I'm not rating NRG high because of EWC. I literally haven't watched a single game of EWC. I'm ranking NRG high because I think some doing a lot of the calling alongside Ethan, along with Scuba just being an outrageous increase in fragging over Finesse, is going to end up with this team doing well. And I think the only way this team can look shit is if they call as badly as they did in 2024 when Ethan was IGLing then. And holy fuck, surely they don't call as badly as they did in 2024. Surely some will make sure that they don't call that badly.
Surely, right?
Surely, bro. Surely.
Not again. Not NRG.
It's not going to be as bad as NRG 2024. But like that time too, they had Demon 1 still trying to learn how to hard entry. Mada doesn't need to learn how to do that kind of stuff. Like all of the roles make sense. It's only the calling. It is only the calling that's a question mark.
And as we know, that doesn't matter.
I don't think that's gonna matter.
That's never mattered for any team at all. That's a good point.
I don't think it's gonna matter.
It's Loud's time, man. Let's be honest. Like, let's actually not kid ourselves.
Do you believe in leader? The fearless leader?
I just believe in the players.
I mean, he's Turkish. Surely he doesn't know Portuguese.
Yeah, exactly. That if there was ever a piece of evidence. They have a ping
wheel system, man. They have a ping wheel system. It's totally fine.
Oh.
You see the round diff for stage 1? Like some of the core of the players are the same, right? And the type of duelist they have is kind of the same too. And he doesn't tilt. And like as you guys just said, IGLing doesn't matter. So why is Loud at last?
Because they're calling in English. I agree that it's a roster upgrade. I just think if they if Verti
in EMEA, I think that Liquid and Fnatic
were all
will be good.
fluent in Portuguese. I'd be on board.
The problem with
it.
the EMEA is I think that 3 of the 4 spots, like
But
even
what if
as
they are like we don't know.
maybe there's a question
bro,
over
they're
Heretics,
not.
right? There's some
No,
question
Where is
here,
Verdi
but I
from?
think that
Is
these
he from the
two
Dominican
should be
Republic or
guaranteed.
something?
And it's like
Verdi is
I,
Am I just
from-
making that
most
up?
likely Heretics are
Yeah, he
still
is. He's from
fine.
Okay,
And
so
then you're just looking at who's the
Verdi's
4th
from
spot,
DR,
essentially.
Robbie's
And
from the Netherlands.
you could argue it's
and
any of
Leader's
these 3,
from
I think.
Turkey.
Pretty. I mean,
And
even
you think
mates
they picked
potentially.
up
This group, I think,
all
is quite
3
close.
of those players speak Portuguese.
Yeah, when
This group
fucking
I have
Vegeta
less
and
hope
Goku
for.
combine,
This
they
group
could
I think
turn
is
into
quite
something
dull.
else. Like it's a fusion type thing. Like who knows if
Although
these
I
three
am a
races
Koi
come
fan,
together, what their
but I
language
do think
sounds
that Koi
like.
could finish third.
It's the whole thing. I'm not one to judge
So, yeah,
what people do in
it's-
their personal time. Maybe
like
they're
the-
learning the language.
especially if
Maybe everyone
Heretics
else is
are
learning
bad,
English. You know, you never know.
This group could be
Maybe in game it's a
pretty
different
fucking
it's a
wild,
different vibe.
to be honest.
Wait, what's TYLOO playing on this? Oh, it's a standard ass comp.
That
Wait, how
group
can
could
you
be
see
pretty
it
fucking
already?
crazy.
It's there.
Are you in the future? You're in the fucking future again.
There's no way I didn't adjust anything.
Yeah, I'm looking at
You're in
Mike's
the
head.
future again.
Mike's one of my
yeah,
mods,
I'm looking
by the way.
at Mike and Keds.
Wait, what? I'm looking at Fade.
Oh, now I'm
fucking-
looking at it.
Damn,
Hold
I'm
on, it just
ahead.
disappeared. Wait, you're not looking at Project Horizon.
No, I'm not. I should be, huh?
That's why it's so
Hmm.
different.
Sacrilegious.
I was thinking why you were in the future before.
Yeah, I just have the clean feed.
On the
And I shout him out
topic,
as much as I
Robbie
can.
BK grew up in Italy, so there's a chance he actually understands some
I started-
Portuguese.
dude, I had to stream him. I swear to God, he speaks Portuguese, man. I'm telling you. I swear to God.
Even if he
And
grew up in
he
Italy, that doesn't mean he
are
speaks
known for
Portuguese.
just
It might mean
dieting.
that he
And that's also gonna
understands
be really
Portuguese.
Okay.
And it would be better if it was
Everything
Spain.
cooler.
Lotus is very cerebral.
I know some words of things I understand, you know what I'm saying? Like,
seen so much.
I
I gotta
Zero.
count what
And
count
now
are we on? 1?
They
0?
once again they are
1,
vigorous.
0.
They want to go for this
Nice.
All
push
right,
here.
keep counting, keep
It
counting.
seems like,
37,
okay, a bit of
6,
aiming control, but no
5,
retaliation for
34,
BLG at this point.
33.
Okay, I'm with
32.
you.
They've just
go.
taken all of
Oh.
the aiming here.
Oh my God,
Usually
just
something that
Okay,
normal
sorry.
comp
What are the
versus-
comps?
defense here.
Mirror
standard.
default.
For TYLOO to take all
Standard and
control,
standard.
K-Knight
With no
might be
Neo.
able to win this fight. He needs to spot
Dude,
him
what-
out.
what-
9 body that comes out
What
on top
maps do you
instead.
like casting, Josh? We talked about what your favorite
Now,
maps are.
even
Is
the
it
wall
different,
faded
like,
out,
for
it seems like
casting?
they want to go for this push, though. The question is,
Um,
there's someone on the left. They don't. And just like that, 3 players fall. You had so much
Probably,
control,
actually.
TYLOO,
Let
and
me
he
think.
completely gave it up. And with 3 players falling in a 2v3,
Yeah, because I don't think I would put Ascent that high because it has been kind. Well, actually, Ascent now though is much more interesting than it used to be. But like old version where everyone was just playing the default
Oh my
meta,
God.
I still think it's a fairly well designed map, but it wouldn't have been my favorite for casting. I actually think Lotus is boring as fuck to cast. There's
Really?
yeah, the attack side macro is just so
and through what a perfect
Samey.
flash
flowcharty.
into trees
Yeah,
to
like
catch the
samey
people
samey.
entering through doors.
But it's fun to
and
explain.
then
Like, you can put different flavors on it every
crazy
time.
right click, playing
Kind
around
of,
doors, playing with the doors.
This
And
man is
I don't think
jaded.
it's that.
he-
I
You have to
think-
be
I
a
think
decent
Split
caster
is
for that
great.
show.
Yeah, exactly. I think Split is probably the best for
Split, yeah.
casting.
right now. But in a 1v3, you see he's just looking to see if
I mean,
he can
Haven's
take-
really good
and
too.
BLG doing what they have to do, the correct way to play this. Which
I
is
think
What is your
Sunset's
D-tier
good.
map?
And at some point,
D-tier map?
the
What's your
Sword
D-tier
wants
map
to
for
win this
casting?
round. Or at least do
mean,
some damage, he has
play
to
to
put the
play to
attack.
one, no
And
out.
now exactly,
Icebox
with the flash, with
is
the paranoid coming out, and
Dude,
now
Icebox
Still
is
shit
fun
for
sometimes.
mostly headshots.
It can be fun for a play-by-play.
If you were to make
For
a FIFA
colour.
player
Like,
card
doing his
with Valor Pro
true
players, what
impression.
It's
stats
a
would
bit-
you
Do you
use?
find Lotus macro boring when Sunset has
what else?
4
A lot of
ideas in
pistol round.
total?
I mean, great flash from BLG.
I agree.
But once again,
Abyss
I'm
is actually fairly fun to
disappointed in
cast.
TYLOO. They had such a great play in the beginning. They
'Cause
I would
killed
say
the
it's
anchor.
quite
They
new
had
and people
full
are
aiming
still
control.
figuring out the
They
meta with
baited
regards
out
to
the
Probably
fight
like,
control.
I don't know what you'd
And
call
it
it,
seems like
firepower or
everything was
gunplay,
going
but you
great.
know,
I'd
like,
probably get a
And then,
boost.
unfortunately, they went into a trap play and BLG capitalized on
let's
it.
call it
Once
gunplay.
again,
Pearl's a good
it's
one.
gonna
I
be
enjoy
another piece
enjoy
of
casting
BLG.
Pearl. The only thing that's bad about Pearl is the like
this
Maybe
spam
like-
post plans, and they don't even have
round
much
these
anymore.
rounds really well. Fresh ideas, good
about
first
Sunset?
kills.
uh,
Then just
It's alright.
not quite able to
maybe like
convert
awareness.
into actual round wins here.
Bind
Utility.
is kind of shit because you have to be ready for like
Seemingly much
execs
better
off
at
barriers.
Oh yeah,
and a lot
opping.
of
Yeah,
the
that's a good
time,
point. Yeah, that's
they
called
don't
opping
give
and
you enough
rifling.
time to set
Yeah,
up
you
for that
split
kind of
this
stuff.
into two.
Slowly.
Rifling,
play-by-play Bond is like
opping.
fucking
Even has a share
orgasm.
here. He wants to go for the confidence play.
should have just
a couple
yapped
of
Tron
other
the whole
teammates
time.
with from his
Fracture's
of his
annoying
have
to
also
cast,
the Sheriff, but you can see Kane
as a
very
color
aware of this.
because
He's
there's
starting
often
And then, like,
things happening
maybe,
on
like,
exact
vibes.
opposite sides of the
Just
map, and
wait
you
for
don't know which
problems,
one's
he's
going to
low.
be.
So if he gets
Like,
caught
it's
out,
just
that could be
timing
a
based
free
on
gun.
whichever
What a
one's gonna
shot
be the
from
most
9, buddy.
important.
145 to
Because
the
like one
dome,
person's
doing
trying to
a
make
bit
a
of
play over
damage
here,
on
one
C's
person's trying to
side
make
as
a play
well.
over here, and you're like,
YZ
oh, which one should I be
YZ
talking about? I don't know
with
which
the
one's going to happen
ghost, he's the
first.
only one
Yeah, you could
They're
put
both
eco in
trying to
there as well.
and he
Yeah,
can
yeah,
still get
you could.
spotted here.
Like if you're
He's not
really
sure
good with
if
a
he wants
sheriff
to
or
go for
something.
this, but now flashed out. They should be ready, but a bit of damage onto Yo-Yo.
Guys walked up into 3 people.
Like if you're a foot player or something, you just always win. Like you
I
can-
think I would
Fight
enjoy
here
casting
and
Breeze
not
again
quite
now,
getting the
but
shots to land.
that's just because we
Especially
haven't seen it
with
in
a
forever.
weaker buy compared to the rest of his team. Unfortunately for 9body though, he does still
I think
come
way
out on
back
top
when
as
it was so
Levius
fun to cast too, though.
starts to clean up here on the mound side.
Yeah, it was quite fun.
You had time to color
With
enough,
Neff,
and
they got slowly
Yeah.
and
There
were
just
some
down
plays
to
on, like,
Scales,
B that were
and
crazy in
Yo-Yo
clutches.
being 1 HP, and he wants to I thought he would go for the knife, but with the stinger, I mean, if he's
jumping
one
at
shot,
him
it
from
doesn't
the high
matter if you
ground
want to
with
go
the
for the jump. And Scales a beautiful one shot there into Neff, but it won't be enough.
What does play-by-play
And,
and
I
collar
just
mean?
want to talk about YZ.
Okay, well, first
The
of
fact
all,
that
it's
he has
not
a
collar
ghost
like a
and
dog
then
collar. I'm
he
not walking
takes some
around with a
pot
leash
shots and
on.
he's like, no,
It's
I'm gonna
color.
back off, but I'm gonna throw my
Like,
boob. Wait, no, my
you know,
boob
like
also
blue,
helps.
red,
I'm gonna
green,
go
yellow,
further. Wait, no, I
that
got
kind of
flashed,
shit.
I'm gonna go back. Wait, no, I'm gonna go further in. So it's always like this play of like, am I gonna peek you? Am I not gonna peek you? And just
Sancho is the
playing
best
And,
collar
and he
caster.
knows with a ghost. I mean, it doesn't matter if he
Woof woof.
okay, but
Bren's
the fact that
walking
he
me
got so
round.
much damage, even if he didn't get a kill, and then he knew
Play-by-play is the
that
person
there's
going
no
like,
way that he can
"Brrr."
overcome B. And with one person in a ghost just completely holding it down side,
Shayo, give me a
that's
play-by-play
a
example.
sign of confidence.
hey, he's
Talk
jumping to the
about
side. Oh
confidence,
my
look at
god, there's a
YZ once
nade there.
again.
Oh no, it's kind of
Talk about
crazy.
confidence.
Why don't you just cast what's
He
on
beat,
screen?
but he's
And then the
not
color
gonna
guy's
be able to
like,
peek it just like
See,
that.
that's a really interesting
the rest of
prowler because it gives
TYLOO
them the
are on the
indication that
other side of
YZ's
it.
pushed
It
up
is a
aggressively
nice
because
little
they
double
broke it
peek,
so
and they're
early.
probably just gonna wait out this
So
one
that's-
way either
yeah.
way.
Oh,
He's
fake
not
comes
gonna
in, there's a
expect it.
blast
my
back in. It's not gonna be
God, what a
enough.
shot from YZ.
Slowly taken down
Slowly
fast.
picked out mid satchel.
Could
Does
you
get
name more
traded
colors
out,
or
but it's
women?
a-
Hold
it's
on though, can't you just make up
difficult
names for colors? Couldn't I just say
trade to
like
justify.
No.
burnt?
And it's
Burnt
a
persimmon?
one-tap
Surely you can
onto
name more
slowly,
women
a
than
beautiful
colours.
headshot there, but now obviously
Surely
the
you could
one
name more
for
colors
Hampton
though, because you
Sword
could
9
just
is
make
down
them
to
the
10
fuck
XP.
up.
No, like
Maybe
ones that are ones that
Lime
everyone
green,
agrees are
forest
colours.
green, emerald green, leaf green,
Yeah, I can still
Tree
name more
green,
women than this though.
goo green, bogey green.
I don't think he did. I think he popped it, but it doesn't
It's
matter.
just so like
at there.
pick a single color and then name like
But,
20
BLG
different
is
types
so
of it.
aware.
But just name
And
20
BLG
women.
even spotted the first one going
What do you
to B.
mean? I pick a woman. Okay,
Doesn't know
you
what
can't
to
do the same thing because you can't go like you can't go like a woman's name Hannah and then just name like okay. Hannah Smith, Hannah Johnson, Hannah Wilkinson,
That
Hannah.
actually gets a kill, and Russia
You know, you can't do that because
somehow.
they're supposed
Yeah,
to
but
be
you
real
surely
people that
you
you
know,
know
like,
of.
and
They're
that's
supposed to be
what-
famous,
the net.
Googleable people.
And he's beaten them completely.
I could name 500 women, I think.
Go off!
Getting diffused, and he's like,
Fuck
"Wait,
off, you
what?
could."
How is that
With an
impossible?"
unlimited time, you don't think you could
I
name
mean,
500 women?
At this point,
In
I know
under
it's
an
only
hour,
between
500
No, no,
women.
you got unlimited time.
And it's somehow
Unlimited
feels
time.
like
In under an hour,
BLG know what
unlimited
TYLOO are
time,
gonna
my
do
entire lifetime. Of
before
course I
TYLOO know
could.
themselves. I mean, you can see.
Okay, okay. Like,
how many do you
within
think
a
you could get?
respectable amount of time. Like, how many Facebook friends did you have?
When he gets,
I don't know.
I was playing the
I'll tell you what,
popularity contest.
I think I could name only 10 of my Facebook friends because I haven't been on
Wow.
Facebook in a decade.
Yeah,
you
but
couldn't
people from
remember
your
who you were in
school. You
class
couldn't
with.
name people
Like,
from your school.
Ending the plan.
Yeah.
First name
No
and
idea.
surname.
Yeah.
Russia had completely
No,
Yeah,
I
it's
think
a
I
bit
could
harder
name
sometimes.
probably 10.
detection
Probably 10.
all the way
Wow.
into it and get
So I guess,
completely
well, I
horrified.
mean, that's not a
Yeah.
surprise,
Surname's
really,
difficult
is it?
though. You like
TYLOO are going.
I could
for
probably
a bit
name
of a
5
rush.
people I went to uni with, and I was very good friends with them.
Oh my God,
I just
look at
can't remember their
K9. Look
names.
at the amount
I'm
of
very bad with
map
names.
Control that BLG keep taking round.
I can't
Different
remember my
colours.
colleagues'
Round
names
after round.
sometimes.
If I may crow,
Bren,
a great
it's in his eye.
philosopher.
It's in his-
What's a spike? And it doesn't even matter. You can see the cleanup on all sides. Scale's the only one with the rifle here. And it doesn't even matter. Oh, never mind. He gets one, but that will probably be everything that he gets as K9 takes him down. And once again, look at this mid push. Look at the confidence that they have. And they're like, okay, doesn't matter if there are 5 people there. we're
Did my stream
still
go down a
gonna
bit?
lose.
Yeah, it might have
And
done.
with
As I
the
said,
one
it might go
getting
down
caught out
every
there
so often.
with the spike
Just
as
because my
well.
girlfriend's
I
working
mean,
until 2.
once again,
So like
it seems like
40,
the round was over before it
52
started.
minutes.
Oh,
Oh,
my stream's buffering.
yeah, mine was too. Okay, good. It wasn't
Ah.
me.
Okay, so it looks like Project Horizon might just be
Dead.
dead then. Is it?
I am
Hold
at
on.
44, 43,
Oh,
42,
for God's
41,
sake. Okay.
40,
All right, hold on.
38.
I think might be the game where we abandoned Project Horizon today. Oh, they're in a tech timeout.
Yeah.
Attack timeout. Okay.
28, 7, 6.
Oh my god, you're
25.
so far in the future.
I'll pause for you.
All right.
I'm not even in the future. Now I'm in the future.
26,
10, 9.
25. Oh my god. TMV, you tell me where you're up to.
I'm at 18, 17,
Okay, let me
16,
catch up to you. Keep
15,
talking, keep talking.
14, 13, 12,
I'm with
11.
you.
10. Are you good, Shayo?
I'm good now. I'm a second ahead for the meta, but I'm good.
对，我觉得其实去拿土坡的控制权会更加有价值一点，这样的话你能更早的骗出对面维斯的技能，这样的话会对你在后面可能的
You only need 10 people from your school. That is crazy. How big was your school?
现在小九就是在 B 点。
There was about 100 people in every year.
来吧，看一下天路暂停完的第
Whoa,
一个大
in
项分。
university?
No,
No, no, no. My secondary school. My high school.
100 people in every year. How many years did you have in your high school?
5. So it was like
You only had
500 people.
500 people in your school?
Yeah, mine was
I mean,
about the same.
it was quite nice. We were good friends with almost everyone. It was a really pleasant experience. A lot of people talking about like how they hated school. I was like, we were vibing.
Yeah, I really like school.
Dude, mine had like 1,500 to like 1,700.
That feels like you.
Yeah, but you live in Canada, bro. Like, people only live in like a tiny portion of the country.
Wait, what?
Like, you only live in like little bursts, and then there's a wilderness for fucking years.
Yeah, but there's lakes there. Do you want me to go live on the lake?
Exactly. That's not how
In the
England
lake?
is. In England, it's
That's
just
what
village,
America-
village.
We only have 500 people. That's kind of wild. What happens, like, dude? If there's drama for a while. Then you can't even like Assassin's Creed blend in the crowd. That's crazy. What the fuck?
Yeah, but honestly,
You get over it. You deal with
Yeah,
things.
like with their children, they forget and move
Yeah.
on very quickly.
But then, like, what about like your like the multiculturalism of like learning from people? Like, you only got 500 examples.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
my
and
school was very
probably
white.
it was a lot less multicultural than yours is anyway.
True. True.
I mean, I lived in a small town. There was like a couple of Asian families, a black family, and basically everybody else was white.
Wait, so, and like, what is the largest? Like, in London, do they have like 2K people schools, like 3K
Yeah.
people schools?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah,
mean,
I went
don't
to
know 'cause
I went to
I'm not
uni
from there.
with some people who went to very big schools in London.
Oh, okay, makes sense. Just like, was prom and shit important in like your guys' high schools?
Ramen?
Prom.
Prom.
And shit.
Oh, prom.
Ramen?
What the fuck
was,
is
was prom and shit. I heard you say was prom and shit, and I was like, prom? And I don't know what prom and stuff even is. No, prom was not particularly important.
Yeah, no, it was a thing that happened, but
I mean, it only happened as well because they just stole it from US culture. It's
yeah,
not
and I
something
feel like it
else.
got looked down upon because of that as well.
Wait, does
Yeah.
Britain celebrate homecoming? Is that a thing there too, or no?
No.
I don't.
That I still don't understand what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
That's like when you go home for like the summer, right? And so homecoming is like coming back to the campus and whatnot, celebrating like a new
Makes
year.
no sense. So you're literally not coming back. You're coming back.
Why would you
from
come
home.
back for the
You're
summer?
home leaving. You're home leaving, not homecoming.
No, but like a lot of the people like in uni and whatnot are coming back to like their homes on campus and whatnot.
Oh,
you know?
okay,
Like,
yeah.
They're
coming
not your.
back to-
That's not your home.
Wait,
that's your
what?
school.
No, that's home, man. That's family.
Wait, you go back in?
You know
You
what I'm saying?
go back home in summer. You don't go to school in the summer.
Some people did sometimes. The majority of people, I assume, like in the summer, would go back home, go like work a summer job or something, like in their hometown.
Yeah.
I thought homecoming was a sports event where
Yeah,
they
but,
did
it
like a
happens
big.
within sports. Like that's where it's. But like in general, like homecoming is celebrated as like there's a homecoming game, like that's usually a football team. That's my understanding of it, but maybe I'm wrong.
In the US, it's the final home game for the football team. Some do soccer.
Final
Homecoming?
home game.
I'd rather be at home coming. Am I right, fellas?
How's
Yeah,
the
good.
final game if it's in October?
Good one, Rainy Day Boston.
What's today like in Canada, Shayo?
Fucking sweltering hot.
No, I mean like because it's the 4th of July, and obviously you don't celebrate Independence Day. I get that, but like Canadians, it feels like, you know, you're kind of one step in, one step out in American culture.
Yeah, I was talking about this the other day. It's actually really similar. We just have a different day. Usually it's like they have Columbus Day. We call it like Columbus Day instead. Like it's a different guy did a different thing. We have to have the same.
Oh, I thought you actually.
Columbus.
I thought it was Columbus then.
Instead of like
Actually,
Independence, instead of like Independence Day being shared on the 4th, like our Independence Day, I think, or Canada Day is like 3 days before. So like it's in the same. Our Canada Day is July 1st. So we have the fireworks. We have the fucking flags, the I don't know, bacon, maple syrup. I don't know what the fuck Canada does, but ours is on the 1st. Theirs is on the 4th.
Is that when you became a fully independent country? The 1st of July?
I think so. Maybe they won like an esports event. I don't fucking know what happened on the 1st.
I don't think that's how the British Empire decided to give up Canada. Because
Yeah, don't you know it was a game of Pong?
how is Russia not winning that? Could be the first round here, guys. Could be the first round. Hold on.
God, I'm fucking thrilled.
Yo-Yo's got this shit on lock.
Do I play GeoGuessr? I did once upon a time.
他还没有烟，但是现在奈夫可能稍微等一等吗？对，
Smoke?
有烟了，直接 C。对面反手给爪子，是一个包上的烟。哇，但是这个爪子爪到了有点难受，而且还有手稳，操作的难度还是相当之大的。
Oh, go on, 6-1. Nobody beats TYLOO 7 rounds in a row.
有的时候这4个人准起来，这5个人准起来真的有点不讲道理。对。
当然这一分的话，我觉得小九那个石门方向的一颗点头啊，也挺关键的。
Now I'm even looking at the schedule for Loud. They just have the best setup. Like I don't know.
我哪怕是亏一个人，我还是在 A 点把这个人补回来了。
Loud have the best setup.
Yeah, like you're facing Leviathan first, like a mystery, like you're confident. It's not like the best team in the world. They've got some roster switches. Then you go up against fraudulent NRG, who's probably lost their first match because they don't have a leader. Then you got Crew. Their fucking logo's pink. You're the better team with green. 100 Thieves are in there. At that point, they're probably shaking in their boots because it's week 4. They always lose week 4. Then you got MIBR. By that point, you're up 4-0. You got the confidence to take down like the lobby leader, so to speak.
You are hoping more than I've ever seen a human being cope. You need to be sent to the ER.
I'm wearing a pink shirt. Oh shit.
所以这个其实是范若华的一个杀招，如果你赶进去出门口，范若华推出这一波是非常凶悍的。
这个剃刀藤蔓的位置非常靠后。
We picked up a pizza slice at the exact same time. It just felt like a natural
TYLOO punished the
position. This is my last slice. Unlucky.
Open up an avenue into A. It's a huge resurgence. They finished the half 6-6. We start talking about Valorant.
No.
Now let's log back in.
I can live in my own fantasy world for a while.
TYLOO need 2, like they can only afford 2 losses, right? Like if they want to make champs.
What? Huh?
Want to make champs? Let's start with winning a game.
If they want to make champs, they need to get to the finals of stage 2. So they need to just get to playoffs and then win in playoffs.
Which is like they can only really afford like 2 losses in general. This is gonna be one of them, which is
yeah, I guess.
按说地神有点慌，但是另外一边。 Lucia 又是他开了旋转门之后拿到一个双杀。
Lucia just opens the door on.
Yeah, I mean they're just getting walked on by Lucia.
Hold up, Slowly's got some sauce.
Yeah, I mean the Slowly trade though was good.
2v2, I can't hear what's happening on site.
Prowler.
Brother, skills. I know you're 1 HP, but
bro, today has been a shocking day for Slowly. He was getting nothing done on Yoru map 1, and now he's 1-8 on Raze map 2. What have they done to my goat? What have they done to my TYLOO goat?
Yo-Yo's taking his aura, man.
Yeah, maybe.
He was whiffing, like he was in.
Horizon already back. Honestly, we'll probably only be watching for about 10 more minutes.
So much.
He was in quite passive positions too, a lot of the time. Like he was doing a lot of playing from A heaven.
Yeah, and he was early TPing like 15 seconds before.
I blame
for no
Magnum.
reason.
He had some nice ideas, but I don't think his team was also like. If you're playing a Yoru, you at least have to have some good ideas about how to set people up in the early rounds.
Yeah, but
I mean, like set the Yoru up.
You were never down.
Yeah,
That's
because
what I
like
mean.
Omen was like peeking the opposite side of his like where the Prowler's coming from, late to break the Prowler type shit.
They must have just thought that Slowly was so good on Flex that he would be able to carry them if they put him on Duelist.
Yeah, but like you know, you stretch a rubber band far enough, it snaps.
He's
Okay,
like the
pizza
perfect
devour.
square block, but they're trying to fit him into a circle hole.
Damn, but sometimes it does fit into the circle hole.
I mean, yeah, it depends how big the circle hole is, you know?
Yeah, stretch that. Never mind. Chilling.
I
You got a
knew
square
it. I
block,
fucking
bro.
knew
You
it.
need to go to the
As soon
doctor
as-
about that.
Dude, sometimes like you go to the bathroom and you're like,
But
damn, I
that
can
is the
take it. You
situation
know,
that we
like
find
some of the
ourselves in, and
results
they're
that come
gonna be
out from
looking
those
to get at
performances.
least
Yeah,
like,
I know what you
holy
mean.
shit, you know,
I know
like
what you mean.
like in a different
But
life,
then-
in a different career choice, like I could be a star. Like
They have the Viper's Pit on the side of TYLOO. The question, the
You know
problem
what
I'm-
with the Viper's Pit is you have to use it after you get to site, which is just.
I
the-
just need you
the
to think about what
difficulty
you're saying.
That TYLOO has had so far.
Alright,
So yeah,
shut
if you get to site,
Before you say it, just have a little think.
first, and then we can talk about the Viper's Pit. Once again, a B push, but look at 4 players here for BLG. 4-1. And with the
Alright, good cancel, good cancel, good cancel.
Holy.
They have completely
And now
locked down
pivot.
every
You
side
baited
and
out
slowly
the
doesn't even
thorns,
wanna
you
go
baited out the
to B
seas.
anymore.
That's good,
Not only
that's
because
good.
of all the YouTube, but because of all the players there. You can see TYLOO scrambling. Okay, they get the wall. This is what I want you to do. They get the info, they get the wall. Maybe a couple of rotates there, but they're still chilling. They still have a couple of players in B, a couple of players in C.
Or did the orb
Maybe
fuck
this
up because it hit
A
one of the
re clear.
players?
Seems like they want to go for this.
Oh,
The question
they're
is
going
how.
to A.
Yeah, but how difficult will that be against a player like Neff on top of that wall?
I'm
It's not
sticking.
just
Hold
Neff,
up,
why
actual
he
no
is-
man in the chat. Are you watching the
my bad.
XLG game
Bye.
tomorrow?
Goodbye.
Wait a
See
second.
you
Yes,
later.
my goat.
Buddy.
Is that the
Bring
actual
glory.
no man?
Spots them out, he's
It,
gonna get out of
it
there,
is
he's
actual
gonna
no
tell
man.
his
Bring
team
glory to the team, man.
They can fight it, and YZ has just made his
What,
way
you
back.
want him to change his name to bring glory to the team, man?
No.
On the B side, now trying to help his teammate, maybe a bit something open
I
up
just,
for 9
dude, I'm
Slowly,
so
once
gassed up on
again, caught off guard,
XLG,
never
and then
mind,
they
his
just
team
flopped
managed to get
for
the spray,
for
but now
extremely
K9
reasonable
and
reasons.
Neff just comes from behind,
Toronto.
he
All the
gets
timing.
a beautiful spray down. Levius
Hate
getting
one.
the last one as well.
Yo.
And
Easy
once
stuff.
again,
Oh
BLG
dear,
just on
TYLOO.
top of things, 8-1. What a scoreline! What a statement from BLG. They're just not backing.
I want the game to
down.
be better than this, though.
I
If you're
have
up
to-
9-0 or something, I need
have
you to do a bit of
wonder
tossing
why
because
they insist on this.
I mean, this game is
4-1
brutal.
split on a 3-side map. It hasn't worked for them, and it isn't.
it does
working
feel a
for
bit
them
weird.
now.
The fact that China only has
They
one
did
game a
change it
day
up
as
a
well.
little
If you get a
bit.
shit game,
They couldn't make
it's
it
like-
just over.
with the team.
It's just
Oh.
over, and it's like,
Well,
what
it's
was
only
it?
for these 2 days,
They tried
right?
it two
The rest of
times, and
the
it didn't
event is
work,
too
and they've just
super.
gone back to their comfort.
I think they do
4-1,
this
but
in the
I'm
future
not sure
weeks
if
though
they're
as well,
gonna
don't
be
they?
able to get
Yeah, they
more
did
than
this in
one
stage 1.
more round on this half if
Yeah,
they
they
keep
they do.
insisting
They have an
that
extra
this is how they
broadcast
wanna
day,
play.
so
This
they do
time
1-1-2-2.
Oh,
I don't know if it's just because
instead
to
of 2-2-2.
maximize revenue or something. If they already have the arena.
I think things get quite different in China because there's more like media rights companies, so I think they're able to generate more revenue from the media rights companies or
Always
something.
great info, but now look at Scales.
They always
I
go
mean,
all the way to
1v2
Sunday.
surely just
I thought they
flash,
stopped on
and even
Saturday.
Molly just run through it,
I
and
think
it's
they
easy.
normally
It's
do
Oh
not
my
bad.
goodness,
For
what
YZ,
is
I
that?
meant YZ, I was never talking about Nev. Scales trading
What the
himself out,
fuck?
basically. And now the rest of the players.
Are you in the
creeping up
future
on
again?
C,
Yeah,
and
might be. I went
Levius,
back to Project
beautiful
Horizon.
shot from Sword 9 there.
For
and
God's sake.
finally they have taken
59,
sides. It's a
58, 57, 56,
Keep going, little boy.
55, 54, 53,
Okay, I'm good.
52.
Use,
Perfect.
cannot use the
When am I
Viper's
streaming
Scales
till?
is not alive anymore.
Well, this
But
game
now in the
is
3v1, even with a couple
probably
of
gonna
players
end
solo,
fairly
I don't
soon.
think he can manage to do
And
this. He
then
won't yo-yo there
I've
to
got to
help
come
his
up with the
team.
prices for the players on
And
VFL,
this
and then I'll
will
probably
be
end the stream.
their second round.
So maybe till about
And an
three?
absolutely vital round.
Maybe
for
half
Tyler to
3 if
pick
it
up
goes
here,
on a
and
bit.
it was done off the back of that 2-2-1 with Scales getting.
But then I want to
not
make a
just
video as well
kill,
about the
but actually information.
road
that
map
there's
that
at
happened
least
yesterday.
One more person in a main.
Thought that was a
in the
weird
form of YZ,
first kill.
And then 9body getting a very, very important kill here onto YZ at B, further creating confusion on the side of BLG. Incredibly important, and there's Neff trying to figure out where everything went wrong for him.
But still, it's 8-2, as dominant as it could be. YZ spots down one, has to back out of this angle. Couple of pot shots here. and
Also,
there
Josh, I never
so
asked, what
far,
happened
and
to
they have
Brent
that
at the
B
grand
rubber
final?
Control, excuse me, the A main control, and 9body once
Um,
again wants to go for that play this time.
so,
There's someone helping him
like,
there.
a few
Lucia
days before the
training his
grand
teammate, and
final,
it's a 4-4,
he caught
and
some
look
kind
at
of illness.
Levius
We were
once
going.
again, just the
Mimi,
confidence to go
every
on this
time we have a
flank
listen, I
and
don't
then
want to blame
just
Mimi.
have the
Every
full
time we have a day
info
off, Mimi
and
comes up with a
NPC.
plan for us.
no,
She is
Scales,
our
you can't be
fearless
whiffing
leader.
that, Scales.
And the plan for that day
Absolutely
was that
cannot
we
be
were going to
whiffing
go
that
out
when you're down
to
8-2.
the
Unfortunately,
Toronto
he
Islands
does.
which is like a ferry ride, and then we were going to go canoeing. And it was raining that day. It was warm, but it was raining. And so we went cycling instead. All of the canoe spots were closed. So we went cycling around the island for like a few hours. And I think Bren caught some kind of illness. And his throat was just destroyed after that. He woke up the next morning and like his throat was just really, I think he must have had a cold or something that he caught. And so he took a couple days just like chilling. He didn't have to work too much. And then he thought his voice had completely recovered. And it hadn't. So like in the grand finals, his voice was super strained. And so he was like really heavily focused on that. I think he was also exhausted. It was also like 30-something degrees inside the arena where we were. And for whatever reason, there was a fan pointed at me, but there wasn't one pointed at him. So I'm just kind of chilling. And I didn't realize how overheating he was getting. So like it's a really difficult cast because his voice is like on the verge of giving out at all times, and we're trying to manage that. So I'm trying to take like more of the big moments and like constantly like checking in with him to see how he's doing. And then it gets to the end, and he's like clearly physically exhausted, but I thought he'd just be all right. And so I messaged him. We walked back. The fans are always asking for signatures and stuff as we leave, so we snuck out the back route to avoid the fans because Brent couldn't handle it.
Of BLG
and then as we leave, a fan finds us anyway, comes up and goes, "Oh, can I get a signature?" I sign it. And he sees Bren just sat on a bench nearby, head in his hands, and he goes, "God, I didn't realize casting was such a shit job. He looks miserable." I was like, "Yeah, he really does, doesn't he? He does look fucking miserable." And so we went back to the hotel, and I was like, "Oh, Bren, are you gonna come out and have a drink with everybody because we want to celebrate the event being over?" And he's like, I don't really want to talk or exert myself too much, but yeah, I'll come out and I'll have a drink. And then I didn't hear anything from him for the rest of the day. He went up to his room and I didn't hear anything from him. But once he got to his room, he realized that he had like heat exhaustion, like heat stroke. So he ended up calling an ambulance and going to hospital and getting put on like a drip for 30 minutes. Which he said sorted him out. But
that's crazy. Holy
yeah,
shit.
I was just fucking drinking by the time I found out. I literally I'll tell you when I found out. I found out when I saw it on Reddit the next day after I was flying home. I was just scrolling through competitive Valorant and I saw a quote from Bren's Discord of him being like, "Yeah, I had to go to hospital because I had heat stroke," and I was like, "Oh fuck, I thought he just went to bed."
That's wild.
So, yeah, it was
Classic
somewhat
Bren.
eventful, but I didn't realize how bad it was in the moment.
So basically, you caused it by hogging that fan.
Yeah, I think so.
He's trying to put the blame on Mimi. That's crazy.
Yeah, trying to blame a woman.
No blame on Mimi. Mimi sorted out a really nice day out for us. Wasn't her fault that it started pissing down with rain and Bren caught malaria or whatever.
Didn't Egg go to med school? But famously, he did not complete that. Maybe he didn't do heat stroke.
Famously, I didn't complete it. But also, Bren just looked exhausted. His symptoms.
I mean, his voice, you could kind of tell, was on the brink of collapse.
Yeah.
Like even like map 2, map 3.
Oh, and apparently, which I didn't realize, like being on ADHD medication makes you more susceptible to heat stroke. Which was something that my wife was telling me when I got back and told her the story. She was like, "Oh yeah, quite a lot of people with ADHD who are medicated for it are like at higher risk of that."
A little sneak peek I got from them. Nope, they're doing 4-1.
Something
That's
to
fine.
same with
I'm okay
SSRIs.
with
Same with
I'm a big 4-1 hater, but I'm okay with it on
SSRIs.
pistol.
Right.
And you can see the
Didn't know
Vice
that.
wall
It's
immediately
tough. It's like
set
it's
on
always
C.
nausea and
Seems like
dizziness,
they
right? Which is like
just
hard
wanna
to
go
gauge
quickly
from an
C,
outside
maybe,
perspective.
excuse
Like
me,
people
B,
can power
maybe
through
a bit
that
of A
too.
control just
Well,
to
he
put a
also
couple
said that his
question marks
limbs
there,
felt
but you
heavy
see
and
as a
numb,
pack,
and he
Oh,
was heavy
like
breathing.
an
So it was
anaerobic,
like
I don't know, maybe
It was
there's
very
another team that has an
obviously
animal
like
name,
something
I'm
was
not
wrong.
100% sure.
Yeah,
But you
yeah.
can see just together as a pack.
But it's
3
showing now,
people
though.
on B. But it seems like they're backing out.
No, he died.
Ah,
It's
tough.
unfortunate. Yeah.
They're playing this a
Shout out,
lot
Brad.
more control.
Shout out,
than
Brad.
they did, at least in the early part of that half here. They've noted that there's way too many people here on A, and they've just made a very, very quick
We've lost the game sound.
to see here. And the
Surely
only
this is
person
a good
here is
comeback,
Ninebody,
with
but we've
TYLOO
seen
winning
what
the
he can
pistol.
do.
Surely,
He's gonna
when
have a
VLG
strong
win this
game
pistol,
out.
they
Now
just end up
joined
winning
by his
13-6.
teammate Scales, and that's going to be a big help in holding this because that's a lot of delay.
Yes, and 3 players from TYLOO immediately onto C. Pivot B would be amazing, but they obviously don't have the info, so it seems like they just.
This
wanna back
ghost is
off.
so cool,
The
though.
problem is,
That's the
mean,
coolest
is
ghost
this
they've released in a
Fnatic
long
playing,
time,
or
I
why
think.
are there only?
What
40
is the other
seconds and
best
they have
ghost?
No map control. 5 people in spawn.
They've just gone fully. It's like the round just started, really.
It's like the
way
most
that they
common
just
other
are in
ghost that
spawn,
people
it's
use.
just like the round just started, and they have somehow.
It's
taken
kind
round
of fucked
control. They
being
might
bold
not clear
and,
Sword
like,
9 here. They have to
warm
clear Sword 9 here
because
they might not.
flies
What?
lovely.
But it doesn't matter.
Oh,
He can't
shit.
hit his shots.
Or do you have
Like
the
it-
sweat that attracts that stuff?
Well, I don't know, but they love hanging around above my bald head. My bald head outputs so much heat that it attracts flies and they just swim in little circles above my head. It's like actually having an unusual in
Are you
TFT.
sure that's not because you stink?
Sure, that's what
Well,
I
it could
say.
be.
Don't they usually do that for people that stink?
It could be me just absolutely.
That's that
smelling
sideshow
like
stank right
sewage.
there.
BLG could quickly.
But you have
But I-
flies in your home, or like is this when you're outside?
No, when I'm playing tennis, right? I'm playing tennis, and I
Online
can't
or
keep them off
to
me.
get this last one,
Online?
and he
What the
does
fuck?
so.
No, I'm not
K9
playing
got
rematch for
forward
tennis. I'm
now.
not playing
playing
Wii
Wii
Sports.
Sports.
And well, we were talking about how TYLOO needs his pistol. Well,
When I'm on
Of course
the
he's
tennis
playing
court-
real
There's
tennis,
no other way to
Shio.
say it.
He's a true Tory.
No, there is no other way to say it. Scales doing
All right,
his
all right.
best
Allegedly.
to get as many as he can, but it is
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
playing
I've just
tennis
got,
is
I've got
quite-
the team
it's quite
captain with
Tory.
flies, unusual
of
effect.
a 9.
But like, doesn't that give you sort of a buff? Because like you got more eyes on the ball,
Yeah, you're
and
right.
like
TYLOO have
It's
to
got
get
attack or
Have you ever
defense
tried
sided?
serving when a fly
you're
is
gonna
like
have to
trying to get
pretend that they
upside
don't
your
I think
have
it's
nose?
too early to tell, to be honest.
Yeah,
it's
Do you never know
distracting.
what side of map is going to be?
Oh,
Because,
I
like,
mean,
for instance,
that's
let's take a look at
Still
Sunset,
do
right?
this.
When
Interestingly
when
enough, I thought
Sunset
they would go
came
for
out,
A here, but it seems like with 9-4, it's maybe not
you
quite
know, a lot
enough.
of people,
Think you need
myself
to go
included,
for
were
a
like,
force
oh,
here,
you're just
and
going to do
that's
A hits
beautiful
and
way
B
to
splits,
start,
right?
slowly with the
But then it
monster
actually turned
headshot.
out that the
That's
way of playing old Sunset was
good
just
first
do a
step
fuck ton
for
of B
Slowly
hits
there.
and just
Nice
camp
for
in B
Sword
main
nine.
and spam the post
what's
button,
the
right?
time for you guys?
But before that was,
Maps. And even with this, what a shot from
Before that
Sword
was
9,
discovered.
Maybe a bit overeager there.
I'm on 15,
Now slowly
6,
holding
14.
the speed side
Oh,
down.
shit.
13,
Scales
alright,
maybe even
12,
said we're gonna go for a C pivot, but
10,
nobody's there, just waiting for them. And
8.
it's
I'm good.
beautiful. 1, 2, even spots the 3, the third.
But yeah,
it
when,
doesn't matter. Now
Sunset,
Neff alone with the
you know,
stinger.
it was discovered that
And
the best way of playing the
I said
map
they
was
needed
just
the
to...
eco. Seems like they're gonna get it.
Gonna get another fucking eco.
All right,
unless
good
they
eco from them.
monumentally throw the rest of this round, they've got it. It's
3
four-
out of 4
It's
ecos.
4v1, and
Um,
that is an incredible.
But yeah, the...
Which is it,
incredible way to
13-6
keep
TMV?
yourselves in this game, and it's a great.
Oh, I'm feeling
choice
worse
to
about
pick
that now
up
that they lost this eco.
by
Another
that
eco.
Marshall for Slowly, and he gets a pick.
That's how it was
Was
heavily
it an eco?
defender
Was it a
sided. Yeah, but
false?
that's
I
my
wasn't
point.
paying
Like,
attention at the beginning of the round. I was talking
you
about
can
flies.
think that a map looks one way, but if
they
someone
lost
discovers
the-
something
they
that's
lost the
broken on
game.
the map, then it's not, is it?
Oh, right.
Now,
Saying that a map
they
is
have to
one-sided
show
or
the
the other
last one,
sided?
but they managed to pick
Plastics.
up a
I
couple
mean,
of bulldogs.
obviously they
That's
won the
gonna
guy
be
with the
great
sheriff
for the
or
next
the-
fight.
Early on,
Just
it's
to build
just-
their economy,
yeah.
and now 5-9.
You just you might as well just flip it. You might as well you might as well just flip a coin.
coin.
Because as soon as someone discovers,
Ninebody was supposed to be the goat.
as soon as someone discovers
fuck
like,
is
oh, this
making a
is an
Reddit
OP
post about
defensive
best
cell,
players
or
from
oh, this is
China
an
and
OP
said
attacking
Ninebody
cell,
was
then
one of
it
the best
flips
players.
what side it is,
Oh,
right?
they were mispronouncing Bukashu. I understand. It's a very common thing that happens.
Don't get eco.
But
Don't
they
get
made
eco.
Do you mean nobody?
You have to win this round. You have to make it 9-6, and then maybe even win the next one. So this is.
But I think early on, like, I would agree
the
somewhat
buys
that,
from
like,
both sides
early
would
on,
suggest.
like, just looking at
It
the
does seem
map,
like
there
Billy
are quite a lot of
in
tight angles that
regardless
you
of
could play with a
towards
bunch of different
the
weapons,
full
but people
stack
won't. That's the
towards
thing.
C,
Like,
they just have
you,
worse
people always
guns
say
and
that,
more
oh, you
trees
could
that
do
are
this, you
maybe
could do
pick
that,
up
but
few
then
guns
pro
This
teams
is a
never
nasty
fucking do it
angle.
because they just all fucking buy rifles anyway. But yeah, like, we saw in the EDG game that there were quite a few ecos, which I think there could be.
Shots there for Ninebody, doesn't manage to find anything.
And there definitely will be some
double satchel, a beautiful flash there, but unfortunately DPs Rhines into the arms of
danger
Nobody,
and things,
Scales
but
joins him in the kill feed.
I would say,
Yo-Yo.
like again, it's one of those things. You could say
And
it
out
looks
of the
defender-sided, but then
5v5
generally
onto the
early on,
5v2,
maps tend to be more
Rusha and
attack-sided.
K-Knight
Like just
basically
anytime a
looking
map
to
comes out
maybe-
early
I
on,
mean,
it
K-Knight will
tends to
have
lean more
the
attack-sided
fatal
because
after
people,
this round if he
because it's
manages to
easier
fall.
just to rush
Maybe
B
just
than it
wants to go
is,
for another kill here.
you know how
Doesn't
to
seem
properly
be happening.
rotate and,
Rusha gets taken down. It's just left to one. K9 never mind.
you know, come up with
Nice
good
shot
defensive
onto one,
setups.
but Scales gets the trade. K-Knight will have his ult up for the next round, but that being said, now 6-9. It's only 3 rounds between these teams. It's slowly
Okay,
getting forward.
9-6.
It's slowly turning around for TYLOO.
Gonna need BLG to lock in.
Is far
This
from
one, otherwise we'll have a game.
And yes, that was just a save round, but there were a couple of crucial mistakes by the side of BLG too, with, you know, particularly that Omen shrouded step and.
Oh, EDG's. Look, I don't think either of the team's comps yesterday were very good. Personally.
What do you guys think about YZ on Raze compared to Neon on this map? Like, surely it's because of Tejo not being here, but I kind of like the Neon more.
Yeah, I think either's fine. I think YZ's Neon is a bit better than his Raze.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think either of their comps were very good yesterday. I just don't get why you wouldn't play Viper. I just don't get it. Like, I just think if you're going towards A, having some kind of secondary smoke there is just gonna be. And I guess fucking who were they playing? Tech were playing double smokes, but if you're playing double smokes and one of them is a Viper, then really, what are you doing? Like, unless you have, like, some very specific, like, Yoru TP plays that you want to do, I would just ask, like, what are you doing?
We're taking space on this Raze. Maybe he's not quite used to playing this agent. It does seem like they should have stuck to their Neon comp for now, but now, BLG, both sides have bias here, and this is still a round that
I'm talking about Tech.
have to win.
Tech played double
Their
smokes.
money is not in great shape.
Would a
They
no
could
duelist be
but
viable
then
on that map?
again, TYLOO may be being baited for a bit of an A push here. The question is, Rusha, are they going to wait out for the smoke?
You have to
And
go
if
A
so,
a lot.
What will happen? Rusha, beautiful one tap there. Sword9 wanting to trade his teamate, but he cannot.
Look, anything is
Yeah,
viable
it's
if you
down
have a
to
good
the
enough
road
plan
for
for it, but I
Rusha
wouldn't say it's
with 2
optimal.
kills.
But they're still gonna
This
run
is
into the
start
entire
that
setup
BLG
at C.
wanted. And Scales
Hello?
feels like he needs to go
And
for
we're gonna
a push
overpeak
here
past
just
our
with
utility?
9 body. And
Sure.
even though they have 2 players on basically 1 HP, Yo-Yo is still
Shayo,
gonna struggle
you're
along
taking
on
this game
1v3.
far too seriously.
A devastating round.
It's
for
fun
TYLOO
though.
to
I mean, we're
lose,
seeing cool stuff. I
especially
want to learn
since
more about
Rusha
TYLOO.
could have been.
They've
I
never
started
played this map
opening
before all year.
I started opening my mail instead.
Did you on stream?
Yo-Yo, the last
Yeah.
one left. He is probably still gonna try to go for this.
Anything good?
Anything interesting?
And
Well, I
in
got
hand,
something
but I
from the
don't
bank.
think he's gonna be able to get much done.
It's ominous, like something good, or
Unfortunately, he stepped quite a bit there.
I
so
mean, they
BLG
want their
know
money
exactly
back.
where
You
they're
failed to
at.
pay your tax
He
for
was
the
diligent,
4th year in a
he's
row.
probably gonna be the one, at least one. But that being
No,
said,
my Emmy
it
arrived in
seems
the
like
post.
the time it has worked for BLG.
Nice.
Once
I was
again, the
just,
Lyser stand up.
Just
But
pogging
from
over
now on,
that.
I'm just gonna call that the statue. Just standing.
How
there,
big
not
is it?
doing anything. And now
The
10 to 6.
statue?
Yeah, why not? And that's around.
Don't know, bigger than my head.
Has worked.
It's bigger than your
Our
head.
coach here.
Yeah, it's bigger than my head. It's like
A lot of scrappy
as
rounds
big as my
there.
torso, maybe.
I mean,
but not
there's
no,
also
not as
world
wide
where
as my
with the 2
torso.
players
That would be
no,
insane.
HP, I believe 2 HP and
Not
17
tall
HP. You also
It's a
feel
little
like, okay,
bit,
what happens if
little
they
bit
do
shorter than
fall
my
down?
cock.
Suddenly it's not a 5v3 for BLG.
Probably
but it's
about
small.
15
It's
inches,
really
something
small.
like that.
different. You can see how these small mistakes can compound into a won or lost round.
Absolutely.
Nice
and
shot.
that's
What
a
is slowly
really
doing, man?
Big pick early on in the round.
What
for
slowly
the
is KD
BLG
at now?
BLG.
7 and
Yes,
15.
takes
Okay,
rid-
he's
gets
picking
rid
it
of
up.
Slowly, who
dude,
I
it's time to
believe
drop
had
the op.
outlaw,
I don't want to see slowly with another
just
op for like 2 matches. I don't give a fuck.
They're gonna head
I mean,
towards A here.
but
There
also-
is a person in rubble, Sword9. He's gonna
Shouldn't
have
he
to do
just
a lot
swap
of
roles
work to get at
entirely
least
with Yo-Yo?
one, or
But
get
Yo-Yo's
enough
doing really
information
well.
that the entire
Like,
team
yeah,
can
but
rotate,
wouldn't
because
Yo-Yo do better on
otherwise, I think
Duelist?
with the numbers the way they are,
Might be more
Yo-Yo
natural on it, but maybe they tried stuff and
Uh,
slowly
Tyler
just wasn't up to
Duelist.
par on the initiator role comparatively to Yo-Yo.
With their
Yeah,
start,
maybe.
Duel is gone. Seems like an explosive night.
But hey, maybe they
here
could
that
change
just
it up.
wanted to clear.
They're not
The
wrong.
problem is now they don't have a lot of.
They don't have that
info for
time, that much time to
for
experiment,
the
man. They
side
can only
itself.
afford what 2-3
But
losses.
Sword9 will get spotted out even by the Prowler itself now, and Yo-Yo has to
Oh,
somehow
come
decide.
on.
That's a good way to help him with the reveal onto the enemy. But Rusha not quite getting the kill there, and it's a 4v3.
the trade still is good as Sword9
You can
gets
live
taken
one
out
Phantom
with the
bullet.
blind. Fully
Doesn't matter.
blinded and Scales spotting out
Should win
Rusha
the
and
ult
getting
the
rid of
round,
him very
surely that.
quickly, and the
Oh, maybe
Rumble
not
fight does
now.
not go the way of 9 body dying to
Can they
them.
live? I mean, It's not
He
planted for.
has to defuse, but he can't.
Oh, you lucky boy.
Scales,
There's only
impact.
one person left. It's
Nice.
Nico.
Wow,
It
Scales.
scales all day.
Redemption.
What a performance from Scales. Give this guy an
Oh,
M.
that's Aura loss. That's Aura loss. You can't stand up.
What do you think about?
You can't stand
No
up.
duelist
fucking
comp on Icebox? No
Giving
duelist
it
on
to the
Icebox,
other
it's fine.
team and then trip over your own
I'd say it's
chair
even
leg and
optimal.
nearly fall on your ass.
Oh, what did I say? It's optimal. I personally, I would probably play Yoru on every map. But
They can legitimately do this if their team members can keep doing stuff like that. I mean, an incredible, yeah, sure, they lined up a little bit, but it's still such clean spray control and a reset to get the last person coming from main. BLG, I mean, 3 rounds, it's not unsurmountable, but they're going for a very fast A pick here.
TP and 0 Snake. Oh my god.
Slowly getting caught with his pants down.
No way.
And just like that, it's a quick right retrieve for Neff, but it's
nice
quickly
replay.
gets taken out by Scales. But
Oh,
YZ
good
is
trade
not
as well.
able
Wait,
to
Scales
trade.
is activated.
We're at the stock market here.
Oh,
It's
the
just
flanks
trade
won the
after
round.
Trade after trade, and we're left in 3v3. But look at the gun advantage now.
Unless you lose that to a ghost.
K-Knight once again another kill with the ghost in this round.
Bruh.
And what should
What
have
the
been an
fuck is
easy
going on in this
kill
round?
Turns
What-
into a
what site are we
horrible
going to?
nightmare for TYLOO.
Horrible nightmare is
What
putting
are we
it
doing?
lightly. Sword
Why would
Knight
we
does
not
get
just
the
wait?
kill on Levias, making it a 2v2, and they do still have kind of a gun advantage here, as Russia only has just this sheriff in hand, but he knows
Wait,
exactly where
we're
he
not going
is,
for the gun.
and
We're
the
going back
shot
into
is
B.
way too clean, and he might
All right,
He's a go. He's a go. Shut up.
They've just completely lost an eco in a stage where they absolutely
you can't lose that one
cannot
to the
be
ghost.
affording to make these
You
mistakes.
push out C, get a 1v1 with a ghost here. I mean, that's got to be a 100% fight. You can't ever lose that.
Just getting caught with the pants down between his inside a smoke and then getting killed. You can see by Neff there, and even with a couple of trades, if you're in an eco, if
What
you
are some
manage to
other, like,
get
good
to trade
standing
every one of
emojis
your
to do?
kills, then you have the advantage.
Off a
the
chair.
stand-
Because you managed to get
Do you
so many
mean
guns out
in
of
real
them.
life, or do you mean
And-
actual emojis?
I mean,
No, like in real life, where there's a
11 to
live source
BLG,
stand,
7-11.
right?
If you could do
TYLOO once
a
again
on the
is just
desk
struggling.
handstand, that would be
11 is
unbelievable
not a
aura.
great score to be at,
You pop
especially
off and you just
when
hop
BLG
up
winning
on
this
the
map
desk,
means that BLG
legs in the
win
air.
this series, and
With your
That'd be
headset still
crazy.
on?
too eager to take this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
with
guess
your
so.
headset still on,
Showstopper
yeah.
might just
Your head's
be
in the same
wasted,
place,
and it
you're just
absolutely
fucking-
is. They haven't actually even
Well, it's
fully
upside
cleared
down, but
rubble
yeah.
until they do just
Yeah.
now.
Well, on the Z
Good
axis,
news
it's the
is,
same.
it seems like they're gonna go C and they have a Viper spit there. Bad news is, it's only the Viper in C. So you can see finally.
I wish you were
Yo-Yo
allowed to do the
going there
X2C
maybe
desk
for a
slam. That'd be
couple of,
fun.
a bit more
With your
help
heels?
on that side.
With
And
your
slowly now
heels?
it's his
Is
that
turn
a
to
thing?
go for this
Before?
info.
No,
Like,
I've never
he
seen that
basically-
before.
He's ready for the
You
jump.
push
He
yourself up
almost
on your
spots it,
armchairs, right? Like
almost gets
hovering,
the shot
and
right
then you
quite.
bring both
You
your
can
legs
see the
down
AoE
on
now
your
coming
desk
out.
as a slam.
You can see
Like your
BLG
heels.
Oh my god.
from one side to the other.
See, that's
They're just
fun.
playing with their food. They're just waiting.
He
for
really
the best
is
time to
a
pounce.
gremlin of a human.
If they go back to see this, not the Viper spit is not gonna have gone anywhere. So I'm a little confused as to
Overwatch
what the
did
game
that,
plan
so
here is from BLG.
it's
but
understandable.
yeah,
Oh,
again,
they're
going
cooking
back to
here.
the person
The late
alone.
pivot back into a Viper's
Yeah,
pit.
25
Yeah,
seconds,
Brazel.
straight back into the pit.
Oh, they missed it.
Pop the fucking thorns!
You know where he is, you know where he is, you know where he is, you know where he is.
The question is how many more can he get?
that's
He
unlucky.
gets spammed out.
Two people go straight
So
past him, and then he
nothing
dies to the
Spike,
range.
hello?
The steel garden being used.
fuck me.
Arusha not quite getting the kill.
Does
These
Yo-Yo win the
kills
round?
Are just not going on the side of BLG these
didn't
last
swing.
couple of rounds. But the spike gets planted in a 3v4.
It is a good position to be retaking from TYLOO. They have a lot of control.
No, we're both
Waterfall
are.
and CT completely open, and the rest of BLG are kind of stuck on side the last three remaining members. That's a nice little shot onto
Oh,
the
it's
head.
good
It's a
game.
nice shot from K-Knight as well. 9-body getting taken down. But it's
K-Knight?
Fortnite, the only person that
Ooh,
can get a kill. And so
ooh.
alive, and he gets a second one. Levias
Your
takes
boy,
it down.
slowly, he's back.
For
Nice.
TYLOO to pick up.
He's getting back
Well,
into
We know
things.
slowly shouldn't play.
Gradually.
Shouldn't play Phantom or Vandal.
Hold
just
on.
give him a Guardian. Two beautiful one shots from there.
Has a VCT player done a
Finally, you can
backflip
say-
mid-match?
Isn't there a
I
rule
don't
against
think they have.
standing on the
By
desk
turning
because
up,
of Demon
and
1?
with
I think
those
it
two
predates
kills,
Demon 1, but
at
it might
this
have been
point,
a
I
reaction to
actually
that.
believe-
But
I'm
I
100%
think doing a
sure that I
handstand
actually
doesn't
playing
count.
table tennis, because the rounds
Because your
are
hands are
legitimately
supposed to
just
go on the
going
desk.
Back and forth.
And like, they wouldn't
And
penalize
at
you for
this
having
point,
really, really
if
heavy
you
hands.
Get a bit of momentum.
That would be.
Yes, but-
could be
But it's
embarrassing.
carrying your
that
whole
would
body
be
weight though.
anti-disability.
When
Yeah,
activating
but that's what I'm
certain
saying.
Conditions, it's like there's a certain
Yeah, so
amount
it's
of weight
not
you
it's
can
not
put
about
on
having
per
heavy
seat.
hands, is it? It's about
I feel like
Well, no,
he's
because
been
that's what I'm
at
saying. Like, if
since
you had one
9-6,
player, all right,
I
let's
think.
call him
So
Jim Bob,
TYLOO,
and he just had 100-kilogram hands.
a healthy distance.
Okay.
from
They would still
BLG,
let him
but they
play.
need to close that distance a
Okay,
bit
so
more, because
now
we're getting
I've got my
towards the
hands in
tail
the
end of
exact
this
same
match.
position that Jim Bob
Once
would,
BLG get to
and they're still
12,
putting 100
you
kilograms
can't
of
retreat
force
down.
down. It's just
That's
that my
way
entire
too
body
far, and that might just
is
be the
above them.
start they need to do exactly that slowly.
Why
No,
does
but
that?
they're putting
Like,
down
what's wrong with
even
that?
more though, because the rest of your body is also on
Rusha
top
was
of that.
top fragging for
Yeah,
his
but that- but
team
no, but
and
that's what I'm
has the
saying, I
Viper
weigh
still.
100
I'm
kilograms.
not 100% sure about that play.
So my
especially
whole
when
body
said
weighs
weigh
100
You weigh
kilograms.
100
Hands
kilograms?
weigh
No. So your whole body. No, see, this is where I'm confused.
It's just
You
so
can't have your hands
useful,
weigh
such
100
a good
kilograms, and then your
resource
whole
that you have
body
on your side.
No,
also
no,
weighs.
Wasting
his
it like
Jim
that,
Bob's hands weigh
I'm not
100 kilograms
100% sure
versus
about
Okay.
me,
that
my
from
whole
Rusha.
body
That
weighs
being
100
said,
kilograms.
seems
Jim
like
Bob's
the rest of the
fucking
team
massive.
maybe playing- you can
He's
see
like
Wisely
Andre the
playing
Giant
with
looking
the door
ass.
there, maybe
Okay,
putting some
but
pressure
even
on
if he was Andre the
BLG,
Giant,
but
he
the
could
rest of
not.
the
His
team are
hands
gonna
could
go
not
into
weigh
Sword
100
9, but
kilograms.
Sword 9
His
is just
hands
ready
and his
for it.
arms,
Even
which
with the
also
flash,
you're
doesn't
allowed to
matter
put
if
on the
he gets
desk.
counter flashed. Slowly is there to
You
help.
And he
understand
could be
this would
leaning.
No one's
He could
hands
be
and arms
leaning.
can weigh that much.
This,
It is
this
not
would
possible.
be a 700 kilogram individual then. Like,
Right, he's a polar bear. He's not a human, he's a polar bear. Jim Bob the polar
he'd be
bear.
a whale.
There's no rule that a polar bear can't
It's really
play.
fucking rude. It's
What the
really
fuck is
rude
a
to call him a
polar bear
whale,
doing?
actually. That's fat shaming, and that's fucked from you.
700 kilograms?
Get one kill. He manages to get a second one as well.
It's just-
fat shaming. That's
Aim in this game
He's
was
just
woeful.
endocrine disorder,
All I
okay?
needed to be a constantly full of these
to win
bums.
this round, but
Oh,
how does he get up
Unite with a god tier
He has
clutch.
7 XP left. 2 people remaining.
Oh, imagine
Simon.
that would have been
Simon
insane.
flashbacks.
I mean, in a 1v5, do you blame him for getting
Now,
3 and almost
all
getting
I'm saying
sniped
is-
down? I don't. I mean,
I
you can
don't
see,
think
and
that's against the
that's
rules
also one
to do a
great thing of
handstand.
BLG that we've
As
seen
long as
the
it was
resilience
safely
time and
controlled.
time again, that
Well, the rules
really
right now
doesn't
say you
matter
can't put more
if
than
it's 0 and
85
12
pounds
and
of
it's a
force on the
1v5.
table, like
They're
per their
gonna
terms and
try
conditions.
their darndest.
That's
They're
not the
gonna
rule.
try their
And even if
best.
it
You
was
can
the
read it.
rule,
I have it on my screen.
He's
right
got
now.
the fucking dock up.
if
Bro.
I leant on my table, I could apply more than 85 pounds of
But it
force.
doesn't really matter. It's just
Yeah,
the
but most
fact
pro
that
players
you
aren't
use
as
that you're
fat
like,
as you.
okay, it doesn't matter. I can be 1
I think it's I think it's the idea
Also,
is they
that
can
implies-
enforce it when they want. They
That
can enforce
implies
it
if
when they want.
Oxy jumped on the table, he would still be within the rules.
Oxy's more than... But jumping
so
is an
many
extra
loopholes.
force. I know,
He's
but
not jumping. He's slowly,
You just
gradually,
said he-
carefully getting on the table.
Yeah, but like the weight of the pressure on him in the moment is also added to to
What
his
you
body
think
weight.
the
you
you think
take
that the
physics?
weight of a moment physically makes you heavier?
Absolutely. Absolutely. 1,000%.
The gravity of the moment. Literally.
It adds up, man.
So he can do it when they're smashing Fury at 12-1.
Yes.
But when it's
they're
close
like
versus Sen.
13,
map 3.
12 overtime, you can't get on the table lock, so you got to be careful.
Okay.
You're gonna get a
That's why
fine.
we should be measuring things in newtons.
Who?
What if you... Huh?
Who?
Never heard of him.
I'm joking.
You know Newton poked sticks in his eyes
Fields
to figure out
rifled by
stuff
that
about
top
colors?
frag Rusha. So maybe
Yeah, is that how you know
this-
so many
this draft
colors?
was just
Yeah,
so
dude.
much
Oh, lime green, emerald green, comic green.
Goo green, as he
Hero
said.
handle from Rusha
Me with a
is
stick in my eye.
risky as well. So even though they've not bought, this can end up being bad for them, but it doesn't matter because
Oh,
Rusha
how
got
to
one
lose an
from
ego.
Rusha
101.
again. Gets one as well with his sheriff. Only Sword 9
1 minute
was able to get a
15.
kill,
Don't
and
commit to C.
somehow
Come back to A. Take
TYLOO
A.
are
Okay,
down to
fuck
just
it.
2 members off the
We
back
commit to
of
C.
an incredible
Fuck it. Go with a bad Viper
double
spit
kill
and they
from
can just walk
Rusha.
around.
I think he
Yeah,
did
what
that
the
just
fuck
to
is
shut
this
me up,
spit?
and I do apologize, Rusha.
I mean, it does lock.
Yeah, as long as they
Waterfall
play
now.
inside, it's fine.
What can I say? Rusha, who's been so dominant, getting those 2 kills with the rifle. Normally you'd be like, okay, let YZ take the rifle, but no, it's Rusha.
Nice.
Yeah,
and
this game
YZ
is,
still with his rifle
over.
of his
It's
own.
over.
And it's just
But
like a
closer
one
than
yo-yo.
we
I
thought
mean, it's
from
gonna be
TYLOO in this
12-9, it
half.
doesn't matter
Again,
how you put
does
it,
that
it's
matter
gonna be
to my
match point
day at
after
all?
long and arduous last couple of rounds for BLG.
I mean, I got to learn a bit about
They will
TYLOO.
get
This is
to match point.
it was an exciting
Rusha,
experience, no?
I mean, what
But
can I
did
say?
you
Really
learn
like I
anything
said,
you liked
he
about
was
them? Because
my
I learned
pick
some things that
for
I
the one
didn't
player
like
that I'm
about
looking out
TYLOO.
for, even though
Ah,
you
yeah,
have
I
people like
learned that
K9
Yo-Yo's
and YZ,
transitioned really well into
seasoned
an initiator
veterans on
role.
the team. I was
Yeah, he
like,
looks
there's
pretty
no
good, but do you
cool
think
way
he
to
should
this
stay
guy
there?
wins. I mean,
'Cause I'm still
almost
not
all
convinced.
kills on Viper.
I I think someone
He's not been
needs to-
performing better than Slowly when
This
Slowly
guy
was on this role.
was a monster.
Yeah, but
All of
I think if
stage
someone just
one
gets
and
into Slowly's
earlier
game and
today in
uninstalls the
Bind
scope
as
from
well,
all
and
his guns,
just
he might play better.
continues to
I mean, then
show
again,
up
Slowly, it's not
round
like
after
Slowly was
round
playing
after
more of the
round
flex
here on
stuff anyway,
Lotus,
right?
and
Not necessarily
yeah,
the
they're on
like.
match point. And again,
Maybe
Yeah,
maybe
somehow
Yo-Yo's
TYLOO
going to
are
be their
again
straight up
3
hard
rounds
initiator.
below. So
Maybe
they've
they're going to be
come
running double
very
duelists,
close
double
repeatedly
smokes, and a
to bridging
thingy the whole entire
distance
time. Who
here, but
knows?
they haven't
Yeah, they might do.
quite been able to get closer.
I mean, it's a double
with the
smokes
3
meta, so you can
rounds,
do the
and,
most creative
well,
things, I guess,
they
in
might get a
comps like
10th
this.
one here. That's the pattern.
Okay, will
Yeah,
this
what are
be
you
it?
guys' corrode comps? Like, what do you think is corrode? Maybe you talked about it yesterday, but
it's just 2. But both of those were BLG, so that's why they managed to grow their lead.
I have no idea.
To now, I mean,
I
still
really
number
don't like
3 for,
theory
so
crafting
many
in the
rounds,
beginning
but
of.
it's still match points. So at this point, TYLOO
map skills.
cannot afford a
It's just
single
easier to let the
round
pros
loss.
figure it out.
dude.
Well,
Bruh.
that's a really
That's
bad
unlucky for
start.
9
Dude,
body.
I
because
love
Lucian
Omen
has
Viper on
just
that map.
found 9 body
Yeah,
and taken his head
it's
completely off.
the
and
fact
there
that
might be a
neither of
nice
them played
fight here from
Viper to
Scales,
me
and
is
he
just like-
does in fact get YZ.
Yeah.
It does seem like
That's a
you could
lot
get
of space
an
that they've
enormous
actually
amount of
managed
value
to
from
retake
on-site
by
Viper.
just getting that kill and
setups.
pushing BLG back.
It does
all
feel
the
a bit
way
like Split in
to
that
A,
sense.
where Yo-Yo lies in wait with Phantom in hand. He has to get more than one. He can't even really manage to get one for now. He's gonna wait here. He's gonna try to get more.
I was also surprised neither of them were playing Fade.
What a disgusting.
One of them
Fade's
played
also
Fade.
really good on that map too.
I think Fade solo is always good, but Fade's just better in
I
value.
know you're a great player, but from that range against 2 players
Double
that
Prowlers
are
plus
one
the
of who
home.
is full HP, you
Yeah.
just won't get a kill with a shorty.
I think Sentinels are like Cypher Vise is also really good, and then you got like Yoru Neon.
Quite a lot of space here, actually.
Yeah, I
for
think
the
if
Beast
I think if I was
position.
gonna make
It
a
might
comp,
just make it
it would
work.
be
It is dodged though, but it doesn't matter.
Bruh.
Neon
Neon,
is coming in from
Fade.
Sword9 has no idea, does not expect
Play Neon
it
over Yoru.
Viper.
whatsoever. Does a person having a person
Yeah, I think so.
CP? This retake is
Neon has some
disappointing.
Because
cool
I
tactical
think the
that you
stun,
can-
Spit does
I think the
help.
stun is going to be
So much damage
super
done
good
slowly. He has to do
on that map.
so much
I
with
think
so
it's going to
little.
get enormous value.
Yeah, no
even
chance.
Well,
What?
GG.
Yo-Yo and Scales even
Hold
spotted.
up,
and
Yo-Yo
nearsighted.
moment. He only
And
needs
I
1
thought,
HP.
Yo-Yo down to 8 HP. It is the beginning of
GG.
the end.
Come on, man.
At this point, they can just spam it. He has no chance. And K-Knight, once again, on another 4K that they can get. Not even a chance to
Well.
spam it. A nice idea. But just a bit of counter
Oh,
spam will
GG's.
be the end of it. K-Knight getting his 4K.
Was it GG's?
And after
I mean, they
No.
pushed it back from 6-0 to 11,
Oh.
12, 13,
Yeah, I
9.
mean it was yeah
Okay.
better towards.
What
the
we're
end.
gonna do
Like, imagine
now
if
is
your
come up with
friends
the
playing, you'd be
prices for
like, "It's Saturday.
VFL.
Yo, good job, guys! Like you did such a nice try. You know,
Shall we?
We
Shall
shall.
we
Let's do
become
it.
pro players?
let's fucking do it."
I'm just checking to see if
Listen to BDOS interview. Oh, is it BDOS doing it?
difference in
Speed us all, the
sort
only
of
one who
team
does-
play and overall game plan between.
I'm
these
not
two
required
teams, and
for
I honestly,
another
I've said it so many times, and I have to say it one
power.
more
I
time, Mike.
think.
I did not like the way that TYLOO played that attack.
Are you moving still?
We want to
However,
play. Yeah,
we
I need to
did
help my.
see some
My
incredible,
sister was moving
incredible
yesterday and
peaks
today.
of
She
brilliance from these
she still
players
has her
here,
old place
especially
for
from the
another
likes
month,
of-
so
of
she's like
Scale,
trickle moving,
Scale.
which
And,
is better for her
Yo-Yo.
stress, but also means
And
that
Yo-Yo
I
as well.
can't
We
just get
cannot
my
neglect the
good
newbie.
brother helping
Yo-Yo
points done
was
all in one day.
incredible,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if she just
Top-
had
I
one
believe if
fucking
I
moving
remember
day,
correctly,
then I
top
could
had
help
the
her all
first
day,
game,
and then
I
that'd
mean,
be
if you're
nice.
looking
And
at
instead, I'm
TYLOO
like
and wondering
slowly
what
going to
went
be
wrong,
required
I
to do things
believe
over the
that
entire
the
month.
first thing you have to
And
look
then
at
my
was
cousin is
slowly.
moving
I
today
don't know if he was set
from
up
London
correctly.
up
I
to
don't know if he
York.
just, I mean,
And
there were a couple of
so
instances where he just couldn't hit his shots.
I'm anticipating
am prone to
maybe
believe
needing to
that
help
it's
a
just
lot
that
with
maybe
that,
he
but
didn't have
she
enough
has got
breakfast,
professional
or he
movers, so
just
maybe
didn't
not.
do his pre-game ritual enough. I don't.
I
think we
mean,
have to go to
why is
drastic
everyone
measures,
moving
but
houses on me?
slowly in his next
I was
game.
about to say, is there
Two house
like,
movings in one?
He's still
Is there an
a good
earthquake happening or
duelist
something?
and
Like,
still
what?
Yeah.
worthy of being in the tier 1 team.
I
because
mean, no
this
particular
map
reason, I think.
just-
Oh no,
this
actually, there is a
game
reason
just
because
wasn't it for
my
him.
cousin has a
Yeah,
bed
I
for my
mean,
sister, so they wanted to sync up
really
their moves
struggling,
together.
especially to
so
get
that the
those
bed
first
just went
kills
So the
straight
bed
from
could
one
get
house to
moved.
the other.
maps in both
Yeah,
Bind and
exactly.
in Lotus. I think he needs to.
I also
That
have to
seems
help
like a
my
pretty
sister
big
carry a
commitment for one
sofa.
bed.
being set up by his team. I think.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not really
It
ready
is.
to buy a house, but hey,
Tylo
you're moving, so I might as
couldn't
well.
quite set it up, but yeah.
Yep.
Look,
Well, then
on the
it's
other
a
side,
rental
though,
place.
let's talk about the winners for a second here, because
For my sister.
God, YZ
Anyway,
was incredible, but
um,
even more than
I
YZ,
think
I think you know which player
I want to play
talk
some
about
rematch
is
again. Any interested parties?
I
Yes.
A little cheeky hour of rematch.
I need to do some other other work.
Yeah, so I hate how much you're like prioritizing your YouTube channel, man.
In my job.
Just give up and play. I know it's your job and shit, but just do what the rest of us do. and play video games for fun on Twitch and then rationalize it as being your job as well?
No, I can't do that.
Oh, tragedy, man. Tragedy. Do you want to play some, Shia?
I'm already like in free play.
Both ends of the spectrum, bro.
You
Both ends of the spectrum.
know?
Crazy.
Well, good luck.
All right.
Well, maybe
All
once
right.
I've done this work, maybe I'll play a game.
All right.
You're still
Are
on.
you going to get it finished within the hour?
I'm coming up with the player prices for VFL.
Oh, you're
yeah.
coming up with the player prices. Do you not just look at their
Guess.
points from stage 1 and then
I've got up
like,
their VLR
use that?
rating, their KPRs, their ADRs, and their points from.
Oh, why not
stage
use
1.
internal data from VFL?
Yeah, and I've got their points per game.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm coming up with a mix, and then I'm doing like that times how good I think the team will be, which will be a
Right.
bit tough.
I see. So
yeah.
if we just pick the best way to exploit this is to go the opposite of what you think in terms of, and then get it right. I mean, as
Well, yeah, you got to be right. I mean,
Yeah.
you famously, I don't think you'll be doing too well at that, considering you thought that
How-
Team Heretics would be.
How did I do in Toronto? Because I'm pretty sure my top 4 was abominable. Because I hardcore indexed into G2
Yeah.
and they immediately went out. In
Yeah,
one
your
game.
decision to get rid of your Paper X players for G2 players was
Horrendous decision.
genius call again.
G2
You did
were playing
okay, I
against
think.
Paper
You ended up
X.
doing okay. I did better than you.
Where's the leaderboard? Does
Hold
it
on.
even exist?
It did exist, yeah.
Was it like the spreadsheet leaderboard?
Well, there's that one. Well, what's this? Oh, hold on. What does the site look like now? Oh, fuck. Because we kept the stage 1 one there. I don't know. Do we have the...
I couldn't change my VFL because my apartment caught fire. I
Oh,
mean,
we've got we didn't have an
that's a
overall one, but
really
we've got
good
week 1,
excuse.
2, and 3. I mean, I can tell. Let's see. How bad was your week 3?
my week 3 will have been awful.
You got 100 points in week 3 overall. To put it in perspective, first place got 206. So considering that there wasn't that many
Honestly,
games,
that's not even as bad as I thought.
what did I get in week 3?
How did I still get 100 points in week 6? In week 3?
Well, there was best of 5s played. So did you have any Paper X players?
No, I only had a G. I only
Fnatic
had.
players?
Wait, who did I have? Who
Why
the
can I not
fuck did
find me?
have? I've no idea. Wait, if I log into VFL now, will it tell me?
I don't think so. No.
No, it won't.
I don't think so.
Tragic. I can't remember who I had at all.
Didn't you have an XLG player?
Yeah, I still had Coconut, I think, on my team,
Why can I not find me? Oh, thinking mass spell.
which is crazy.
So I only got 122 in week 3. So yeah, I mean, you didn't do that bad.
Wait, how the hell did I not do that badly? That is weird.
I
The
don't know.
G2 players must have gotten a lot of points even though they lost, or something.
I don't know. They kind of got that many, but
I IGL'd Leaf. I remember that.
you IGL'd Leaf week 3. How the fuck did you get any
Yeah.
points?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I think your numbers might be wrong.
Maybe they are. Anyway, I beat you, and that's all that really matters.
Yeah. Is that all that really matters? Who won? That's what I want to know.
Some random.
Oh, my sister's calling me. Hold on. We might have a problem with rematch.
那今天是你们来到 Stage 2的首战啊！一上来可能在对方的自选图员公众阵，你们打的就非常的游刃有余。那现在也是迎来了全新的版本嘛，对于全新的图池，你们会不会更加的自信一些
He said for 3 o'clock.
With the new map bind that you guys played today, are you guys like more comfortable with this new map pool? And BLG are happy that split out.
Yeah, they weren't very good at split.
And they're saying that their team comp changes on bind have been pretty drastic from kickoff to now.
团队打开突破口的决斗位选手。那你觉得王浩哲是一个什么类型的决斗呢？
And what kind of duels player do you think YZ is? And he says he's really not afraid of like team fights and dying.
I think that's true. This is the same BDOS, yes. A lot of TMV mods involved in this. Again, just another point in the TMV community. Being the greatest community in Valorant.
And people are saying that this version of the game is more reliant on lurkers, and while he thinks that it's more reliant on the duels. And he says that you stood up many times today. And what do you think about it? And he says that standing up basically like gives the team a massive boost of energy. And you guys said you weren't too satisfied with your results in stage 1. And they say that their goal so far is still to just get into the playoffs first.
Goal is just playoffs. Classic team speak.
And do you have anything to say to your fans? His fans made like very cute cartoon drawings of him today. He's really thanks them. And that's about it.
Well, thank you, BDOS, for that. And there you go. So, now it is time to do the VFL scores. VFL fantasy scores. I think it's the right one. Stage 2. Okay, so you guys can give me some help with this. In terms of the costs of these players. We're just gonna go down the list again. So the overall budget now is 100. We got 100 divided by 11, so the average needs to be 9.09. We will be looking at these, and yeah, just going from there. So let's do it. Right. The easiest way of doing this, I think, is not necessarily starting with players like Cryo, who are going to end up in the middle. I think it's read pinned message. This is the thing. I don't see pinned messages. So Sideshow placed 390 overall. I placed 235. Well, thank you for that. I can tell him in a sec. Right. So yeah, the first thing I want to do is, who do you think should be 15? Out of all 3 regions, who are like the players? And I guess it's the ones that already have scores, because those are the ones that were in Toronto. But let's go through, like, is anyone deserving of a 15? Alpha, I think Alpha is a bit strong for a 15, considering he's not gonna be a full-time duelist. Texture. I think that Texture is a decent shout. What about Zekken? Remember, you're putting this back in the context of being they're in their own region, right? So teams like Sentinels, who are expecting to pretty heavy dominate a lot of these games. Or are you saying there is no 15? I actually think Kayak might be a 15. Or Kayak might be the closest. 14.5. So I mean, we seem to have come to a decision that no one is 15, which I'm not against, because I think that that's in very much the spirit of the game. I think it's probably easiest to start with the good teams. I think let's start with the good teams from Toronto. So Alpha, right? Alpha played. He does play a fairly significant amount of Duelist. He does play slightly more Sentinel than Duelist, but still quite a lot. What are we thinking for Alpha? I mean, he might end up being like the highest cost. But again, these were Alpha's numbers, right? This is what you have to remember, right? These were Alpha's numbers in Stage 1. Now, obviously, he had a very good Toronto. We know that. But like his Stage 1 numbers actually weren't that great. Which just tell you that there is potential here that he might not do as well as you think. I think I'm going to set him early on as a 12.5. Kind of go from there. Now, Chronicle also had a very good Toronto. I mean, what was Chronicle? In fact, we could take a look at what did I price these people at in Stage 1? Let's take a look. Fnatic. What did I have them there? I had Kayak at 13.5, Alpha at 12.5, Chronicle at 10.5. Which I think is fine. So maybe Alpha does need to be like 13. Also, I do just want to quickly check. Because the way that I do this, again, is by going on the players and looking at their past 90 days. So yeah, he has still played more Sentinel, so he would still be a Sentinel player. Chronicle, yeah, has played more Viper than anything else, so he still would be a controller player. Okay, Crashies average like 9.6. That's the thing, Kron didn't actually average that many points. Crashies actually had a pretty good Stage 1, didn't he? Take a look at the numbers. Like, his kills versus Chronicle actually weren't that different. So maybe let's make you 10. Let's make like Crashies 9. And then make Boaster... What was Boaster in Stage 1? Boaster was 7.5. 7 points for 7.5? I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Okay, let's start with that. I think that's okay. Right, G2. So again, in Stage 1, I'm pretty sure I made a lot of these G2 players pretty costly. So I had Jor at 15, Leaf at 13, Trent at 12. I mean, you look at the points that they scored, and again, we're kind of expecting the same thing. I priced Jonah P and Valen probably the wrong way round. But again, I think Jor, I mean, he got a good amount of points. Like, he actually averaged more than Kayak. Let's make him a 14.5 as well. Leaf, what was Alpha? Alpha I got a 13. Let's put Leaf the same as Alpha, because I think that's probably pretty fair overall. Trent. What did I have Trent at? 12. Let's make Trent 11.5 without Teo. Valen scored a decent amount of points, so we'll make him... What have I got Crashies at? I've got Crashies at 9. So he needs to be at least 9. Could even be a 9.5 though, to be honest. Inflation is crazy. It's not going to get... I mean, again, I'm always going to come back to these averages and take a look at them at the end. And be like... And do the averages from there. And Jonah at a 7 comparative to Boaster. I've got Boaster at 7.5. Let's put Jonah at 7.5. Now, one thing we also do kind of... I mean, again, when we're looking at expectations of the teams... You could say that one thing we do need to maybe consider is their groups. And like how easy are the groups, right? So like G2's group is pretty easy. But so is Fnatic's. That is one thing we could consider though. Okay, let's come to Gen G. Now Texture didn't pop off as hard during that. What did I have Gen G at here? Because I would guess our expectations for Gen G. I mean, I had texture as a 15 there. Karen at 11.5 and some 9s. So let's go texture. Again, I'm going to put... Would I rather have kayak or texture? See, that's the way you've got to do it. Because again, my texture is not a 10 cosplayer. The thing is that the thing that I'm trying to do here is you're not trying to get it right. I'm not trying to get the, like, predict how players will do. I'm trying to make it so that the decision between players is hard. That's the point of this. So, like, would I rather have kayak, texture, or... Would I rather have kayak, texture... Oh, Fabio, the inflation is crazy because the average goes up. Right? Like, when you do 100 with 11, you have more per player to spend than you do when it's... That's why I made this 6 and 13 for Toronto. It's because the max is higher. And the general cost is higher. Yeah, I think that's pretty close, honestly, between Jorgmo, texture, and kayak. I think I like them all at 14.5. Karen. Needs to be up there. Would I rather have Karen or Trent? That's pretty close, so let's put him at that. Foxy9 actually did really well in this. So let's put him at 10 to start off with. Munchkin, also pretty decent. I think I'd rather have Munchkin than Jonah P. But only just, so let's put him at 8. And then Ash, generally not scoring as high. Although he did actually kind of pop off. But let's put him at 7.5 as well. Boaster or Ash? Well, I don't think Gen G people will have as high in terms of their overall chances of winning games. Right, Aspas. Would I rather have kayak or texture or Jorgamo than Aspas? I think given MIBR's performance and their group is quite hard, I'm actually going to set Aspas as a 14. I'm going to put him slightly lower than those other ones because of the team that he's on. However, Verno, we still need to put up there because Verno still popped off even though they were doing pretty bad. So Verno, I think I'm going to put it at 11. I'd rather have Karen or Verno. I'd probably feel better about having Karen if they were the same. The same for Trent. 14 is too generous. I mean, it's still Aspas. No, you can't set Aspas lower than 14 because if you set Aspas lower than 14, it's like doesn't he become obvious? Doesn't he then become an obvious pick? Let them pick him. Put him lower. No, because then if MIBR pop off, then it's just... Like, you don't want the game to become, oh, did you happen to pick... I'm not doing it with Aspas. I'm not doing it with Aspas. He's cheaper than the top duelists. If MIBR do well, I mean, look, he scored 12.4 points per game. That's pretty good. Cortesia. Again, actually did pretty well in terms of VFL scoring. Who else have we got here? Definitely rather than Munchkin. Valen. Would I rather Cortesia or Valen? I think that's pretty close, so let's put him at 9. Genom, a little bit lower. Not too much lower. I think I'd rather Genom than Munchkin. Would I? Yeah. And Artzine, again, a little bit lower, but still probably around like an Ash level. I lost faith in MIBR. Well, that's up to you, right? Some people will have completely lost faith. Others won't have lost faith. Right, Paper Rex. Now, Jing doesn't always play Duelist. Oh, I need to... No, yeah, that's good, I think. Yeah, well, let me check Forsaken quickly. What was his most played role? Forsaken. So his most played role was Smokes. You got 21 there. You got 22 here. So I guess he's becoming a controller. Hold on, let me just quickly check the other. What was Jing's most played role? Definitely duelist. Okay. Something's was definitely duelist. Devise was sentinel. Batman initiator. Yeah, okay. So that's correct then now. Right, so Jing. Jing is a 14 at least. Is he a 14.5? Would you rather have texture or Jing? If some of you is, oh, see, if the answer is not, if your answer is I don't know, then he needs to be a 14.5. If your answer is I don't know, then he has to be the same as texture. Paper X's group, I don't think it's too bad. The groups in Pacific, I think, are both fine. They're both, I would say Paper X's is maybe a little bit easier than Genji's. Is it? They're about the same. 14.5 is too high for texture. Is it though? Is it though? Is it though? Are you saying you wouldn't consider texture? Like, I think you're trolling that. Think about texture at the start of Toronto. If Gen.G play like that, like, if you believe that, like, they won't choke in Pacific, and they just play well and don't choke, yeah, everything's an if. What do you mean? It's all ifs, isn't it? Right, Forsaken. I think, personally, you'd probably, I would say that I would pick Althea and Leaf over Forsaken, if they were the same. I think. But I think 12.5 is fine. Would you rather have Alpha or Leaf than Forsaken? I would say yes. Need to be more math-based. The problem with Paper X is that we'll get to the more math-based stuff when we look at the teams that weren't in Toronto. When's Mania? Thanks for the 27 months. You'd rather have Forsaken than Alpha or Leaf. I don't think that's true. Something is one of the hardest players to price, I think. Because he actually didn't do well during Stage 1 at all. His numbers were relatively low. But he is on a team that just won a Masters. Let me ask you this. Would you rather, as a wildcard slot, would you rather pick Something or Forsaken? I'd probably say Forsaken, even though he's playing Duelist, yeah. So what's Something, like a 12? I don't want to put him too low. Maybe even 11.5. I mean, this is a pretty low points per game. That, like, even though Paper X didn't do that great, right, in Stage 1, like, you look at the rest of the team's points, like, it's not that bad. But his was pretty bad. Okay, Devi. I think playing Sentinel. Would I rather have Devi? I'd have Devi over Cortesia. Devi versus Foxy 9. I'd rather have Devi than Valen. I think he's probably a 10. But then would I rather pick Devi over Foxy 9? Actually, I'm not sure I would, because Foxy 9 just takes all the fights. Foxy 9 is a good pick. I might have priced Foxy 9 too high, but I think if I put him lower, he just becomes an all. I mean, he's just very good at scoring VFL points. He's just because he takes all the fights. He takes every single fight. Oh shit! I should be recording for this as well. I wanted to post this on my on the channel, on the VFL channel. So I'm gonna start recording. We're gonna start recording. I'm actually gonna put the chat on the screen as well. You're coming onto the screen, chat. I'm gonna go up here. You're gonna be here, helping me out. With the VOD, it's just easier to record it. Welcome back to VFL. Stage 2 will be starting pretty soon. And so today we are going to do the stream of deciding the player prices. I am joined by my Twitch and YouTube chat. And here is the spreadsheet that we will be using to determine the price of the players. Now, we have already started on some of them. We are up to Paper Rex. There's still a lot to go, so there should still be a lot here. So yeah, let's dive in and do this. We're on to Paper Rex, and we're costing these players. Now, the way I generally like to do this is look at players, come up with kind of some initial prices for players. You know, like some of the G2s, Fanatics, Gen Gs, you know, the teams that we think are pretty good, and then basically compare across, like, would I rather have this player or this player at this price? Right? So, for instance, Patman. Would you rather have Patman or Devi? I think that's pretty close overall. I think that's pretty close between the two of them. So I think although a lot of you are saying Patman. Remember, this is for VFL, not who you think is a better player. I mean, they scored very similarly. Actually, his numbers were lower than Devi. I think they have to be the same. You guys can all pick Patman if you want. He would have scored 0.1 points more, but his actual numbers here during stage 1 were a bit lower. He just was a bit more efficient with his VFL points. White chat over white sheets. Unlucky. Unlucky. The real ones can read. Okay. RRQ. Jempkin. Ooh, Jempkin's an interesting one. I mean, his numbers were popping off during stage 1. His points per game actually weren't as high as maybe they could have been. Where do we think RRQ's... I mean, here we go again. Like, RRQ, their group here... Not the easiest group, but not horrendous either. We had Aspas at 14. Right? Would you rather have Jempkin or Aspas? I think that's a pretty close. See, we're getting mixed results. That's what I want. So I'm going to go 14. Between Jempkin and Aspas there. I think it's pretty close. Cushy, pretty good player. Decent points per game that he got in stage 1. Again, a somewhat winnable group. Would I rather have Cushy or Devi, though? I think I'm picking Devi. I think I'm going 9.5 for Cushy. Zafaro. Who have we got here that I can compare to? Someone like Genom, maybe? Cortesia. Would I rather have Cortesia? Yeah, probably than Zafaro. Would I rather have Valen? Yeah. Would I rather have Munchkin? Maybe not. So I'm thinking like around 8, 8.5. Which one would I rather? I mean, these numbers here aren't crazy. Let's go 8. And I think also let's go 8 for Monyet. Monyet does play some duelist sometimes, but... I mean, Genom is an 8.5. He does play duelist sometimes, so I think maybe 8.5 for you. Just because you have... Monyet maybe has a bit more potential if he does play duelist and has a bit of a better stage. And then Crazy Guy. Would I rather have Crazy Guy or Ash? Probably rather have Ash, I think. So it's probably a 7 for Crazy Guy. Okay, Zekken. Zekken, I think, is another 14.5. Interestingly enough, we've decided that there are no 15s. So yeah, Zekken is being a 14.5 as well. Bang. Ooh, Bang, I mean, had a pretty good stage 1. Who would I rather have? Bang or... Let's start with Bang or Devi. Or Bang or... Chronicle. Would I rather have Bang or Chronicle? Bang is around the 10 mark, I think. So Chronicle I have at 10. Although Chronicle could be 10.5, really, now that I think about it a bit more. Or I have Foxy 9 or Chronicle. Oh, then again, Foxy 9 again is the go at just getting points. But I'd rather Chronicle or Defy. Yeah, I'd probably take Chronicle. But okay, Bang, I think I'm gonna put it 10. Narrate. Had a decent stage 1. Had a decent Toronto. But I'd rather Bang or Narrate. I think, again, that's pretty close. I think I'm just going to put them at the same. They scored pretty close here. These numbers are... See, like, Bang was just... Bang had a lower ADR, but just more kills. He was just more efficient with his damage to kills. But I think that's a pretty close. I think that's kind of hard to decide who will be better between them. John, would I rather John or Moniette? John or Genom? John or Munchkin? John or Munchkin? Let's start there. It's 2 IGLs. John or Munchkin? I think that's pretty close. So what have I got Munchkin at 8? Yeah, let's put him at 8 then. And then Zelsis. I don't want to score too low. I might also put Zelsis at 8 because Zelsis kind of popped off during Toronto. Like, this is the thing. Like, I mean, historically, though, maybe he should be a bit lower. Maybe a 7.5. Okay, okay, Team Heretics. Now, this one will be interesting. Where are our stocks on Team Heretics? Like, will Team Heretics still be good in EMEA? You can take a look at their group here. They're in, like, the open group, I would say. Remember, this is just them against the MEA. I mean, they could pop off, though. Not even sure they're top 4. They'll be fine. This is what I mean. This is why... this is probably the hardest team to rank, because I think people will be all over the place in terms of how good they think Heretics will be. I'm probably just going to have to thread the needle. I think I'm going to put Miniboo maybe, like, slightly below, like, a Jempkin. I'm going to put him at 13.5. And you can kind of take that risk if you want to believe in Heretics. He might even be a 14. Change it after EWC if we see them popping off. I could use EWC as a bit of a... Yeah, I could use that as a bit of a kind of see where they are. I also just need to quickly check Woot. What agents did he play the most of? So he's got 10 Duelist and 10 Initiator. What's more fun? Duelist. He's being a Duelist. But he does only play it half the time. Now, I mean, that's the thing. Miniboo was like the highest scoring player, though, during Stage 1. Would you rather have Miniboo or Aspas? Let's start there with the two teams that got eliminated from Toronto first. Would you rather have Miniboo or Aspas if they were the same cost? Most of you are saying Aspas, so maybe I should cost. Although some of you are saying Miniboo. Miniboo and EMEA. Let's put Miniboo at 13.5. Again, some of these might change. Like, once we get the full average, and maybe I need to change them, we might. But I do need to hurry up a bit here. So, Woot. Would I rather have Woot or Forsaken? Probably Forsaken. But I'd take Woot over something. So let's go Woot at 12. Seems about right. Riens. Would I rather have Riens or... See, is something at 11.5 too high? He might be, you know. I might bump him down. Because he really has been struggling for a while. Riens or Trent? I'd take Trent, obviously, because he's in a better team. Riens or... What have I got Karen at? I got Karen at 11.5. Would I rather have Riens or Karen? I'd probably take Karen. So let's put you at 11. Benji Fishy. Would I rather have Bang or Benji Fishy? Probably pretty close. Bang actually outscored Benji. Benji, I mean, his numbers actually are kind of comparable here as well. It's stage 1. So let's put you at 10. I think. You could be 10.5 though. But I can't trust your team as much as I can Sin. And then Boo. Boo's numbers have been kind of, and they weren't very good in Toronto, obviously. Kind of shocking. So I think he might be, but you're still expecting them to be good. But he might just be a 7. But I'd rather have Boo or Zelsis. I'd rather have Zelsis than Boo. Yeah, so he's a 7. Okay, Team Liquid. Kiko popped off. My man just can't stop popping off. He has to be up there. But I'd rather have Forsaken or Kiko. Ooh. That's pretty close, I think. So I think 12.5 makes sense there. Camo. This might be a rare case where the duelist costs less than someone else on the team, but I think that just makes sense. So let's put Camo, I think, as the duelist at 12, maybe? Then let's put Nats. Would I rather have Nats or Riens? Nats or something. Nats or... I'd rather have Nats rather than Riens. He's at least 11. He might be 11.5. Who's an 11.5? Karen. Nats or Karen? Yeah, that's pretty close. I think you'd have a debate over Nats or Karen. Because I think Liquid will be better. You have to remember they got Trex now as well, so the team should be better. And their group is relatively easier other than Fnatic. Like Liquid... They should beat these 4 teams. They should win 4 games. Liquid should, really. And if you win 4 games, you're probably going to score pretty decently. Patatek is an interesting one. Obviously not really a high fragger a lot of the time. Oh, I actually need to do this. Sorry. Patatek. Would I rather have Patatek or Boo? I'd rather Patatek. Would I rather Patatek or Zelsis? Probably about the same. And then Trex. Trex, I don't know where to score, to be honest. Trex could be anything. I've got him down as a Sentinel here, because obviously we don't really know, and he's just replacing Serial, so... Let's put Trex at 10, I think. But I'd rather have Trex or Bang. Trex or Narrate. Trex or Devi. Let's go 10. Could be 9.5. But then if he pops off, I'll feel bad about it. Okay. That's not a real one for some reason. Team Secret must have... Oh, they took the place of a Chinese team. Okay. Right. Now, we can start just going through this. So, 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves group. I should really just get all 3 of them up, shouldn't I? Americas, stage 2. And Pacific, stage 2. So, 100 Thieves are in the kind of very open group. Who knows what'll happen. Cryo, numbers were fucking kind of insane. So he's going to be doing pretty well. Let's go for Cryo as a... Would I rather have Cryo or Althea? Cryo or Leaf? I think he's a 13. He might even be a 13.5. Do I have a 13.5? Mini Boo. Would I rather have Mini Boo or Cryo? Yeah, honestly, yeah, I think he might be a 13.5 Cryo. If he plays as much duelist as he did during stage 1, I honestly think that's fair. I mean, he carried them a lot. EU. Would I rather have EU or Crashies? That seems about right. EU or Valen? He's around EU or Genom? Probably, yeah, probably about a 9. Maybe an 8.5. We'll put him at 8.5 for now. Asuna is an interesting one because he doesn't always play duelist. Would I rather have Asuna or something? What did I put something at? I put something at 11. Would I rather Asuna or something? Chronicle. Asuna or Chronicle? Neither. He could be an 11. He could be a 10.5. I think I'd rather take something because I trust the team more. So I'm going to go 10.5 for Asuna. Asuna versus Chronicle, I feel like is kind of close. Xander didn't have a great stage 1. I mean, as you can see in the points per game there. So it wasn't amazing. So let's go... would I rather have on a P or Xander? Let's put him at 7.5. And then Boostio. Again, these numbers not very high at all. I think we're probably looking here at maybe who have I got at 7? Crazy Guy. I mean, his numbers are better than Boostio, to be honest. He might even be a 6.5. Okay, Spike. So the minimum is 5. So we'll probably be putting some of these guys down here. This is where we'll get low. Who do I think will pop off most from 2G? I mean, Silence is that duelist. But as you can see from his numbers, it didn't really matter. They all kind of fragged about the same. I mean, how many people are picking up 2G players? This might be like a 7.5. Because you're a duelist and you might pop off. Spike maybe will pop off a little bit. Let's put him at 6.5. Gobera. Let's put Spike at 6. He will play some duelist though. Let's put these guys at 5.5. I mean, who's picking 2G players? Who's really believing in 2G players? Penny for Apex. The Apex Duelist. Penny. Let's put him at like 8. I guess. Batu. I'm gonna put I mean, he might play some duelist, maybe. Bova we'll put in at 5. Molsey I'll put at 5. Olizera I'll put at 5.5. I don't know if he'll frag out or not, but let's go for that. Sociable did kind of do pretty well. Would I rather have Sociable or... I mean, this is a pretty good team, don't forget. Would I rather have Sociable or EU? Probably Sociable. Would I rather have Sociable or Valen? Close. I think I need to downgrade some of these MIBR players. Because I think I'd take Sociable over Cortesia. Wait, you're saying you'd rather have EU? Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know to remind me to get Sociable in my team. If we're saying him at 8.5. If you genuinely think you'd rather take EU over Sociable for this game, then I think you're crazy. But okay, that's good to know. That means the people, that's what I'm just trying to think like where people Because that's the thing. Again, I'm just trying to have it so that everyone thinks about picking someone. But, okay. I know who I'm picking for my team. Profek. Profek was okay. Again, probably like an 8, I would say. Yeah, around Munchkin. Yeah, let's go for that. Levin did pop off in some of these games. No, Sociable has to be a 9. He has to be a 9. Look at these numbers. You guys are fucking mental. Look at EU's numbers versus this. This is way bigger. 0.12 more kills a round. He might even be a 9.5. BBL are a good team. I mean, I'll say him at 9 for now. Okay. 11. Probably like around a 13. I think I'd take Cryo over him. I'd probably take Alpha over him and Leaf, to be fair. So maybe it's a 12.5. Who's that? Forsaken. I think that's close. I think, yeah, we'll go 12.5. Yampy. I mean, Yampy does frag still a fair amount. I think he's probably like a 7.5. And Magnum, I think, is probably an 8. Okay, now here's another team that I think is really hard to predict for. Boom. How good are Boom Esports really? Like, in reality, how good are Boom? Middle of the table. I think that's fair. I think we should rate them as a middle of the pack team. I think it's probably the best way of rating them. Right, DOS 9. I mean, look at these numbers though, man. These Boom players were the GOATs. They were the GOATs of Stage 1. If you had multiple Boom players, you probably just won Stage 1. Right, would I rather have DOS 9 or EU? Probably DOS 9. Would I rather have DOS 9 or Sociable? Close. He's probably a 9.5? 9? Let's put him at 9. DOS 9? 9 for DOS 9. Famous. Also kind of popped off in the points, as you can see here. Let's put Famous. Would I rather have Famous or 11? Probably 11. So let's put him at 12. Shiro. Less of a fragger on this team. Let's put him at 7. Would I rather have Shiro or Silence?
You've conquered all of China, are you fucking sure? From Toronto to Paris, can't sing that anymore. You'll finish 3rd in Paris, the perpetual bronze boys. Your team is like Sideshow, no skill and a lot of noise. Ole ole ole. Ole ole ole.
Good for you. Good for you. And who are you a fan of? NT Slasher. Magnum or NT Slasher. I probably trust BBL a bit more. Let's go 7.5. And then Berserks did get a lot of points here without being correct. How did he get so many points? He must have got like 4Ks and aces, a decent amount. Let's put him at 8 though, because he did get. Maybe he's just more liable to getting those. I guess. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, his numbers are pretty similar to Magnum's here. So 8 seems fair. Zeppa. How good will Cloud9 be? I think Cloud9 are a pretty easy team to predict. Shouldn't they just win 3 and lose 2? I mean, maybe they can steal a game, but also maybe they could throw a game. So let's say an above average team. Let's compare them to kind of BBL maybe. So Zeppa. Maybe like an 8.5. Scoring 10 points a game is pretty good. Oxy, who I thought would pop off in this game, but he didn't really. But he didn't have a great stage 1 by his standards, I don't think. I mean, these numbers are still pretty good. I think you'd take Oxy over Famous because I think you trust the team a bit more. What is he, a 13? Would I rather Alpha or Oxy? I think that's close. Let's put him at 13. Because Oxy does generally get quite a few aces and 4Ks and stuff. He didn't during stage 1, but last year he did. Vic obviously popped off quite a lot, but his actual fragging numbers here aren't So much higher than Zeppa's. His rating is, though. His rating was really good. Which obviously you do get points for. Vic or sociable? Let's go Vic. Let's go 9. Could be even be a 9.5, but I think 9 is pretty fair. Net. Didn't have the best stage 1. I think generally is going to be a bit on the lower end. I think let's go 7.5. And Mitch, let's go 7. That's fine. Okay, DFM. Holy, look at these DFM numbers. It's sad. There's a lot of sad DFM numbers here. What the hell do you price May at? Ned is the weakest on C9. I mean, I could put him as a 7 as well. If you want. 6.5, I can't. I mean, I have more hope in them than 2G. There is a world where they bounce back. Eight is fair. But what if they do really bounce back? I think I've got to go 9. Because, like, what if they're good? Again, this could be like a, hey, like, because people will pick May. Like, would I rather have May or Vic? Because, like, May has a lot of upside if they are good. Art, though, has to be like a 5. I mean, he's putting up double digits here. Jinbong, not much higher. Probably a 5.5. I mean, the numbers, I mean, look, yeah, Akame actually was good. Like, lost in the sauce here of this DFM season. He actually kind of popped off. Let's put him at a 7, though, because I don't think you can really trust this team that much. Gian as well, we'll put a 5.5. Oh, we'll give they could be a bit better. Let's put him at 6. Okay, Mako, DRX. DRX in not, you know, they got some tough games, but they also got some games that they should win. DRX should be pretty good. Mako, I'm thinking early on. Would I rather Mako or Chronicle? Oh, close. Mako or Foxy 9. Close. So he's around 10, I would say. Let's put him at 10. Freeing. Freeing had an insane kickoff and then quieted down for stage 1.
If you can remember, I support FNC. It triggered you to call me a glory-hunting bastard with no spine. That I live a miserable and boring life you will never know true joy.
And it came true, didn't it? Did you enjoy the Toronto final? Enjoy that one? Freeing. I think I'm going to put a... I mean, he did actually score higher than that, but again, like, his numbers aren't good here. He just must have got aces and stuff. In fact, I remember one of the aces he did. Let's put him at a 9.5. Hyunmin. It's going to be... Would I rather Hyunmin or Oxy? Hyunmin. Would I rather Hyunmin or Cryo? Close. Let's put him at 13.5. You'd rather Cryo than Hyunmin. I think that's close. I think that's close. Estrella. Generally not the biggest fragger. Let's put him at 7.5 because DRX generally do pretty well in group stages. And Bane. I don't know why this is bold, but it is. Bane. Again, not the best numbers. Generally isn't the biggest fragger. Let's put him at 8. Icy. Okay, EG. Now, I personally don't hold out too much hope for EG, but they should beat Fury and 2G on paper. And maybe they can steal one of the other games and be like, and actually do okay. The thing is with EG, if you look at their point spread across their players, it's all quite similar. You know, they actually did have a pretty similar point spread across them. Icy is their main duelist, but Ye will also play some duelist. What do I want to price Icy at? 9? Would I rather have Freeing or Icy? I could be pretty close. DOS 9 or Icy? Valen or Icy. You'd rather have free? Let's put him at 9 then. Nature actually did pretty well. Again, Nature just did very well at converting, you know, relatively lower numbers into pretty good scores overall. But still, you have to take those lower numbers into account. Let's put him at 7, though. Again, because EG should win some games. So I don't want to put them, like, lower than 7, really. Because they on paper, they should win at least 2 games, right? So you're still going to get... And then, you know, you should get some decent points from those 2 games at least. And then they might win others. Super. Again, numbers not too much higher than Nature.
I did enjoy the final. Unfortunately, I have a soul and enjoyed watching PRX get their dub. Also, I am all in for Alpha to continue his form into the next split. The king of the swing, the Turkish MVP.
I mean, that was a good song. King of the swing. Okay, I think Yay at 9, Icy at 9. Who would you pick? Icy or Yay? I mean, most people probably pick Yay on name recognition, but Yay got to be higher than Icy. He did score more points, so fine. I'll put him at 0.5. I'll put him at 0.5. Okay, Furia players. Okay, I don't know too much about Loss or Urango, to be honest. Loss is their duelist. So we'll see, I guess. But this has to be pretty low, I would think. 5, all of them. No, no, no. I mean, if I gave Silence a 7, I have to give Loss a 7. Maybe they'll pop off. You never know. But then, yeah, I mean, Heat has some potential. We know that. Tui's also is at least an okay player, right? Put him at 5.5. We'll put Waddy at 5. Okay, Zeus, Foot, generally pretty solid team. Their group is kind of... I mean, Foot could even win this group. Would it shock you if Foot won this group? It wouldn't shock me that much if Foot won the group, but it also wouldn't shock me if they came like 4th. I'd be a bit surprised if they came lower than 4th. Okay, Zeus has to be pretty high. Interestingly with Zeus, I didn't realize his rating was only 1. You wouldn't have thought that, would you? But he had some kind of... He was very up and down. Would I rather have Zeus or Alpha? Zeus or Oxy? I think Oxy is a good comparison for Zeus. Let's put him at 13. Yetajay. Again, is always going to pop off to a certain amount. It's going to be a pretty decent option. Would I rather Yetajay or Chronicle? I'd probably take Chronicle. Would I rather Yetajay or Asuna? Probably Asuna. Would I rather... Who's a 10? Devi. Devi or Yetajay? That's a good comparison. Probably... he's like a 9.5 or a 10. Hold on. 9.5. Who's a 9.5? Cushy. Yeah, I think that's similar. Let's go 9.5. Cracks. I mean, again, these numbers are actually pretty low for Cracks overall. But again, could he pop off? We have seen it. I don't want to put him too low. Where are BBL? What did I put some of their numbers at? The problem is with Foot is that like all of their players have the potential to completely pop off. You know what I mean? Whereas like Yampy and Magnum and Profek, I'm not expecting them to like do mega damage, but some of the Foot players I think could. Let's put Atta Captain at 8 and Mr. Fallen. Maybe I'll put these guys all at 8. Because Mr. Fallen did have a very good stage, but is that going to carry over? I don't know. I don't know. Udatan. We're on to GE. No, I don't want to be biased here. Global. I mean, they could win, what? 2 games, maybe? But it could also be pretty tough. It didn't go well for them stage 1. Let's put Udotan at... Would I rather have Udotan or Valen? Udotan or Zeppa? I'd take Udotan over Zeppa, I think. Udotan or DOS 9. He's like an 8.5 or a 9. Let's go 8.5 though. It's a bit safer. Crystal. Again, if G are going to be good, you'd expect him to frag out somewhat. So let's put him at a 7. Maybe nah, 7. Pappy, I think we can put down there. Pappy had a really bad stage. Again, he's in double digits there. And then Ban is always somewhat solid. Maybe like a 6.5. And Yeoman, we'll put like a 6. They could go to playoffs. They could, but they also might not. Okay, then we've still got quite a few teams to go here. So let's try and hurry this up. Cloud, Giants. Will Giants be any good? They're in a fairly tough group here that could... I mean, they could win some games, though. But I just don't have a lot of faith in Giants, I don't think. Cloud or Ash? I take Cloud. Would I take Cloud or Munchkin? Probably close. Let's put him at 8. Grabinho. Didn't have a great stage. Let's put Grabinho at 6. Flickless. Again, not amazing. Let's put him at 6. Well, let's put him at 6. Ara, actually, I thought was decent. Did okay, but I'm not sure. I'm putting him higher than 8.5. And then West Side, probably like a 6.5. Okay, KC. Aves. How good will KC be again? Their group here. They probably are favored over Koi and Apex, and maybe they could beat Navi. So I think you've got to at least give them a bit of hope here. So like I think if we make Aves about 7.5. Aves or Jonah P. Aves or Boaster. Yeah, I think that's about right. Martine absolutely popped off during stage 1. Would I rather Martine or Oxy? I think I take Hyunmin over Martine because I'm not sure I trust the team that much. But I think a 13 is probably warranted. Sugetsu also decent. Probably like a 9 for Sugetsu, I think. Again, if you look at his... Actually, his numbers weren't as high. It's 8.5. Sadak. Again, numbers-wise here, not the best. Let's go 6.5 for Sadak. And Elite. Again, his numbers weren't great, but we have seen him pop off before, so let's put him at 7. Okay, then we come to Koi, my boys, Natank. Again, try not to be biased here. Natank. Oh, man, that's going to be tough. He might play some Duelist, but I'd rather Natank or Sadak. I'd rather Natank, but again, is that me speaking? Let's put him at 7. Monster. Again, could be pretty decent. Let's put him at 6.5. Batty G. Put him at 6. Yeah, Monster's a bit more of a fragger than Batty. Flyer. Again, IGLing here. Not the best numbers. And Filu, their Duelist. Again, really not putting up monster numbers. Let's put him at 7. Again, you've always got to account for, like, he is playing Duelist. He might pop off a bit more, but, you know, who knows. Okay, Shy. Crew. Another difficult team. I mean, again, all these teams in this Americas, and we got 3 of them coming up in a row. Crew, Lev, Loud. I think Crew, I trust more than any of them, to be honest. So Shy. This is some pretty good numbers from Shy, to be honest, during stage 1. So let's put him, I think, at like 8.5. Maybe even a 9. Would I rather Crashies or Shy? Icy or Shy? May or Shy? Zephyr or Shy? I mean, his points per game actually isn't that high, so let's put him at 8.5. Melsa, the numbers are quite a bit lower, so let's go 7.5. Kesnet, I think it's like a 12.5. Would I rather Kesnet or like 11? Pretty close. But Kesnet can carry. Let's put him at 13. Kesnet sometimes can just let's go. Yeah, I mean, let's be real. Kesnet could go crazy. Crew always make champs. It could just happen. Mazzino, also pretty good numbers here. I think let's make Mazzino a 9. Because again, when you look at like the ADR and the kills, it's slightly higher than Shy. The rating is a bit lower, but overall it's a bit higher, and he scored more points, so let's make him a 9. Although generally, would I take Mazzino over Shy? Really? I think let's make them the same. But then they could both be 9. Where are BBL? What were my BBL scores? I had those guys at 8, and I had a 9, a 7.5. Because I think I'm comparing like similar sort of teams. So yeah, let's go with that. And then let's go with Verso, probably a little bit lower, maybe like a 7. Okay, King. Oh man, what to do with King? Now this is the thing. This is a difficult Lev. Are Lev gonna be any good?
I like how you use barrel as a litmus test.
No, say you. I mean, yeah, BBL are a good litmus test because they're like, they're probably the team that I feel most confident about that is going to be good but not amazing. And there aren't a ton of teams that I can feel confident that they will fit into that criteria. Oh, will Lev be any good? I don't know. What do I do with Lev? Again, they're in the like weird group where, like, could Lev pop off and be top of this group? Yes. Could they finish last and not win a game? Yes. It's a very difficult conundrum to solve with Lev. We know that King can pop off. I mean, his numbers here aren't great, but like he scored less points than Adverso, but I'm putting him higher than Adverso because he could, if they pop off, then King will probably be a decent reason why. Can I put him higher than 8? I've got Munchkin at 8. I'm going to put him at 8. Sato, who's going to be their duelist player? I don't know. Again, it's tough to know because obviously I don't know much about him. He's had some good numbers in the past. I think let's put it at like 10.5. Because I just don't know. Just don't know. Tex is generally going to frag decently well. Put him at 8. Com probably fragging a little bit less. Let's put him at 7. And Okeanos, I think, as well. Probably not going to be the biggest fragger. Let's put him at 7. That's, I think, like a Lev are going to be okay type team. Like, they're going to be a competitive team. It might be terrible to have Lev. It might be good. I don't know. It's a risk. Okay, Loud. Verti. Again, a decent duelist player. Pretty good. I guess my expectations for Loud are a little bit lower than Lev based on stage 1, but I don't know. I'm also going to put him at 10.5. I think. Cowanzine. Again, can pop off. We know that. I'm going to put Cowanzine at 7.5. Pancada. See, that's the thing. Pancada's points per game is pretty good because remember, he had that game that he like almost broke the best of 3 kill record in. And it just like inflated his points quite a lot. But then that did happen, and if that does happen, that is good for you. But that I think is a bit more of an outlier. But let's put him at 8. I think his fragging generally is a bit better. Would I rather Pancada or Tex? I think that's pretty close because if you don't think the latter are ever going to win, then that's close. Now Robbie, I'm going to put down there at 5.5. You'd rather have Pancada than Tex. A lot of people hold on to the Pancada Loud. Let's put him at 8.5. Now, here's the one that I think is genuinely the hardest person to rank of anyone. What the hell do I do with Luxo? Who had... I mean, he's playing Sentinel. 11? 12? But do you think it will keep up? I honestly don't know. I make him free, yeah, maybe. He has to be at... I would say he has to be at least 10.5. Some of you are saying 11. Like, would I rather Luxo? See, that's the thing. Look, picking Luxo is just such a risk because you just don't... There is just such a small sample size. Who's someone who's 11? Do I have any 11s? Would I rather have something or Luxo? Verno or Luxo? Yeah, I think that's about the right ballpark. He could be an 11.5. You guys are saying something, so yeah, I think that's fine. But like, who's a 10.5 that I can compare to? I mean, his own duelist on his own team, but let's compare to someone else. Chronicle. I'd take Luxo over Chronicle, I really would. And I'd take him over Asuna. I think I would. Okay, Comeback. I actually do know, although Comeback hasn't played in Tier 1, I know that Comeback is pretty good. The thing is, again, it is a bit of a risk. I'm going to put him at 11.5, I think. No one will pick Luke Show at that price. You really don't think so? You really don't think with these numbers that anyone will pick Luke Show at 11? You really don't think so? When he's getting he got 0.96 KPR. Comparatively, Aspas got 0.87. Martin 0.87. Martin was the highest rated player in EMEA for most of it. Kayak. So Kayak got 0.89 kills. Luxo got 0.96. Do I think he'll pop off again? I don't know. What if he is just the GOAT? What if he's the best player in the world? He's on Loud? Yeah, but what if they start winning games? What if he pops off and they win games? He scored 13.6 points per game without winning a game. He played 3 games. Yeah, I know. He lost all 3 games. And he's still... Like, comparison. Martin, 13.2. He scored the same as Jorgamo, who won every game. He lost every game and scored the same. Mini. I mean, Mini did decently well. These are okay numbers, but not amazing. Expectations for Gentlemates. Again, they're in the bit of the open group. I would expect them to maybe... Let's say they win 2 games. Let's say they do okay. Let's price Mini. Would I rather have Mini or Com? I'd rather have Mini. Let's put him at 7.5. Mini or Cow and Zine? He might even be an 8. Mini or Art Zine? I take Mini. Let's put him at 8. Mini or Tex? Yeah, that seems about right. Now, these guys I know less about. Now, this guy is I don't know what role he's going to play, to be honest. He was a duelist. So I don't know what he'll play. I've got him listed as a duelist. But again, I don't know what he'll play. So I'm just going to set him at 7.5. I'm going to set you at 6.5. And I'm going to set Kamek, who was pretty good, probably at an... Oh, that's the thing. I've got Mini here at an 8. But his numbers, well, are comparable. Let's go 8.5 for you. So if they do win some games, no, maybe an 8. Then your numbers are much higher than you. Let's put you at 7.5. You have to have some belief in Gentlemates, I think, here, to pick them. But then maybe they'll do well. Maybe they'll be bad, though. Who knows? He's playing Scan Initiate the most maps. Is he? He played Yoru Sova. Played Sova there. Yoru on Lotus. Sova on Haven. Sova on Sunset. Did he play in this one? Yoru Sova. So Yoru there on Lotus again. Sova. Should I list him as an initiator then? Maybe. If I am, then it should probably come down in price. Put them both to 6.5. I mean, I don't really know who will be better. I mean, his fragging here is where... Down here. I mean, not bad. I mean, actually, you popped off, man. Proxy. Okay, maybe this guy's just the GOAT. I don't want to base on 2 games, though. And who knows how good they'll be. Proxy about to be the biggest steal for 6.5. I mean, I've got Okeanos at 7. So yeah, maybe you're right. I mean, I think Okeanos could be less, to be honest. Fine, I'll do that. He's gonna... is he a steal at 7? I don't know. Xiao. We'll put him down if we need to for the balance of the game. Xiao. How good will Navi be? Navi. They should win some games. But I'd rather have Xiao. Xiao or Com? I'd probably take Xiao. Would I rather have Xiao or Melsa? I'd probably take Melsa. Oddsine's probably too high here, so let's bring MMBR down. Let's bring them all down a notch. Also, Verno was too high as well, isn't he? Shall let's put it 7.5. Ruxic. Slightly better numbers than Xiao. But less name brand. Alexic, I know, is decent. Let's put him at 11. Hero. Again. I think all of these Navi players, you can all put at 7.5 and be like, pick between them. And they're all pretty close. I mean, if you look at their numbers, they are all pretty close. And then Angel is a 5.5. Actually, we got the minus points now. Yeah, he should be a 5. The players who are really... Actually, I didn't think about that. The players who get minus points. Yeah, I didn't think about the minus points. It does change. Like, the lower players are worse, aren't they? Because they could get minus points. So, like, if you're a really bad fragger, like, that could affect you. Okay, Mada. Did pop off at times. People are expecting NRG to be good. Would I rather have Mada or Kesnit? Martine. I think I'm found the correct space. What do you think? Like a 13? I was thinking 12.5 initially. But yeah, would you rather have like Oxy or Mada? I think that's pretty close. I'm going to stick him at 13. Som. We know Som can frag. I'm thinking about 9 for Som. Maybe 9.5. Valen is a 9. Yetaje is a 9.5. Ye is a 9.5. Let's make him a 9.5. Ethan. We're expecting less fragging from Ethan overall. I think let's make Ethan a 6.5. Kind of similar here to... Well, maybe Ethan should be a... In fact, if we think we're going to be okay, then make him a 7. Ethan or Com. Yeah, I like that. Brock, I think as well, is probably going to be a 7. And Scuba, I think probably will frag a little bit more. Why would Brock be a 9? Look at his numbers. Let's make Scuba an 8. Okay, Nongshim, who I don't actually know who will play for them still. Persia, not the biggest numbers here. Nongshim in a pretty tough group, I think, overall. Not the best numbers, but also not terrible. Let's make Persia a... Would I rather have Persia or Ethan? I'd probably take Persia, so let's make him 7.5. Would I? Oh, I mean, look at those numbers. I'd rather have Ethan. Maybe should he be even less? But let's put him 7 for now. Francis. Pretty good. Francis did pretty well. Francis is 7.5, I think. Margaret doing this well is kind of crazy. Let's make him a 7. I mean, again, Nongshim are one of these teams. Am I just going to make them all 7.5s? I think so. Because they are in a tougher group. Dumby. Actually didn't look. He actually had less kills per round and less damage than Margaret, but obviously he could pop off. But Dumby, I think I'm gonna make 10. Maybe he should be at 10.5. Margaret's getting benched. He's the one getting benched. The guy who was their best player. They're benching their best player. I think they're a bit underrated. I think that they'd be favored in these 2 games, but then they'd be underdogs in these 3. So if it's a team going 2-3, I don't know how high I should be rating that team, to be honest. I mean, Persia. What did I have Persia at in this? Longshim. Persia 9. See, I was rating them higher back in the day. I think their rating has come down a bit. They haven't been as good as we think. And then RB, I mean, who knows? Again, his numbers here are pretty good. Don't look at groups, but I think you have to look at groups because you're like, that's what people will look at to know who they should pick. Players, right? Like, how else would you? Because like when you're picking a team, you're looking at, oh, who do they play? People should, not you. But I'm doing the prices based off expectations. And involved in those expectations is the group that they're in, because that's who they play. And that matters. Like, if you had an easy schedule, like, I don't know who's got the easiest schedule, but, you know. Like, if you're looking at Apex here, well, no, Apex isn't a good. But, like, okay, this group, right? Am I going to have anyone in this group be like, this is why I was bringing down those MIBR players. Because, like, if I swapped MIBR, let's say, with Sentinels here, I'd feel a lot better about MIBR. Right? If these 2 swapped, I'd be like, MIBR should beat these 3 for sure. Maybe they'll beat Cloud9, and they'll probably lose to G2. And I'm feeling like, okay, you're a 3-win team at least, maybe 4. But because they're in this group, I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, you might win 1 game, or you might win 5. And there's a lot more questions. And I think that means I bring them down. Which regions have it done? No, I'm just going team by team. We're coming towards the end of it. Although we aren't coming towards the end of it because we still need to look at the overalls at the end. Stacks. I mean, here's another team. Will T1 be good? Their group, I think, is okay. Their group is not too bad. But will they be any good? Is another question. Stacks' number there are okay. Would I rather Stacks or Zelsis? I'd take Stacks. Stacks or John QT, I think is pretty close. Meteor. Again, his numbers weren't amazing here compared to some of the things that we've seen. Although his KPR isn't that bad. Would I rather have Meteor or Bang? I think I'd rather take a chance on Meteor. Who's a 10.5? Meteor or like a Sato or a Verti, a duelist from one of these teams, or a Chronicle. I'm gonna put him at 10.5. It's tough. Like, this is a tough team to do this for, though, isn't it? Because like, who fucking knows? Or would I rather have Meteor or I've got Woot at 12 here. But Heretics were better than T1. I have more faith in them than T1. But maybe he should be 11. He is playing a lot of... He was playing a lot of duelists as well. Okay, Buzz. Would I rather have Buzz or Miniboo? Again, I just don't think you could... I think I'm going to put Buzz in this big glut of 13. Of like, you take the... If you think T1 are going to be good, you do you. DH. The new player. Their new controller. I'm not sure he'll be getting a ton of frags, to be honest. I think I'm just going to put him at 8. And Itsu, I'm going to put it 8 point. Well, I'm going to put Itsu at 9. Itsu's been pretty good this year. Even when, well, then again, his numbers aren't that much better than Stacks, but we know he can pop off. His KPR is quite a bit better. And that's what matters. 9. Who's a 9? Would I rather have Itsu or... See, that's the thing. It's T1 is such a... Itsu or Icy? Yeah, that's pretty close, I think. Considering the roles. Because it could just go in flames. Itsu at 9 feels like a bargain. But what if they're bad? Okay, let's take a look at this group. They could lose to Talon. They probably will lose to Paper X, but they could lose to Boom. But they probably will win. Okay, they'll probably win at least 3 games. Maybe you're right. Maybe. They should win at least 3 there. They should beat the 2 Japanese teams. Let's go for that. Talon are in that same group where, again, they could beat T1, probably lose to Paper X, should beat Zeta, should beat DFM. I would say that Talon should beat Boom, be slight favorites in that one, but maybe we'll lose. Cruz's number here on the best, though. Would I rather have Boo or Cruz? Cruz frag's a bit better, but Boo's probably on a team I trust a bit more, so let's put them about the same. Killua is a little better, but again, the numbers aren't crazy better. Thigh. Again, he scored more points, but again, the numbers aren't crazy better. Jip Boys. I mean, again, I think you can put them all at just 7.5. Who else is like a 7.5? RB, Francis, yeah, like, I mean, Talent should be a bit better than that. But then none of these players like frag out that hard. 7.5 team, yeah, no. No, Envy won't be playing Julius, no. I don't think.
Donor wall check.
Reinforcement, thanks for the 9 months. Yeah, well, you didn't get donor. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess. Maybe. Who knows? I do donor wall people. But that's because I'm focusing. Primi. Would I rather have Primi or Kiko? Primi or Alpha? Primi or 11? Yeah, I think I'd rather have Kiko. But I think he's around there. I think I'd rather have Primi than Famous, though. So I'm going to put him at the same. I'm going to put him 12.5. If you're a believer, then that's up to you. Secret, I still do need to do these scores. I don't know why they're here. This is just a holdover from before. Envy. Man, how good will Team Secret be, though? I mean, you can't have too much faith in them. Not in the easiest group. Like, you just, even though Envy's the GOAT, you just can't price him that high, because how many games will they? Would I rather have Itsu or Envy? There you go. They scored the same amount of points as well. Even though your rating is insane. Like, all of your numbers are better, and yet you still scored less points, because you're on Team Secret. Unlucky. Premi overrated? Maybe you're right. Maybe it should be a 12. Because, like, I mean, I am looking at this. But then his rating was... No, I think he should be a 12.5. Nizzy. I don't know how good these will be. I'm going to put them at 6. For both of them. Kelly S. Yeah, a 6. And Wild Oreo, I think a 6 as well. They're the team of 6s. Wait, who's playing Julius for you? Who's playing Julius for them? I might have forgotten to do their roles. I mean, you just play everything. What the hell is this? What did you play in the last 60 days? 3 Sentinel. I guess I'm putting you down as a Sentinel, Nizzy. Yeah, I've got that. Zespi's playing Controller. Wild Oreo Duelist. I mean, what are you? A Sentinel, I guess. 3, 6, 7. The 3 Sentinel team. And then what? Wild Orio's playing Duelist. So he is. So I guess we'll make Wild Oreo 7.5. Okay. Okay, another team that's difficult as we get towards the end. Vitality. Will Vitality be any good? I can't put Durka below 14, can I? I can't. You can't. There's no way that you can, man. It's Durka. What if Durka is it? What if they wake up? What if they wake up? A 13.5. Would I rather have Durka, one of the best players of all time, or Hyunmin? Durka or Cryo? Look, I've got... What did I put Aspas at? I put him at 14, right? I put Aspas at 14. I'm putting Durka at 14. I'm putting Durka at 14. You can't make me not. If Durka plays well, he will score literally the most points in this game. And I think their team now is more built around Durka popping off. Their team now is more built around enabling Durka. Right, Omfic's going to be their IGL. How good will Vitality... What did I put to the T1 players at? I've got them at 8, but I have less trust in Vitality than I do T1, I think. Let's put you at 7. Let's put you at 7.5. Kicks. Again, these aren't amazing numbers from Kicks, but he did score a lot of points. Let's put you at 7.5. I mean, it's less. It's less, bro. I can't put Durka at 13.5, can I? Durka or Miniboo? Oh, man, I've got to put him at 13.5. That feels bad. Unless... Who's an 8.5? Monyet. How's Monyet an 8.5? Who's an 8.5? Cortesia. Cortesia or less. That's a good one. Pancata or less. Pancata or less. That's cool. Should he be 9? Who's a 9? It is less. Valen's a 9. Crashies is a 9. I've got Crashies at 9. Icy is a 9. I can't have less than Icy. That's a disgrace. That's just a disgrace. Yeah, that's a disgrace. Maybe he's even a 9.5. I mean, it is less. Less or Itsu. Kushi. Som. I've got to do it. If you believe in less, you'll pick him. If you believe in less, you'll pick him. You'll pick him. Right. 10-10. They're duelist for Zeta. Do I have any faith in Zeta? Zeta will win some games. Like, we can't go full doomer on Zeta. They will win some games. I think. They should beat DFM. They might beat someone else, right? I think 2 games is possible for them. So they're not completely awful. And 10-10 was pretty decent. Let's put him at 9, I think. Sugar Hero. Like, even if you look at their points, right? Like, here's a bad team, right? Like, if we look at, like, Team Secret or, like, Global here for Kelly S, like, this is what, like, a bad team scores, right? Like, Zeta scores here, like, they aren't that bad, right? They're, like, average. So we shouldn't rate them, like, too badly. Sugar Zero, 7.5, I think. Sugar Zero kicks. Should I make 10-10-10? Should I just make 10-10-10 for the obvious meme? Clues. we'll put down there a bit more. 6.5. XDLL 7 and Dep should frag a little bit more. Let's put him at 8. Right. Where I don't even want to look at this number. Where is my average? My average is low. Really? So we need to up the prices of players. Average is 8.599 and we need to get it up to 9. So we need to increase players. The cost needs to go up. And one way I think we could do that is just make all these 14.5s 15s. Make all these 14.5s 15s. And just increase some of the others. Can we go back to Spike? What, from 2G? Why do I have him as 6? 7 it is. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Everyone who's 14.5, welcome to the 15 club. And we can talk about some of the differences here. So Aspas. Would I rather have Aspas or Cryo? I'd rather have Aspas. Would I rather have Aspas or... Would I rather have Hyunmin or Cryo? I think I'd rather have Hyunmin because I have a bit more trust in that team. So let's put him at 14. Would I rather have Aspas or Jemkin? Yeah, mate, it's Aspas. Put him at 14.5. He can be the one 14.5. I think that's fine. Honestly, I think Minibu should be 14 as well. What's my average now? God, we got to increase a lot of prices. We got to increase a lot of people here. Maybe like these guys. Let's just put the duelists on like bad teams, just like up by a bit. Well, in fact, before I do that, let me check the regions. Right, let me check. Let me order it by region and make sure that I'm not. So like Americas. Make sure I'm not like screwing over a region here by being like biased towards a region. Because of course the regions play their own region. So even if like you think Pacific is better, they play better competition as well. 8.61 for Americas. In EMEA, it is 8.625. And in Pacific, it is 8.65. Okay, so I'm pretty close. Like that's so yeah, I'm not like horrendously off on any region particularly, right? Like that's close enough. Let's do the roles as well. Just see if I'm off on any roles in a big way. So controllers is 7.94. Julius is 11.6. Initiators, of course, there's more initiators. 7.44. Sentinels is 8.16. Okay. So perhaps the Sentinels are a little bit high and the Initiators are a little bit low. Let me just quickly look at... That doesn't count the ones that aren't there, right? Please tell me it doesn't. The average is 7.2. Your average is 7.9. So Sentinels did score more. Assuming that it didn't count there. The blank ones. 7.5. So Sentinels should cost more, but Initiators, that is still quite low. So let's take a look at some of these Initiators and start just increasing their prices maybe across the board. So let's put Spike up 1. Let's put I mean, Mitch scored a decent amount of points there. Maybe they should be 7.5 for the C9. Culture.
Equals round average if JJ, A, G, G, 2, use that to get average for the regions and change the A to Peori.
What? What was wrong with what I just did? Didn't it work? It's fine. As long as I'm not like way out, I think it's fine. Jonah, Zeno, Adverso. Jonah versus Adverso. He did score more points. Com. Could Com be higher? Com be a 7.5? Com or Adverso? Com could be higher, I think. Oddscene I'm happy with. Ethan. Ethan's IGLing, so maybe let's put Brock up 1. Maybe let's put them both up 1. I'm happy with Cracks Mr. Fallen. Potentially. Aves, maybe bring him up to an 8. Sadak, maybe bring him up to a 7. You have some faith there in KC. Make Flyer a 6. You know what? I'm doing it. I'm bringing Angel up to a 5.5. Try and stop me. Try and stop me. Shiro for Boom definitely could be higher. NC Slasher could maybe... Well, I think that's... you did get a lot more kills per round, but weirdly your damage is kind of the same. That's probably fine. But why would you pick Shiro over you? It's a fair point. Can I put Kicks higher? Kicks higher than NC Slasher? By the Pat Attack? Sure. I can, yes. 8. If you believe in the Vitality Resurgence, then yes. I mean, your numbers are kind of the same as that, so let's put you at 8. Crazy guy IGLing on a good team. Could he be 7.5 instead? Maybe not. Could Envy be 10? Envy or Narrate? But the problem is Team Secret just aren't good enough. They're just not good enough, even though his numbers are insane. Okay, where does that put us? Puts us at 7.522. Which is still a bit low. With our average overall 8.66, so I need to bring it up by quite a lot here. What happens if I just bring every initiator up by 0.5? Every single one. I'll probably bring that initiator number up way too high. But is it because there aren't enough good initiators? I mean, how many we are? I mean, we're about 0.5 off. What would? Is it easier to just literally increase the price by everyone by 0.5 and then just bring some down? You know what I mean? Like, why not? Because if I'm about half a point off anyway, I mean, we're keeping it all relatively the same. This might take a while, but it is what it is. Not the most riveting stream in the world. What time is it? Fuck, I need to end the stream somewhat soon. Eight. 10, where are we up to? Secret. 7. Oh, we're into the Sentinels. Just quickly undo that. Where does that put me? Puts me there. What does the average initiator cost now? $8.02. Okay, I think I'm just gonna increase everyone across the board by half a point. We already did it with the guys who are 15 now. And then I'm just gonna say that we're done. That should get us pretty close. We can put some people back down to 5, like the true ones that we think are real, the real humdingers. Make sure I don't go into the initiators again here. That's the duelists. Okay. Cryo, you're now 14. Enjoy it. Yay at 10 feels about right. We have to keep 10-10 though at 10. That one we agree on. Aspas I already did. Did I already do mini boo? I think I did. Well, Durka, you're 14 now as well. Ten stays at 10, and there we go. So what's my average now? 9.03. So if we just change all the sentinels by up 0.1, and then as I say, we'll come back and we'll change some of them down again. Whoever we think is most deserving of getting relegated. I do want some players who cost 5, just because it's more fun that way. Seven, 8. Thank you to whoever pointed out that I could just increase. I was about half a point off and didn't think to just increase everyone's points by half a point and therefore keeping it relatively the same. Don't know why I didn't figure that out and just by looking at the numbers. Maybe it's my age. Okay, there we go. So overall, we are on 9.14. So it's not a lot of people who need to be a bit lower. It's just some. So filter rate to Z. Right. 2G. I think you can go down. And I think that you can go down one. 9.13. Okay. Apex of over. Halsey. And Alizera. All going down. Fine with BBL. Fine with Boom. DFM. DFM we might look at here. Yeah, who's buying yen at that? Art has to be a 5. Did do okay, but you do also play for DFM. So who's gonna pick you, really? Who's big on DFM? That's the thing, I just need to pick the teams that people will not be big on. I mean, these two I don't know how good they are, so I'm actually okay with keeping them there, but... yeah, I'm actually okay with Fury there at the 5.5, because they might be good, I don't know. So I don't want to hit them too hard. So what if they are good? Pappy, I mean, you got less than 100 ADR, so you're coming down. Who else do I have no belief in? I mean, Grabinho, this is some pretty poor numbers as well. Oh, but you have been okay in the past. Koi? Flyer, maybe? Put him at 6. Probably BK I'll keep there as well, just because maybe he'll be good. Who else do I have no faith in? I've got no faith in. Team Secret. I mean, you're IGLing, so let's put you down. How are we doing? 9.11 still. If we get it to 9.1, then that's fine. So I need to bring like someone down. Angel at 5 and Verti at 10.5, no bias. Okay, fine. Honestly, yeah, sure. Angel at 5, why not? Well, I mean, definitely at 5.5. Not 5. Verti, you said. For loud. 10.5, sure. Sato is another one that we just don't know about. He maybe plays for a slightly better team. Is it 9.1 yet? It is. But maybe one more down. I'm going to tank that one. Maybe one more. One more for the culture. Kesnit 13. I'm not too sure about that. Proxa is too much. Sure. Okay, 9.99. 9.099. That is good enough for me. That's good enough for me. The roles should be, you know, relatively balanced to what they were before. The regions is relatively balanced. So I'm happy. That is the VFL player prices that you will see probably during stage 2. Again, maybe 1 or 2 of them will change when I actually plug it in. But for the most part, that is what it will be. So yeah. Get planning your teams, I guess. Bro is getting himself in the tank. Perhaps. But okay, thank you all for watching. That will be the stream. And I will be back tomorrow where we will be watching the mighty, mighty Wolves. Goodbye.